Guys, it's time. TI 2022. Let's go.
Greater fire burns. To follow in the footsteps of greatness. To forge a legacy of triumph that survives far beyond our years.
Aster, eliminate LGD from TI.
The eyes of the faithful are fixed upon them. Roaring legions of passionate fans.
The throw die fest, 1,000 health, trying to finish up Team Liquid, they did it!
They answer the call to battle.
Arrow connects.
Cena's chasing him down.
It's over.
GG is called. Tundra. They'll be moving the upper bracket final.
To endure a fiery crucible time and time again.
Looking like it's over. That's it. GG secret.
They fight to climb a precipice few have conquered. And those who have will sacrifice everything to reach that summit once more.
They showed Puppy at that moment.
Teams battle for ultimate glory. Only one can seize immortality. Who will emerge victorious? The battle begins.
Let's go. Oh, this is the first TI I'm watching live ever. Live or ever. Well, besides the true sites. Cool. Debated, no ceremony. Really? Is this not the ceremony?
33. Sexa. Snaking.
America's Hope snaking.
9.
Cool photo, video shoot.
Team Secrets.
The winners. That's my guess. Crystal is Dutch Pride. Hell yeah.
Nisha.
Hup,
Crystallis.
hup, hup, hup.
Puppy. Zayak.
What is this?
Resolution.
Love.
Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
Choose wisely. Look out for yourself.
Team Liquid.
Adrenaline is going to be coursing through your veins when you walk out like this. Audience, the production, the fire, the Aegis, and most of all the games. I was more nervous for moments like this than I ever was for games.
Insania. Mike. Buxy. Zai.
Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
My will is strong.
Team Aster.
Nice to have matching guards.
Ori. Pito. Boboka. Mone. XXX.
Does that stand for what I think it
My will
does?
is strong.
Extra small. Oh,
I said push their racks, not pause for snacks.
Hey, Gabe?
No. Hi, it's Gabe in your lane. It's Gabe Newell. Well, we're tremendously excited that we're all getting the Dota 2 community together again. It's been another crazy year, and during that year, there's just been a lot of incredible Dota played, and some not so incredible Dota being played.
sorry.
You know, but now we're putting on TI 11. I think it's going to be fantastic. And whether you're there in person at the arena or watching from the comfort of your home, I'm so excited to say, welcome to the International.
He watched My Alchemist.
Welcome to the International Grand Finals.
Morning and welcome to the International. It is finals weekend. We got ourselves
Ah!
a sold out, absolutely packed Singapore Indoor Stadium. So welcome to that, everybody watching inside the stadium and out, because I know there are a lot of you. There's also a lot of players, 20 players to be exact. You see them standing there and they are ready to battle it out. Only one team can lift that Aegis, and only one team will be properly remembered at the end of this weekend. Only one World Championship, a lot of pressure. There have already been 16 teams falling down, dropping down like flies here in the lava. And those final 4 teams, the pressure that has been mounting up over the last 5 days, who will crumble under that pressure? Who will thrive under that pressure? We're about to find out, because we are ready to kick off today with some awesome top-tier Dota and Top Tier Dota, accompanied by top-tier panelists. That's right, I'm Shiver, I'm your host for today, and we got ourselves Jenkins, Effie, and Lacoste. Couldn't wish myself a better panel.
What in the
Lacoste,
Herald?
how are you feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling excited. You know, every single time we have the last couple of days of TI, you know, the nerves are gonna kick in. You can feel the nerves also off the players. Like you know that they want to get on the stage and get this going.
Oh, Jenkins
they
has
wanna
had
take
some
that
cool
ages.
hairstyles.
But I'm so excited, though. Everything just feels so real. The second you see Gabe on your screen saying, welcome to the International, the butterflies kick in, the excitement kicks in, and I honestly can't wait to see the conclusion of what has been an amazing main stage.
It's true. This is the man that forged the Aegis himself. The man that gifted immortality to Roshan. And finally, after all of this time, we get to see who will become the immortal one, such as Gabe Newell himself.
Or which 5 players will become the immortal one. And coaches, of course, cannot forget those. We've had quite the long road to get to this weekend, and I would not blame you if you missed some of the matches, but here's a little bit of a recap what's happened in terms of brackets. Today, we'll have the matches that are listed with the red there. We're going to kick things off with Liquid versus Aster, and later today we'll have the upper bracket finals with Secret versus Thunder Esports. And then tomorrow it's lower bracket finals and grand finals time, but that means that this is our finals weekend bracket, and every series that we're going to watch from here on out, Lacoste, is going to be a blockbuster.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at these names. Secret against Thunder, Aster against Liquid. I don't think you can ask for better matchups. Like, we did see a lot of those matchups.
Who's my
especially
TI
in
winner?
the
Secret.
European region throughout the DPC, so that's going to be a super interesting one. And also, we have, you know, Team Aster against Liquid. They only met once this year, and that was at this TI in the group stage.
Yes, and that was pretty one-sided for Aster. But since then, Liquid has had a little bit of evolving happening, and I think a lot of people will remember where we left off, because our final series that we had last weekend was Liquid versus Aster, and I think that's a series that's going to be in our minds for probably forever. It's definitely going to be in the minds of Team Liquid as we hear them talk about it.
I mean, I think the
Audio
Thunder
is out of
series,
sync, yeah.
as a group, that's, you know, our best moment so far. I think, I mean, we got away with one.
This throne is going down here and now. Thunder, are you fucking kidding? Game 1 against Liquid.
I'm gonna watch on YouTube.
Fucking unbelievable. My God, this team, how do they win from that position? They were 2 minutes off buybacks for everybody in that engagement.
We got away with it.
What a demoralizing way to lose, honestly. They are going to have to mentally reset for that game again.
After game 1, I really felt like that.
Against Liquid, unfucking-believable. My God, this team, how do they win from that position? They were 2 minutes off buybacks for everybody in that engagement. What a demoralizing way to lose, honestly. They are going to have to mentally reset for that game again.
After game 1, I really felt like that. Like, I don't know, why am I doing this? You know, why am I doing this to my team? Why am I not strong-willed enough? I didn't take this 0% to lose route that game, and I was really angry at myself. And then I went to bathroom, I started resetting my mind. I was like, here we are again, you know, like against Vici Gaming, but this time it's Thunder Awaken. We still gotta win the 2 games, like no matter what we do, go into the next game and, you know, like really smash them in that game and like, yeah, let's go, you know. And for the 3rd game, it was truly a roller coaster.
We're going to see another mega creep situation.
Oh, this game.
How blessed are we today? It's such a scary
This game was so good.
position for Thunder, who are the ones making the shot here. They're making the call.
I know this was like one of our most stressful games, for sure. Like, I think everyone was stressed out of their mind.
I kept dying in a very silly way in fights because I never had a guy next to me
Oh,
to infest.
yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I'm dying every fight. My goal is not going up. I'm probably like the bottom net worth of every core. Like, we're not winning this game.
Even like bottom 4.
They do not have the buybacks, but they do have an Aegis. They have this overwhelming advantage for the next team fight. But Tumba bought out. He bought out for AC. He is short buyback of 400 gold. Oh, there's the hook. The ball. The first snap. They're trying to deal with this ward. And it ends up getting a freebie. Now it's a 4 versus 5, 4 versus 6 with the Aegis.
Everything had to go right. Even like the second to last fight in our base when they pushed, like, I die without buyback, yeah? And a guy dies, and I get assist gold to get my buyback back. And that's the only reason we're actually still in the pushing the base.
And that is going to be enough to be finish off a
How
top of
long
it, but he
later can you still get assist goals?
He's going in. Dives. The second lifer. Get back to the fountain. The Havoc Hammer pushing him away. Melting them all. Running him down. The Bloodstone gets on. Rampage kill. Rampage of the mid stage. But because Matubamik got the buyback, he's going to die once. Nobody else. It's just
15, 20 seconds. Wow.
Senior now joining in with the Dark Mongo's going to try
If you were involved in their death, wow.
with the sun, doing so much damage with Matubamik with the bashes, Mickey as well. One fight, the other to follow. No buybacks. Team Liquid, they hold again.
It never felt like we were fully out of it, even though maybe the numbers and statistics all said we should have been. And then, you know, at the end of the game, it comes down to literally 1 HP. I think if Mickey dies and Matu is like, Infest doesn't save him, then probably game over.
This is a hard fight. You have to pick your jump well.
Wow.
You have to hit these
Now, Sacred goes for it. Immediately the Black Hole, they're just going to focus all in onto Mickey, and it looks like maybe...
No, I didn't see this the first time I watched. What? I didn't notice it the first time.
Can you claim top 4 in 5? It's not gonna happen. The throat's not dying fast enough.
Dark Mongo's on round 2.
Killed him. Come back in. Now the buybacks. Now the comebacks.
Fight for your life.
Won't die fast. 1,000 out. Trying to finish up to the edge.
It was literally 1 HP.
I'm just speechless.
I think it's Arteezu said this at, I think it was Arlington Major. He said, God giveth and God taketh. And yesterday, God giveth.
During the 7 years, that has not happened to me. Even winning TI7 when the last round died, it didn't feel the same. It's just the build-up wasn't there for it. But this time, it really, like hitting top 4 like this, damn, that was the best thing ever happened to me.
Oh, if we only get like one game that lives up to that hype, I'm gonna be happy, and I think the players will be happy with that too. That was insane to watch. Also, it hasn't happened to Matu yet, even though he won TI. I think it's very cool that there's been 3 Mega Creep comebacks ever at TI. Zion's been in every single one of them. That's pretty impressive. And we got to talk a little bit about the Dota as well, because of course we've had a lot of Dota played. We had a lot of heroes picked. There's been 114 heroes picked so far, and that means that there's a couple that are not picked.
Clinks!
Yeah,
Justice for Clinks!
Specifically have not been picked. 219 games. And Purge and I are here to tell you why you're probably not going to see the other 8. Purge, let's get started, my friends. Okay. It's been a lot of Dota, but there's a couple of rejects here. Tell me about Clinks.
Clinks, vulnerable early game. His team fight's weaker than a lot of other carries. He's just not as good ultra late as a lot of other choices.
He's garbage.
I win all the time with him.
Wind Ranger.
No, don't kick him.
Farm's mediocre. Not very many people like her. She needs BKB to team fight. She's really bad versus Leshrac. It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things that sum up to garbage. Boom. Bounty Hunter.
No stuns, no team fight. Like a third as good as a Marcy on your team. Why would you pick Bounty Hunter?
Why would you pick him? Garbage.
He
Get
has
out
a
of here.
stun.
Get out of here. DK.
Dragonite, let's see, he's survivable, but like he's so much worse than all the other good offlaners. Enigma, Primal Beast, Marcy, Brood, Beast, Matt, should I keep going?
No, you shouldn't. All I need to hear is garbage. Boom. Treant Protector.
Teams are farming a lot right now, so like tower push defense timings aren't as important. And he's not even that good at it anymore. The heal comes out slower.
Yeah, I'm not on board. He's garbage. Boom. Coddle.
Weak at laning, not good at ganking, tries way too hard to be cool. Les doesn't even need mana anymore. He's got Bloodstone as his friend, so why do you need to coddle?
Get him out of here. He's garbage. Boom. Techies.
Decent lane, good damage, but he doesn't have any stuns. His ulti's very counterable. There's just better heroes than Techies.
There's a lot of them. I'm really going to enjoy this one because he's garbage. He's garbage. He's...
Oh, wait. I got it.
Get him, Purge. Get him, Purge. Get him, Purge.
You need this for your own good. You'll get buffed after.
Production.
Oh, wait, there's one hero left.
Oh, there is. Why are you even here? Nobody likes you. I might think that you're one of the worst things to ever happen to Dota. There is nothing that you are good at. Also, Meepo was uncontested.
Thank you.
brutal.
Neil, it made me really sad, and then I got a chuckle, and I feel a little guilty about it, but here we are. We are also here with the first series coming your way very soon. Of course, Liquid is going to face Aster. It's their only elimination series of today, and I want to make sure that people watching that are tuning in maybe only for finals weekend, just to recap, what type of Dota do these two teams play? You want to start off with Liquid, Jenkins?
Yeah, Liquid, I mean, it's not like a team you can call like, this is like an aggressive team. They play aggressive or defensive, whatever is needed. Like all around, they play good Dota. But one of the most important things about this team that I think makes them unique is the fact that they don't really play roles. They play heroes. And this is something that's been true for like every iteration of Liquid, that's at least the recent ones. Where Boxy was playing offlane, and then he can swap to 4 position. Now, of course, he's playing the 4 position. They'll play Matu mid on Sniper, Lone Druid. They'll swap the supports lanes as well. So yeah, this team, the hardest part about them to beat is the fact that they're just hero experts and they can play any lane.
All right, and if we look towards their opponents today, Effie, we got Team Aster.
Yeah, so Team Aster for me are incredibly fun to watch because this brings me back a little bit to the ESL Malaysia LAN that recently happened, and Aster proved to a lot of the fans watching there that individual skill is important, but it's
Why do they get rid of sound booth for final? What do you mean? What's a sound booth?
They're always drafting in a way where they can come back from a gold deficit just by
We
virtue
don't have
of
any
outfighting
experience to build on here. Why sound booths might be good? What is it even? I don't think sound booths exist. Stop your gaslighting.
Everything that they do, you feel they've discussed, they've calculated it, and they will always play for their specific timings, right? It doesn't matter if they don't have the items or the gold at certain times.
The thing we saw in True Side.
Well. They will not give up Roshan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what happened to those?
Team Aster, they've always been in the shadow of LGD because LGD was always performing so well, and they showed that, third place at the Arlington Major and also second at DSL 1 Malaysia. They came here to play.
They came here to play indeed, and guess what?
Yeah, YouTube is better quality, so I'm watching here.
To watch some Dota 2. And we're going to kick things off for game 1 with the draft. Let's go.
It looks better here than on Twitch. No lag and better quality.
Liquid versus Team Aster.
It's a few seconds.
Game 1.
Greetings! Welcome to TI11. Sunsfan here with Cinderin. We got Stormer and Toby from Entity to help us out with this draft, because God knows, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Hyped to be at TI, and I don't know, TI vibes are really good, right?
Yes, can we hear the crowd? You guys hear? What's going on?
Oh, you're gonna spoil picks?
So Aster versus Team Liquid. Lower bracket, Team Liquid comes in with a ton of momentum, but now there's been a bunch of days off. I don't know how that would affect them. What do you guys think?
Well, I got some background info. I know that Liquid was hella bored in some of those things.
Yeah.
Having a day off, but yeah, gonna be exciting. They had like insane momentum from the lower bracket, obviously. Had to come back from this 0-2 now against Aster.
Look, it's like I'm there.
It's gonna be wild.
I think a lot of the time when you have this long of a break, it's about not getting into your own head, right? Because you run this mock draft like 100 times, and you start overthinking, okay, what are the enemy team going to do against
Sven
us?
ban, guys. Does this mean they're gonna run an anti-armor draft? Or is he just that good? Wow. Every time there's a Sven on my team and they're position 1, we lose the game. But if there is a Sven support, that's actually freaking good. I've been playing it, it's so strong. All right, let's switch to Twitch so we're not behind. Even though there's some lags there. We can switch back and forth.
In the upper bracket, when these two...
There we go, Broodmother. Oh, the famous Team Liquid Broodmother's coming out.
Very, very powerful and popular hero these days.
Yeah, Lash is crazy. We see the next first ban.
Wow.
To enable the Lash.
Pause it on pause.
I mean, very standard though. Like the maiden, I think maiden Lash track is just pop up at the TI. Main is an insane
Crystal
strong hero,
Maiden
and Lesh is
Leshrac
probably
is
the
very
most competitive
good.
mid lane hero right now. It's one of the most. 8 Broodmother is pretty interesting. What do you think about it, Toby?
Marcy and Broodmother is very good too.
I would have picked it.
They banned the Matuma Man Lifestealer.
So I think we've seen in multiple series now Crystal Maiden as a direct response to Marcy. Obviously a good lane counter because you have a slow and a root as a support. Is there anything extra about this that makes Crystal Maiden a good response to Marcy? Is it just that the other 5s can't really handle her, or is it really
This is
that
cool,
simple?
you can click the heroes.
I think the CM was more preparation for the 8-pick that was coming up.
That's so cool.
Especially the Brood. I've seen Sven and Lich against Marcy to give armor.
Oh, it shows win rates and stuff.
Yeah, I think Maiden is
Leshrac
just,
61,
in any case, probably a pick that
Maiden
you just would
61,
love to have
Brood
picked up from
62,
beginning on.
Marcy
Just a strong
48.
laner, I don't know, just rounds up a lot of holes already before the draft. Second stage bans are pretty interesting too. Mars and Naga against Aster. I mean, just high contested heroes as well. I think Naga is a
I'm
good
still
counter as
behind.
well, right?
Okay, let me pause on pause.
Out there, playing this hero, so
Better now?
I'm surprised with banning it. And the 1 HP hero is getting banned out as well, the Pango dude.
Do you hit some crazy timing with Lone Druid Brood when you get the Lone Shard? Is that what they're
I canceled
considering?
the second
Or
audio.
is it just like in general a worrying timing that you're facing? Is it just like extra strong or just a targeted player ban?
I think what's scary about Liquid is that if they pick this Lone, they can flex it
Oh,
onto lanes.
Lone
They
Druid
might play
ban.
carry on mid because Mick is also very comfortable playing the carry role. So banning Lone Druid against like, whoa, super great.
50% win rate.
Liquid is just a safe shot in many cases if they're not sure what to ban.
I was going to ask what is left in the pool that's good against Brood, because we've seen a couple of Brood games where they pick it relatively early and that's been punished.
9 pick 1 ban, 56
Spiritbreaker
win.
is obviously very good. There's Kunkka. Anything else come to mind for you guys?
They still need a carry hero that can lane against Brood.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you see this Brood mother. The thing is, nowadays I think Brood is almost always on the off lane. You don't really see it mid. So, the thing is, like, obviously, there's only a limited amount of heroes you can pick into this, right? You cannot pick any carry. So, I guess it's to assume that they're gonna pick it on.
Yeah, Marcy has low win rate, 48.
Knowing Mono,
I mean,
he
that's
plays
fine.
both Monkey King and Gyro, who I think both fare pretty well against Brood, right? They have a way of dealing with the Spiderlings once you get the flat
Primal
cannon up
Beast
when
stats.
Brood gets level 6.
51,
Is there
that's
anything else
really
you're
good.
looking, like,
For
you're
this many
assuming this is a
games?
Marcy Brood lane, right? And you have the Crystal Maiden covering you. I guess most carries can kind of float this lane until Brood is 6 and then it gets super scary, or am I underestimating Crystal Maiden's
Naga.
impact on this lane right now? Can you?
Wow!
Are there some carries that just can't play
Is
this
she
lane
like
at
the
all?
best?
I can see
Naga's like the
punch
best.
coming for either team in this phase.
Hell yeah.
Lich first.
Lifestealer and Nyx and Naga have huge win rates.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising. I didn't see that one coming.
Lich Lina.
Double spellcaster. I mean, they're just heading into the Mika Lina.
Is that
I think
Lina
Mika loves
mid?
this matchup against the Leshrac. It's one of the favorite ones that they actually like
Or
win like
support Lina.
60-40 or a bit more even. And yeah, sniper. After going for the 18 carry, it's a sniper.
Lina mid.
Whoa.
Cool.
One of the only heroes that outranges Lina.
Oh,
if she's
sniper.
played as a core in mid, which is
Techies, technically.
Yeah, that is the other one, which nobody plays. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
I can see mid sniper and Lash carry. Lash carry very good against Brood.
Do they flex it ever? Does Monet play Leshrac though?
I don't think so. I think Aster's read here
What
is
do they
that,
both
okay,
need?
this Brood we can handle in the beginning with our
Sniper
Maiden, and we
one.
obviously have the Spiritbreaker rotation possibilities, so we can get away with
They
putting
need a
Sniper safe
half lane?
lane, and once Brood gets level 6,
No,
things
let's
might
start
get
three.
dicey and they have to swap their lanes around, because Sniper cannot play this lane after Brood hits 6. It's one of the... It's actually interesting to see Sniper as a
Sniper
response here,
mid.
because usually Brood was a massive counter pick to Sniper. I
Aster
want to
needs
say
a
half
three,
a year to a
yeah.
year ago when it was played mid more. Sometimes the last pick Brood would just ruin his game, so...
Yeah, like it's a
I
double
have no
range
idea.
against double melee offlane, right? Like main sniper against Marcy Brood. How do you think that's gonna be like?
I think Brood can play this lane. I think it's a pretty good Brood lane. I hope it's Lash carry, to be honest.
Is it?
I thought Sniper was low MMR bait. What's the MMR of these guys? I know, right?
Tri-lane for like
These
a minute
guys
or
are
two. That's what we've
TI
seen some teams
contestants.
do to try to shut down Brood in the beginning. You see Liquid
No,
banned
he's a
out
lot
some of
better, apparently,
XXS's
than
best
low
laning
MMR
heroes
bait.
against Brood to prevent that they set a 1v1 and just play an aggro tri-lane, right? They banned out the Pango as well as the Mars, which XXS has been playing phenomenally this tournament. Are you kind of worried that a potential starting tri-lane from Aster is going to make Brood's game too difficult? Or are you happy as Brood that, okay, I'm getting shut down a little bit, but Matu's going to get a free game?
No, Brood definitely needs a good start, so if they can give the XXS a lane where he can play 1v2, it's possible, but it's
Dawnbreaker
hard
ban.
to Lich, I guess.
That seems smart.
Yeah, Lich is already a spooky laner.
So regardless of the position for Lesh, Team Aster looking for offlane, I assume, and Liquid in position 1.
Yeah, except if XXS plays
Let's do a prediction.
I'm not sure if he can play Spellbreaker.
Okay.
But
that is not out of the question, but I do think it's Global Cup playing that.
I think I see on Liquid right now what I would love them to like adjust in the draft a bit is that they have no clear way of initiating at a certain point in the game. They have Marcy, Lina, and let's say post 20 minutes or something, it's not the easiest to engage fights. And Lina and Lich, they want Heroes to go in for them. So there's still a master pick coming up. I would love to see Liquid pick up a hero that like goes in first. I'm not sure what would fit that, because he also has to worry about the last big
Which
XXS.
one goes in first?
He's still got some time left though.
Not Clinks.
You also would imagine that it would be nice to have a carry use Frost Shield, right? You're picking this Lich early against essentially nothing that Frost Shield counters in terms of defense, right?
Ursa.
So at the time when they picked Lich, they saw CM Lesh Spirit Breaker who have like basically 0 physical damage.
Like Ursa
so
here,
now
though.
that you've picked it in this manner, you would imagine Liquid have some sort of an aggressive plan. Like you said, carry goes in first, pop Frost Shield on him for the control. Or you put it on Marcy, but that doesn't really feel like that's maybe the most valuable. Bloodseeker is going to be the choice.
That's interesting. I don't mind it. I'm not sure how Dota's looking Sniper. There are some sniper problems though, yeah, that's true. But I like the idea, like it goes in for the rest of the team. Rupture is a very old school counter. Bloodseeker is not so popular in this TI, but yeah, it basically fits the gap of like frontlining and sort of lockdown. It's not a stun, but it does like 50% of it.
So if you're, let's say you're entertaining the idea of running standard lanes with 2-1-2, what kind of an offlaner do you pick with Spirit Breaker against Lich BS? It's a pretty strong lane, right?
Just some melee hero.
Not a range, not like
oh, it's too hard.
Something.
I think it's too hard.
So XXS would have probably liked to play any of the like 4 last bands of Liquid.
Yeah.
So
you guys were saying Underlord too, or did you see what I said?
Oh,
I said Underlord! I was muted!
That's interesting.
I said it though! It's my first prediction hero.
So, I mean, both drafts are
Check
very
my lips
interesting.
in the VOD.
Like,
no, I said it.
It's actually tough to do. The mid matchup is going to go pretty well for Liquid. They got the Lina against Leshrac matchup. He is playing against Power, which is always been a bit annoying for her to deal with because he gets on top of you. I'm not sure what the bottom lane is going to go like. This entire Bloodseeker.
Pretty good for Bloodseeker, but he shouldn't feed on Underlord. It's free brood game in my book. So.
Free brood game?
Yes.
If you get Ruptured, just Portal. Or do you take like 1 million damage if you go through Portal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
because
thinking,
you like moved a lot.
Like, I think Liquid has like a pretty good shot, but I think Aster has OP heroes as well. I'm taking Aster.
Okay, split panel then. Let's go to Sir Action Slacks, who's looking like a mob boss today. Very, very nice. Let's hear what he has to say.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Game 1. Singapore is ready, my friend, and it seems like you guys are as well. Disgusting draft, if I may. A Broodmother, a Bloodseeker. You really are treating this like an elimination game, huh?
Yeah, shout out to Koikva for the...
Oh, that's how to say it. Koikva.
Brood, this one's for you, buddy. Never left our team.
Attaboy. So, are you concerned at all? I want to know a little bit about how you guys prep for this. You had a big, long break. I think most of it was on your big old brain. What did you guys do during that time off to get ready for a team like Aster?
We did nothing. We sat in our rooms, chilled a lot, watched a ton of Naruto, which I'm slowly trying to get into potentially. And yeah, me and Matu just drafted. We kind of just enjoyed the moment, you know? We had a lot of time to think about it, and what an incredible thing to be up here. We just kind of appreciated the moment.
All right, well, all those weebs in my game with the anime profile picture, apparently that's all you need to do to get good.
Rupture has a max range, like 1300 or 2200. Blink or relocation, no damage. Okay.
It's a very informative interview as always. Lower bracket
Let's go win the game.
Semifinals of TI11, Aster versus Team Liquid, game number 1. Cinder, I didn't even get your thoughts on the draft here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's interesting that you have this much time
Zai's
to prepare.
Brood
You
is
don't really
6-0.
know what to expect. And
Right, but
I
that's
would
normal
say,
for teams.
As far as surprises go,
that's normal for teams that are like in the finals.
here, they
Oh
do
my
get
god, they
this
killed
keyword,
Observer.
By the way, worth mentioning is a little bit of a head start for them in that mid lane. They're bringing some stuff here that we haven't seen them play that much.
Liquid
They're playing
Observer,
the Underlord on XXS, the Spirit Breaker on Bopoka. I don't think they
GG.
played these heroes much, if at all, in the
Did it get
playoffs.
denied,
Whereas
though?
Liquid are
No,
more
they got the
sticking to
gold.
their guns of what we've seen. So this is something I'm very curious to see throughout this day in the next series as well, like how the teams prepare and have different approaches. I'm not going to say one is better than the other because I genuinely
Is the
don't
volume
know, but
okay?
It seems like the
I mean, that's the thing about having this many days off is the theory crafting probably gets to the point where it's not even helpful anymore. So we're going to see the rebound here from Boxy, but Siamese Cat's going to be A-okay. And looks like the bounties have been split evenly.
Yeah, and it will be the expected lanes here. So bottom lane will be Brood together with Marcy against.
Wow, that sniper skin, holy!
Against Lina, and finally top lane. Underlord.
I got a little friend for you.
Against
Nice minigun.
So as we talked about on the panel, probably a slight edge in the mid lane to Mickey here with the Lina matchup against Lesh. We've seen this played a decent amount this tournament. Lesh has been incredibly popular, and Lina has been one of the best
This was my
responses
list
that we
yesterday.
set our eyes on. Speaking of which,
But he
setting
lived,
eyes on Boba
so it's not my
playing
list.
Very aggressively onto Insania, skilling charge level 1 for some damage.
As Mickey and Ori facing off in mid
I
lane,
love this
Lina
split
versus
screen.
Leshrac. You can see Zai
Oh,
getting
hold on.
harassed by quite a bit as we have a pause. And I don't know if those are ooze, Oz, or booze, or all of the above, Cinderin, but the first pause today.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes ah.
Sniper, 6'6".
So I imagine we have a small.
It makes sense that Sniper's win rate on Dire and Radiance is similar, because he doesn't farm jungle like the Dire jungle like a Leshrac might.
Change their chat wheel to be not GG.
Leshrac's win rate is much better on Dire, partly because of how the jungle is situated.
I wouldn't imagine.
Yet Aster took it on Radiant.
You never know.
Very
You'd be
PM.
surprised. You'd be surprised once you might have your opinion on players, and then you meet them in real life.
He's got
It's-
range and shrapnel.
It could be a totally different beast, you know?
Never meet your heroes, and that's why I regret
Shrapnel.
ever meeting Sir Action Slacks.
He was your hero?
That's true.
That's true, actually. That wasn't accurate at all. I just wanted to throw that out there regardless.
The conclusion is never meet Slacks.
Yes. Yeah. I think that was what I was trying to get across. Appreciate that, sir. That's why you're here. You're analyzing my thoughts.
Telling you what you wanted to say.
That's right. Very good.
不要凶嘛，不是故意的。
Tell me, how did Zai play Brood this game?
Yeah, so it sounded like Topia is quite the Brood.
Shongmao, isn't that Panda?
Play the hero
Shongmao,
much. I feel like
Panda people.
From my perspective, Maiden Sniper probably does okay, or at least for a few levels. Once Brood gets level 6, you're screwed down here as Maiden Sniper. You have to evacuate and solve it, but that's where Aster have a hero like Underlord who could go
That's
there.
what
They
she
could
said.
park the Lesh there.
Buyao is don't want Panda. Buyao Shongmao.
Double range lane does fine against Brood. Zai will just try to stay alive, get some CS where he
Oh,
can.
it means don't
you
be
see
rude?
Boxy currently planning on pulling the wave
Don't
down
be a
there
panda,
to
it's don't
try
be
to
rude.
Get a little bit of a different lane
Oh,
position
don't be
so that
mad.
Brood can get closer to his tower.
That's not what she said. Okay, so it's a different tone, yeah? Shongmao, is it like 4 different tones? Not the same word, okay.
Aster.
Guys, it's so trippy. In Mandarin Chinese, you can have 2 words that are spelled roughly, and to English people it's spelled the same. To English people it sounds the same, but with 4 different tones it can have different meaning. So one time I learned this word, net cafe, like internet cafe, right? Which is Wangba or something. But it also means bastard. So I was asking people, I wasn't very good at the tones yet. I was asking people, where's the internet cafe? Where is there an internet cafe? Like Wangba Na Li or something, right? And then someone told me to stop saying that because it was rude. I'm like, what? I'm just asking where the internet cafe is. They're like, yeah, you're asking where the bastard is.
A bit of poke back and forth.
Yeah,
Oops.
Zai. This is kind of a weird setup right now. Monet kind of on the other side of his tower. But the rebound is there on top of the sniper from Monet. On the right click away, no dispose yet because Boxy's still only level 1.
They pointed at me and spat on me.
A lot of harassment damage traded each way.
Yeah, if you play
Where's the
Dota
bastard?
casually, you'd be like, why are 2 heroes behind the tier 1 tower minute 1? And this is simply what happens when the position 4 in the enemy team repulls and repositions the wave behind there. You have to go and contest this experience.
Did I just see a sniper dive a tower?
Let the Liquid side get that for free.
They had to because of the creep abduction.
You are willing to take those trades, and ultimately what ends up happening is that Zai has a grand total of 2 CS to the 10 of Sniper with a good head start here on Monet. Getting
the rebound. Disposal is available this time. Shrapnel comes out to do some residual damage.
First blood!
Taking the brunt of it, though. Do they have enough to get first blood in this game? Boxy continuing on. There it is. Boxy with the first blood as Sniper goes bye-bye. A great start for Liquid in this lane.
Bye-bye,
like you said, the
Zai.
CS for Zai not being too respectable, but this should open it up at least a little bit for him.
Yeah, so he's not the one getting the first blood, but he gets the space in the lane now, right? He gets to, I believe, deny 2 range creeps here potentially. I think the second one will be secured here. It will. By Pichu.
Oh, Lina's beating. Let's try.
But yeah, Zai will be very happy with that. Even if you don't get that first blood, just getting a little bit of time. He's now going to get his level 3. Currently holding the skill point. Curious what he's going to choose, because it feels like all of the skills
Dude,
are actually
Boxy and Zai have been owning
with how this lane's playing out. He's eyeing up his options, not choosing just yet. We'll go for the Silken
Lina's a
Bolt
classic
now.
Lesser counter. Cool.
Okay, very nice.
I didn't know that.
More aggressive approach, I guess you could say. It's kind of hybrid, right? You can also use it to slow and run away. So,
yeah, but like you said, once he hits 6, should be scary times for Aster. I mean, at that point, what is Monet doing? Like, where can you go as a sniper? See another rebound this time onto Siamese Cat for the Crystal Maiden. Looks like that's going to be another death in this lane for Aster. As Boxy and Zai kind of punishing, which we've seen so many times with the Marcies in this tournament. Insania in the top lane, though, getting chased. Looks like he'll live as Matu trading some right clicks with XXS.
yeah, obviously the Bloodseeker benefiting massively as well. Whenever they play aggressively bottom, gets that thirst bonus up top and trying to turn that into even more advantage here for Liquid. Yeah, you've got to be really wary of your positioning, and it's easier said than done, right? Your Crystal Maiden, you kind of want to at least put some sort of pressure and do some
Radiant
damage,
has an observer ward in their own jungle,
I think you have to backline
and they
behind the
see
sniper.
Marcy stealing bounty.
Use both your spells defensively, and you try to reposition and stabilize.
He found the observer ward. Marcy just cleared Radiant's observer with a sentry near the outpost.
Sniper's just going to sit maybe mid, or you open up top and you play up there.
And he observer warded the entire jungle. The 2 towers.
To die, but he doesn't have any regen except 1 level in Spin Web, so it'll take quite a while before he's online to fight with Boxy again.
And Baboka able to TP out. And I would expect the kills to start ramping up a little bit more now, just because we have such aggressive heroes.
Of course, they would check recent replays. The behavior of the supports, yeah, absolutely.
Does that surprise you at all? Because I feel like that's a spear.
You need to premeditate that and keep changing your behavior.
There you go.
But there's certain best spots,
surprising we haven't
right?
had it yet, but I think this is a pretty good time to do it. Mickey's running out of mana. There's no power runes, but will not be able to find the angle.
Is that a Radiant upsword to block the hard camp, or just near it?
Zai trying to turn this around onto Monet, as Zai's going to be able to get the Insatiable Hunger off as well, and Monet's in a lot of trouble with the Frostbite, dealing a lot of damage to Zai in the meantime, as Boxy looking for another.
Dude, this is a nasty combo. Well played, Liquid.
Monet. That is the second just for him. I'm not even sure if Zai was in range for XP at that point.
I'm sure if Boxy got all of it, they don't really mind. Again, it's a matter of just giving Brute the space here to recover the CS in the lane. Zai currently sitting on 1-0 and 2 in terms of KDA, so...
Oh, the charge coming from the other side from Baboka, but Boxy is ready for this, but the Split Earth is there with the Pulse Nova. Mickey taking tons of damage, does get off a good LSA, but it does not save him in the end, as Boxy getting run down now by Ori's Pulse Nova. Double kill for him. And Zai, now that they know he's left to his own devices, they can kind of harass him out of lane to a degree.
Oh my god, look how many creeps are mid too. They get the double kill. This is 2
Oh my
full
god.
waves and a siege creep.
That's a tower.
Is
that the tower dead?
First of all, you get a lot of tower damage in here, but the
not the whole
death
tower.
is that much more for the Lina losing.
Oh!
Getting low, and Baboka's charge will finish the job.
Dude, I freaking love Spirit
Aster
Breaker.
now all over the map, as we kind of expected with the draft. Able to take full advantage of this space cow.
Yeah, this is the luxury you have
Damn,
in this position.
Aster doing great.
Having this Underlord top, it's hard for Matu to put meaningful pressure onto XXS, who's running a Bracer and Ring of Health. He's just buying a full self-sustained build. He's going to finish his Vanguard now as well, coming out on the Courier.
Good glyph.
So if you want to kill this Underlord as Liquid, you need to bring 3+ heroes. I don't think they have any other way.
Wait, this is a true side. Normally they have team comms.
Interesting strategy at TI-11, Monet.
Every time when they run, in case you're wondering what just happened, when they show the true side, they mute the casters instantly and show the, well, they let you hear the team comms. Usually when I did broadcasts like that, we as the casters lead into that. We have people discussing it. They're like, oh, hey, let's hear from the players. We did this. But in Dota, it was like automatic every time. But now something wasn't working, so we didn't hear anything, so they just switched back.
I think taking some days off was probably pretty important for a lot of these teams, just to reset, because especially for Liquid, who had all that momentum, that I don't know. I would have been.
Maybe they weren't saying anything.
The overall consensus
the
that
players were all just quiet.
Most teams,
head down,
all of them,
and do the work.
Off and then started getting back into it. You know, you take a little bit of a break. Make sure you don't overwork yourself, because it is very, very mentally taxing to prepare for these games, and you've obviously played a very long tournament already to get to this point, so getting that little bit of a breather.
They didn't say anything. You could hear breathing.
Aster with a.
I thought it was
don't know if
me.
we should call this a recovery. Obviously, the bottom lane was not going too hot, but the rest of the map looking very good. And with that rotation bot where they killed Zai, they managed to take the tier 1 tower. They almost got the tier 1 tower mid as well, minute 8, which is very good news for Aster. Zai.
Wants to go on Monet, but he's going to get frostbit and charged. Already at half HP, and Monet can just right-click from afar.
What's going on with that creep?
Connects, and one more right-click should do it, although Siamese Cat next to
ogre
with another frostbite. It feels like it's getting shut down a bit.
What a freak accident for the ogre to come low ground, to aim a stun and freaking stun the Broodmother.
Rewarding and so powerful.
Yeah, I saw it. No, I saw the whole thing happening. And just wonder how it happened.
Crystal Maiden is a great support to play it with in the early stages because you have this long route and slow. You see Pichu in this game choosing to max out Frostbite, which we've seen sometimes. It varies whether people prioritize Frostbite or Crystal Nova, but against the Brood, the route is just so good to allow Sniper to get in all of that damage. Let's see if Monet's skills assassinate or not, because we've seen different Sniper builds here on level 6, whether you take that route at all, or if you focus on maxing out headshot. All right.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker probably popped him down.
Enough burst damage, but Boca charge not in time.
It's the humiliation.
Mika gets credit for that kill. That is his first of the game. He has a haste rune still, and with the Falcon Blade going for the BKB as a pretty fast item. Matu is getting chased, but just on the other side of the fog here. So
very good ward there. Pichu will realize this. Like he read that all too well. So. Gonna get the D ward, and they force out the glyph.
Dude, Sniper.
Immediately rotate into mid. They don't want to lose their mid tower.
Wrecking towers.
It's gonna show here.
Yeah, well, Mickey is getting charged, so now there's TPs coming into the mid lane. See if we can get the LSA off. Oh, uses the horsey and gives himself enough distance to get away. But in the meantime, they're gonna find Boxy instead, who is trying to help out Mickey, but wasn't really needed in the end.
Yeah, it looked like Boxy was trying to find an angle where he could maybe get a dispose onto the Leshrac, but what Aster did really well there was that they rotated not only
I love the sound on the shooting on this sniper skin.
So when Boxy did try to go for that, just gets frostbitten from the side and does not find any move. At the very least, the good news for Liquid here, bottom tower will be claimed. Brood is starting to build a new home here.
Broodmother's like, Peppa Spit, more web.
I wonder what build Zai goes here. We've seen a lot of Broods go this Arcane Boots into either Pipe or Wraith Pact, these kind of auras. I assume this game will be no different, but I wonder what the priority will be.
Is Sniper a better pusher than Brood?
Freaking good this game.
Yeah, there is a lot of.
But Brood is hard to catch.
Great at keeping your spiders alive during fights.
Yep, as he is taking control of the bottom lane. I mean, that's the one thing about transitioning out of this lane against the Brood. You just take over.
Oh, Leshrac against Brood.
He's so careful with showing on the lane, though. He's actually showing his hero, and that means he's opening himself up to being charged at any point.
Yep, all they need is a little bit of vision here. As a couple members of Aster in the cover of smoke, Zai in the trees, but his spidey senses are tingling. The ones that actually make sense. Yep.
Literally.
Looks like he'll be okay, so a little bit of wasted time, although another I have an idea that he's in the air.
Wasted though.
Ops. Oh, Crystal Nova just off. Actually did connect, and now they have the vision. There's the charge from Baboka. In comes XSS as well. And that is a big kill on
that
Design.
portal though, was that really necessary?
It worked out, and now XSS can just go back to where he came from.
This is a pretty cool duo of heroes that we like never see played. The Spirit Breaker plus Underlord combo. You charge someone, you Fiend's Gate in, and Spirit Breaker has that natural follow-up that he needs. This hero is one of its weaknesses, even though it's one of the best roamers in the game, is that it doesn't really solo kill very well. But you know, if you have something like Underlord,
every kill matters.
Sunstrike, like whatever it is at your disposal, then
you have to commit a lot to kill Brood.
With a charge, no rune here.
Moxie is here. Nice pit of Malice though, but the dispose keeps XXS at bay. Already at half HP, and in comes the Lich as well. But look, 4 members of Aster are continuing on here as Insania gets off his Chain Frost. Looks like he will drop in the end as Matu has finally come to play, but the Laguna Blade on top of the Rupture is enough to find himself a kill. Now the focus is onto Baboka, but the Sniper's going to get the brunt of the damage as Boxy gets the stun off, and Baboka will be next. Big turnaround here for Liquid. Great transition from Matu.
And they make sure to bring the numbers there. Matu coming in, Lina with the double damage. It's just too overwhelming. And Monet, would have probably been wise to not get involved there. You can understand why he's trying to help out his teammates, but Boxy isolates him with the rebound dispose combo, and once Sniper is repositioned, he's not getting out of there.
Broodmother feels like a better Enigma
for now. Wonder if
in terms of pushing
later to try to help with that.
And a worse Enigma in terms of ult.
Standard drop, Mask of Madness to Wraith Bands and Treads. Eyeing up the Dragonlance, Pike, another way to reposition, of course.
Much worse.
And he should need it this game. You gotta be feeling really good if you're Liquid with that exchange, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Significantly worse team fight, yeah.
Into their side, just barely.
She's like early game,
as we
like late game.
Rehash this conversation again, Cinder. You know where I'm going with this, I'm sure, but
Tier 5 neutral.
So they're quite different then.
Roshan, as we're gonna see another strike onto Insania. Ori's in the air, he gets off the lightning storm.
Yeah, Broodmother's closer to Beastmaster. I think
a bit of damage here and forces the rest of Aster.
He still has a team fight.
Just too long. They get a high five for their efforts. Which team would you say has the
but for the rest they're the same
in the Roche pit for both killing and fighting in the area?
I guess for killing, I would imagine Liquid does it maybe a little bit faster. It's kind of close.
After the yeah. I have a jump in 2 here. I think we can fight.
Lag.
I'm really sure. Sniper! Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
I can hear the seas of Singapore.
That was an Eternal Envy type showdown. That was nice.
They got done with their Naruto episode and now they're playing. So good to see.
Indeed. Anyway, you were saying
you guys may not know, but Singapore is practically an island.
So I think
there's a lot of sea.
Depending on, I guess it's level 1 side pick. It's kind of hard to say who's faster at it. I do like Aster's chances of fighting in the area in general, though. Underlord, Lesh, and Spirit Breaker, as well as Shrapnel level 4. He's very, very good in that area. But I think neither team has any interest in even thinking about Roche for quite a while. Neither lineup's particularly good at it. There's a lot of risk involved. Boxy. Good charge.
Charge in the top lane next to the tier 2, but the Frost Shield comes out again. Chain Frost not really bouncing, but finally does off of the creeps, and that is going to cause Ori to drop. But Boca gets disposed.
Wow,
TP
nice
cancels.
play.
Second kill for Liquid. A big punish in this top lane. That Frost Shield has been kind of pretty annoying for Aster to get through.
Yeah, they chose to go for that with 5-second cooldown on Nether Strike. They didn't have Spirit Breaker ult, so missing that component, but also Liquid seemed like they just read that play like a book. You know, Mike was in position immediately, getting that counter play. Nicely done from them. They get those 2. Mike now rocking a BKB. Is very ready to fight. Liquid actually hitting a strong time here. And
the Horsey is there. He gets stunned and brought down. Huge kill for Liquid, but XXS has come to play with his ult. Gets off the nice Pit of Malice and Firestorm. Insania looks to be the sacrifice at the very least, but Mickey and Matu want to continue to fight potentially.
This lags.
They're going to try to focus onto the Crystal Maiden, and a nice stun from Boxy. Under 2 heroes with Mickey's LSA.
Oh my god, Bloodseeker popping off.
For Aster and Liquid.
Matumba, man.
I mean, they got the big kill to start, and Aster still wanted to fight, and they get punished.
Yeah, just Lesh didn't get to play his hero there. Got chain stun completely, rebound into the LSA, took the full burst there from Mickey, and they get that job done easily. You're gonna see on the replay here, so really nice way to open this with Boxy getting the rebound.
We can switch to in-game too.
As XXS comes in and does kill off the Lich, it's a pretty small consolation.
Let's
nice
try in-game.
By the way, from Insania.
And Boxy stun coming up soon.
Yep.
We won't have replays, but
Absolutely destroyed.
who cares about replays anyway?
Stun into double stun.
And that was the
in-game is really bad
reveal
delay
as well on the left.
Really?
It just gets destroyed. Not literally. Not a Kyle. But Baboka now in the bot lane. He's going for the Shadow Blade. As Zai, again, he's just been chilling in the bot lane. He's close to finishing his pipe. And
I switched off low latency.
Aster has. That is going to be a huge pickup for them.
The play call here from Liquid is
maybe it's better now.
Zai alone. Let him do whatever he wants. He needs to get that item before he really offers teamfight impact. Curious to see what the idea is now. It's coming out. Are you going to see a bigger rotation? Are we looking at a bottom tier 2
We're still on Twitch. Maybe it won't be laggy now.
Rotation into killing a hero mid and then getting Roche. There's plenty of options for Liquid here with the game state they have set themselves up for. And I mean, essentially,
no delay in
doesn't
game.
have to join. Why would he, right? He can also just keep farming down here and keep being a
Let's stay here. Surely there'll be no more
down
lags.
here and defend, putting pressure on the tower, and just farming up, get toward his next item. Maybe an axe could be on the menu. Extremely annoying item to play Spirit Breaker against.
I wonder how accurate Dota Plus is for pro games.
Could be something he's considering.
And Liquid want to keep up the aggression.
I believe in Dota Plus win probability.
Now, or the BKB from
100% normally.
Two BKBs on the side of Liquid, and they are definitely ready to fight. As the tier 2 tower will take a little bit of damage, but XXS is going to show himself with the Firestorm, but Liquid want to kind of reset here. One thing we didn't really talk about is the fact that these two obviously face in the upper bracket, and we've seen it so many times. The upper bracket team that wins, that faces the team again in the lower bracket. The lower bracket team ends up learning more about that matchup.
That's normal.
And they got to see Tundra beat Aster as well. But potentially that's what we're seeing here right now. But standing onto the high ground, he is so tanky at half HP, but
Lich has been taking this.
As looks like it's going to be a trade for the position 5s. Nice freezing kill coming out, but it only delays the inevitable.
Oh, they ruptured Lash.
Yep, he gets his Bloodstone off just in time as Matu pops the BKB, but the Lash is dead. Laguna Blade into the grave, and Baboka getting chased, but a nice pit of Malice, keeping Boxy and company in this area. But the Dispose comes down on Baboka, but he does have the status resistance, and gets the charge off. The right click is coming for him. Is that enough? It doesn't look like it.
Bravely run away.
Live.
What an amazing escape from Baboka there, turning around to dodge the stun and then finding the charge through everyone to survive. I definitely had him expected dead there, but it gets out of there. Still, the big kill for Liquid is the Lesh. They keep.
Dude, what is Zai still doing here?
Yep, he's here all alone.
No.
Insania on the outskirts, but the Assassinate is coming, and that's not going to help you there. So Monet getting a nice pickup
He
for
got
himself
cocked.
as he.
Cocked the gun by
He's middle of
Sniper.
the pack in terms of net worth, and this is a hero that you do not want.
He was trying to
in
steal
that
Ancient's
area.
away.
I mean, how much of a comeback mechanic do you have on this hero, would you feel, based on the items that he's going for? Because he has Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, he's going for Hurricane Pike, so it feels like more mobility / utility than damage.
I guess with this build, you definitely do farm slower than if you had, say, Mom Maelstrom, but you probably just have to get the Pike at this time. If you go Mask Maelstrom, you just... It's gonna take too long before you have the essential items to be any sort of presence in a team fight. In skirmishes, this is also a pretty good single target damage build, right? You have a long range, obviously you have you can activate the take aim for the guaranteed headshots, which by the way are only level 2 on Monet currently, so his damage will ramp up significantly when he levels up to 13, 14.
Oh, Matu getting charged. There's a Fiend's Gate here as well. He pops the BKB, but still gets stunned.
He has no mana
That
for
is
TP.
4 members of Aster, and that is a
And I don't
nice
think it would have
pickup
helped.
for them. Very nice team play, and now, I mean, the Fiend's Gate is so cool, but Mickey, he's in the area. He's in Viz right now. The Ase does not connect, but they still get the stun.
It doesn't matter.
Laguna Blade to follow, but the Bloodstone healing up a decent amount. The BKB popped by Mickey, and that is enough to take out Ori again. He's left by his team via the Fiend's Gate.
Well, you always
And
get
Liquid
bashed by
taking full
Spirit Breaker
advantage.
on the charge.
Yeah, that missed stun from Mickey ends up costing him a BKB charge, but still well worth it. You're happy to get that kill. And probably the bottom tier 2 tower, I don't think you have a chance of defending this as Aster. Well, maybe they are going to try it.
Dude, that damage. What happened to the sound? What?
Finally comes out. It's only going to connect a couple times, but Mickey looks to be mega dead, and Zai and company have to get the hell out of here. Insania is successful, but Zai inside the Pit of Malice charged up.
Wait, can they get him?
And it looks like he's going to be brought down as well. So Aster successfully defend the tier 2 tower.
It seems like Liquid.
But they took a lot of damage on the tower.
That tower was just going to be given to them with a dead Lesh, but the crucial part in all of this is that Mickey with the miss stun ends up using the BKB on the first kill, and Aster like, wait a minute, can't we just go on this guy and kill him with Spirit Breaker and Underlord? And they could. There wasn't enough protection there. I don't think there was a defensive dispose from Boxy to try to reposition and keep him alive. And that's huge for Aster.
Yeah, we have a rupture onto XXS, but the rest of his team is coming. A nice charge on the 2, but the Blood Right does connect. Silence that Space Cow. But Boxy just getting right-click from afar. And Matu, despite having the BKB, does have the move speed to get away. And no range for the Assassinator, no vision for the Assassinator.
If they had any way of getting vision, that could have been so much bigger for Aster, but they're very, very happy with this for sure. The game was starting to look a little bit scary for a while with the control Liquid were getting, but
the first Roche attempt is here. Aster know that they're in a 5v4 situation.
No BKB on Matumba either.
Yeah.
Bloodseeker is just
Can we see their item builds?
hero in this time in
That's
the
so
game when you don't have
cool.
that BKB. It's so hard to run
We can check their item builds. Power Tread, Mask of Madness, Hurricane Pike, Grove Bow, Double Wraith Band,
try to poke at this, but
Bara,
it's just really difficult. They don't know the
Drums,
exact timing either.
Nether
Every
Shawl.
fighter's getting killed outside the pit.
Yeah. Looks like Monet will get the Aegis. Not putting on the Lesh. Your thoughts on that?
Underlord, Wraithbacked.
Yeah, I mean,
Soul Ring,
it's good
Vanguard,
on both. A lot of the time
Arcane
you do see
Ring.
it on Lesh because you get so much value from getting the full
Pupil's
mana
Gift,
refill
yeah,
when
that's
you
really
die
good
as
on
well,
him.
but maybe the logic is
Bloodstone,
Lesh is
Crystal
less
Maiden,
susceptible to dying
Smoke
straight away, he has
Deceit,
more health, he has the
Philly
Bloodstone,
Stone,
whereas
Drums.
if Monet gets jumped, he can just die
Double
instantly.
Drums?
And this way you
Double Drums.
also maybe open up a little bit more for the potential of poking top tier 2 tower with just the sniper. Lesh needs to go closer and expose himself to do that. Sniper can just safely take it from range, and if you do try to jump on him with your Marcy,
This is so
combination with
cool.
Lina, you know he has that second life you have to worry about.
Hero damage,
Both those
building
cores have
damage,
4 deaths each. For
buyback
Monet and
status,
Rory.
level.
But they've kind of brought this game back, Cinder, and this is net worth-wise very even. And obviously
So
the
cool.
Aegis is going to help them potentially extend that just a bit, as the tier 2 tower is not being defended yet.
And I think it is worth keeping in mind for a game like this that a lot of the expectation of how the game goes kind of rides.
Did you see the win rate just now?
Right?
It was 75% for Aster.
Impact aside from pushing out this bottom lane being there, has not felt like Brood has been a first phase hero, right?
They're not
Or
allowed
arguably
to
it has,
Excalibur.
because Aster solved
I would
it so
imagine.
well. A lot of Liquid's Brood game wins, they would be in a much better position than this now. And I think even just in an even game state like this in terms of gold, the Radiant lineup is having a pretty solid time scaling late game. I think a lot of what Brood offers becomes less and less important against this
Oh,
lineup.
wow, look at that. We can see the win chance.
Aster's lineup is just going to scale to the moon, right?
76%
Tricore.
for Aster.
That is true. Raid Pack has been there for a little bit on the Underlord, as we see a full smoke here from Aster.
Oh, you can see all the items.
They trying to go into the enemy triangle is the question. As a 4-stat picked up from Mickey, actually, so he's going the full Hurricane Pike as well.
Matumba Man is farming well.
Did he? Yep. No,
Changed his mind for now. He's still... Oh, he's changing over to Silver Edge. Okay, so I guess he wants the break for Atrophy Aura. And they need some more damage.
He's going to get spotted.
Wow.
Charge, right click, dead. Easy kill for Aster. See if they go for this tier 2 tower bottom now that they have the top. Or if they're just happy to farm away. I mean, how important is it for Aster to use this Aegis?
The Broodmother hates falling behind.
Or are they fine just farming? Like you said, they do technically scale better.
Yeah, I think they're fine farming, but...
I think Bara is a great counter to Broodmother. Spirit Breaker.
Probably mid is the most accessible one for them right now, because I think Brood really thrives in the bottom tower area. There's so many trees, so many angles you can find there to be annoying for the support, but...
He changed his mind again. He went Hurricane Pike.
Oh, he changed again. All right. Well, maybe the gold lined up nice.
Dire's bottom tower
Liquid are
is
not
under
too
attack.
phased by the Aegis, though. They're still gonna
Who turned
look
up?
to cross the river and maybe make an aggressive move. They do have a double damage on Mickey, which would be really nice for them to put to use. But Boku will push out that wave and reposition himself. It looks like Aster are aware that Liquid have some big plan here. Ori also farming very defensively over on the Ancient side, making sure to stay all the way left to not get caught. And this move from Liquid will bear fruit in the sense they get some good aggressive.
There's so much to look at any time.
Over at the Radiant Triangle.
The minimap in particular.
And they get a good ward down in mid, so definitely looking for some sort of catch against the Aegis team at some point in the near future. But looks like they'll have to settle for Mickey just, 10-shotting the top tier 1 tower casually with sidekick and double damage.
Yeah.
Packing 400 damage with that per hit. Not bad, but now it's run out. And Aster will opt for the bottom tower rather than the mid one. This was the one they had the option to access. I think they would have been happy to take mid, but that's where Liquid were grouped up covering the lane. So they will settle for a trade in the off lanes.
They will get it successfully. So 2K lead for Aster is the
Let's go high ground.
It's expiring in 40 seconds.
Yeah, they will knock on the high ground though. Sniper very good at this. Obviously, massive range. The only repositioning tool Liquid have is...
Dude, when I first started playing Dota, I had no idea what was hitting me. Why he got that big range. Like 1200? Come on.
You're hitting this tower.
Do you guys remember when I was Herald? A sniper kept killing me. Like, what is going on? You get like knocked back and stun locked.
Liquid Ori up in front. He's going to get ruptured. Pops the BKB. That's not going to do too much for him. But
this rifleman is broken.
3 seconds. Trying to get through the Fiend's Gate. He does so successfully.
A few days ago. No, that was a long time ago.
In part. Still a couple members here.
Not even Herald. That was on your unranked. Yeah.
Okay, does not want to take the Fiend's Gate. Wants to farm up mid.
I'm surprised
I still lost to Sniper in Herald.
That tower. I think letting Sniper just keep doing his thing was pretty good.
Fiend Gate counter rupture, yeah. It's smart.
End of the world, and I guess he did force the glyph, so maybe it's okay. But if Liquid find a move off it, the story will be very different. Ori.
That's actually why I predicted Underlord in drop.
LSA connection, but they still find the Crystal Maiden nonetheless. The right clicks are way too much.
Damn.
Already popped by Matu as they find the kill onto Ori. So 3 dead overall. The complete segregation of that fight, but Liquid coming out way on top.
Yeah, so what ends up happening there is Lesh has BKB cooldown from bottom, and he's walking in the mid lane together with Spirit Breaker. I think a pretty crucial mistake there from Aster, actually. The 2 heroes were even stacking up, so they got chain stunned and didn't get a charge up to try to protect Ori. He just walked straight into Matu, got ruptured and killed, or actually didn't even rupture, I think. They just hit him and tried to get away anyway without the BKB.
Able to clean up to tier 2 mid.
That is
Observer didn't watch his face.
And we won't know for the next Roche for another minute 40, but that is going to be an extremely important factor in this game, as it usually is. But looking at Ori's item progression, obviously he's had the Bloodstone for a long time. BKB is on 8 seconds. He's only used it once, surprisingly. Yep. Has the casual plate mail, and I would assume an eventual Shiva's, but still going for his boots of travel. I mean, his farm for a Lesh is not very good this game.
No, I think he's had a couple of times maybe pushing one wave too many, and Liquid have done a really good job punishing.
Titan Sliver, Matumba, man.
The 5 deaths on the Lesh is a major setback. You compare that to Mickey on the Lina with only 2. Has a 50 CS advantage because of this. The thing I wonder here for Ori is if Travel is actually the right choice, because you're obviously playing against Rupture, right? So having extra mobility in the fight isn't necessarily going to translate to more safety or more damage. Whereas having items where you can just stand your ground and survive longer, like you said, the Shiva or something to that effect could be an interesting choice. But maybe even Ags could be a thing this game. You're against Brood, Bloodseeker, and an attack damage Lina build.
Nihilism.
I think Nihilism could be interesting, but well, for now it is going to be the Travels. And obviously, it depends whether the flow of the game will turn into a little bit more of a stalemate where the teams are just pushing out waves and farming, because then Travels are obviously great. But if we have a key fight coming up sometime soon, this might not be the best allocation.
Nihilism is a tough ask for Leshrac. 4.2k gold.
Roche will be known to us now.
It's so strong potentially.
It's a long respawn, yes. 233. Will be quite a while before Aster
not
potentially
super
get their
good
hands on
into
that.
Lina Nihilism
because they are controlling the area for
so
now.
much magic damage.
And they did get the first one. There's no saying that Liquid can't make a team move in there and contest it.
Yeah. What does Leshrac do? It turns Leshrac and his enemies to ethereal, taking no physical damage, but taking more magic damage.
Yeah, it is very good.
It gives him an activatable to cast Nihilism, which does what I just described.
Damage. This Axe is just incredible for map control.
Smoke up, but they see Boxy. They're going to start charging him next to Liquid's outpost, technically in control of Aster right now. The charge is there, but the Frost is going to keep him healthy for the time being. Ori, though, and Baboka
but he doesn't take amplified magic damage.
Just like that, it's a 5v4, but BKB already popped by XXS as they find Zai in the trees, but the charge onto Matu. See who they try to focus here. Firestorm doing a lot of percentage-based damage. Lich ult coming out, but it's only going to bounce once as Zai just gets cleaned up. Double kill for Monet. With the Fiend Gates back to the fountain, they can just refresh and rejoin this fight as Insania looks to be next. 3 dead for Liquid. And Aster.
I freaking love Spirit
now,
Breaker.
Like you said, Roche is not going to be up for another minute, so they can't take advantage of that.
Definitely consider themselves lucky that this isn't up.
Who am I rooting for? For Liquid.
Because this would have been an easy collateral for
Dutch organization.
Would have forced 2 buybacks out of Liquid.
I'm Dutch.
Yeah, just a very different fight in terms of positioning here, right? So you get the charge onto the Marcy, so she doesn't get to play the fight at all. Ori gets ruptured. They get this Marcy kill, they run back, and then they zone control. Underlord is creating tons of space by just running in with a Pit of Malice and just frontlining. Sniper is keeping them at bay with shrapnels. There's the Crystal Maiden ult coming up. It's just too difficult for Liquid to re-engage here. And a nicely played fight here from Aster will secure themselves a good position in the game once again. And the control of the pit, 30-second respawn on that. Both teams will want to get access to this. This is the second Roche, so will come with a little bit of a bonus.
And Mickey has the data list.
Do Dutchies have a problem if you call them Holland? Nah, we don't care. Technically, it's the Netherlands, but most of us prefer saying Holland too because it's easier.
Feeling a lot safer against the Rupture.
It doesn't matter.
You get yourself that freedom of movement.
Well, the Rupture's on his team.
I'm not XT on that.
Oh, I was looking at the Lesh. He's also going link.
Oh, yeah, that one makes sense. I'm trying to figure out this.
Everybody gets a link.
The charge is very annoying.
Yes, I'm only willing.
That's true.
And I mean, the only way to take full advantage of that, if you're the Spirit Breaker, is to get an Ags, which he is going for. So the Lincolns won't be that big of a deal at that point. So we have a smoke down from Liquid.
It's pretty obvious they're smoked if they cast spells.
Liquid are going to come contest this, and they are very right. The top lane is all the way in the tier 3 tower, and no one from Liquid's defending this. Is a dead giveaway that Liquid are up to something here.
And Roche has a
will do the same. Baboka is terrifying with that Shadow Blade that he's had for a while. If they get vision on anyone, they could just get stunned out of nowhere on Liquid's side with very minimal defense, except like we talked about the Frost Shield, but doesn't really save you from this Radiant lineup very well.
Yep, Ori already used his Bloodstone.
Can you speak Dutch? Yes, I can. I can.
Cooldown on that.
Success. We'll find the ward.
Very tense as both teams know that Roche is up.
With the gem, knows that Liquid have vision here. Obviously not going to go for the D ward. Way too risky. He could get jumped by Marcy.
This is interesting.
There, so
they huddle together during smoke as 5 for the most part.
Next wave will now be
nobody's doing bottom lane anymore.
Well,
too risky.
This up out of the Shadow Blade, just killing all of those spiders in one charge.
Yeah, ever since they changed
Roshan is up.
His bash to do that much
bottom
damage
lane, dead lane.
Yeah.
Very even better counter.
I think this is the most CS I've seen a Spirit Breaker have been at 34 since Xiao 8 played at mid. That's what spiders will do for you.
That is true. I mean, he's halfway to his Ags, and that thing is crazy how good.
Invisibility.
Still posturing on the other side of the map. No one quite ready to fight.
I wonder how it translates to pubs.
Could potentially decide the game. I mean, it's a little early to call that, but
I would be bottom lane for sure.
The win percentage with second Roche has got to be really high for the team that gets it. As look how close this game was. Yeah. 68% for Aster. Would you feel that? Watching this right now as the Rupture onto Ori gets disposed. Ori at half HP. He's gonna get bashed out. Zamatu trying to recognize his way. Bloodstone's not gonna be enough.
68% for Aster.
Support for a mid, and Liquid trying to reset. Now the Boxy is on relatively low HP. Dispose onto Matu with the rebound movement speed buff as well.
And Leshak has been getting murdered.
Yeah, around the buyback from Insania. A 5v4 situation.
How did they get the sniper
Lesh
though?
has buyback too, but no BKB ready.
Through Crystal Maiden, Underlord, and Bara.
Here, of course,
Getting to sniper seems really hard.
Bloodseeker with a minute cooldown, and Aster are actually confident that this is enough for them to contest the pit. They know they can buy back their Lesh. What can you travel on? They have the outpost too.
Yeah.
So the connection point is there.
Ooh, Monet double damage as well. McKay inside the pit, and Malice gets Force Staff to safety, but they're gonna find a space count first. Laguna Blade onto XXS. A nice chain frost bouncing as XXS still has the BKB activated.
Good literal.
Looks to be next on the list, but double buybacks now from Aster, and they can reconnect.
Triple rebuy, triple buyback.
Especially wants to put a Fiend's Gate there. Still 5v5, but that is several buybacks from Aster. But
Boxy is low.
Very important for Liquid to charge on to Mickey, but the Frost Shield's going to be able to get a lot of his physical damage. Boxy's
Sniper BKB.
Help his teammate, and Mickey pops the BKB, trying to get the dieback onto Ori. He's at half HP, but the Bloodstone healing up to a high degree.
Sniper!
Ori diebacks, and Monet
Sniper!
He's just stuck there.
Sniper!
His way out of this, getting some lifesteal now, but Zai, is he be able to take him out in the end? It's going to be close.
Sniper! Just shoot, low.
Standing still for the last 30 seconds. Matu has already died, and now Baboka trying to chase the Lich. There's a rebound. Mickey gets instantly stunned.
They got him.
Back. They kill Monet.
He bought back.
Finally, he buys back into the game, though. And now the Unleashed going to town on XXS has bought back himself as well. Looks like Broodmother is next here, though. And now this has turned into a 3 versus 2, technically in favor of Aster.
Dude, Boxy.
That's another dieback for him. Boxy keeping away. He is successful. 6K lead for Liquid.
Damn.
What the hell was that fight?
How can Sniper do that, someone asked? Mask of Madness, baby. Elven Tunic. BKB.
How many buybacks was that? I kind of lost the whole lot.
I mean, this isn't even accurate.
Everybody buybacks.
I believe from Aster used
no, not everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people.
Really not progressive.
On Aster.
They want to go. They have the
2 on
rebound
Liquid.
available. Roche is relatively low. The Frost Shield is there, but a nice pit.
The root! Boxy!
He gets to that pit. He gets to dispose off. Who gets the Roche is the question. Nobody wants to kill it.
Oh, Sniper got the Aegis.
Aegis. So technically Liquid get the kill. Not sure who got the shard on top of that, but either way, Aster is happy with this exchange.
He got the kill.
Looks like Boxy. Did he actually take the shard?
Boxy grabbed it, and in a fit of panic, he used it instantly. I don't think that's the best shard they could have used there.
Rebound can throw an ally.
Brood or Lina. Yeah, maybe it's actually the best.
It might be fine, actually.
Now they have a save that they haven't had before. They can obviously rebound the target away.
Okay, not able to hit the LSA there, but wow.
I mean, honestly, the
Lina's abilities deal bonus damage.
Stayed alive, right? It's because he's getting Crimson Guard.
Shard would have been sick on Lina.
Do 0 damage. Zai has a 0 damage item build, so he's basically tickling him. And Monet was just using Mask of Madness.
Yeah, he got the kill on the Shard. It's pretty good.
I've never seen a sniper stand still for that amount of time. And we have some more action, it looks like, potentially.
Still, Aegis on Sniper.
But Zai is kind of stuck. He's going to get charged at it.
That's a great result for Aster.
He's going to get bashed up, but we'll be able to get the
try killing Sniper twice.
As Liquid just don't have the damage right now, but Zai, he gets charged into the Nether Strike and into the right clicks of Monet. And now with the assault onto XXS.
If Liquid wins next fight, they win. No buyback. Yeah.
Insult to injury, and this pushes even faster for Aster.
Does having no buyback status increase your death timer? It feels like it does.
Tier 2 tower looks to be done. How much more can they get? Still 3.5 minutes on the Aegis.
50 seconds on Brood as well.
Yep.
And Zaya does not have buyback gold. They do not know this
15, 25 seconds or so. It felt so long.
He cannot reconnect to this fight. Still, you have to be a little bit careful about this.
Oh, Sniper got silenced. Now he can still do everything.
Defense, as we've already established, Boxy with the dagger doesn't even need to rebound in. He can blink in and dispose and rebound out to maybe force a BKB.
Dude, it's so sick that Snapfire gives high ground vision.
Blink out if he's fast enough. If he takes any damage, that is not happening.
He can rebound his teammates.
He can also do that. He could rebound
next death is 20 seconds more, 20-25.
We have seen it during the DPC. We have seen the Marcy Shard win games and lose games. Come on, Boxy. Habibi!
I'm keeping over. I can't get it. I mean, whatever happens, this fight will do a good fight, I think.
Yeah, buyback Sniper. And
nice quality.
The buybacks there.
Yeah.
Wonder if he counted all of them and wrote down all the times. That would be very impressive. That would be inhuman, as a matter of fact.
I wonder if they hear that too, the players.
It's nice to have a human calculator on your team, as I'm sure you can attest to.
Yep, I have that every game.
Well, 2 minutes still.
I was thinking the same thing, Candy Bombers. First contact with aliens. I was thinking the same thing.
Right now. An incredibly
aliens listening in.
Is bottled from Monet, and I'm sure that they're going to want to use it here to at least get a tier 3, if not, try to get a barracks.
That bottom lane is very, very open. Minute 50. I don't know how much is left on the bottle. When did he pick that up? So if he picked it up around 40, it might have been sitting there for a little bit, but should have enough time to maybe connect on a wave. The spinners, snares are starting to make life difficult.
Lina's farmed AF though. What's he got?
Very annoying.
Lincoln was deleted, but
I actually think
lives on in Brood.
I was saying this is kind of the new
for Spirit Breaker, I guess.
Snare. It is incredibly annoying.
It pops. When it pops out of nowhere, it means they have vision and charge you. Deadless Hurricane.
Bottom just yet. Monet pumps the DD. Force out the glyph. They will get another glyph after this tower falls, mind you, with the changes. So Liquid do have another round of defense with the Baron.
Does he have?
Already finally down.
Yeah, Monet's attack speed is nothing to scoff at. He's got.
Oh, he's got the trigger lines.
Brood Mother, Underlord, Mask of Madness activation.
There it is. The trigger line. You get a warning when an enemy walks over it.
Try to find perhaps an
and what else was it?
Just pushing out mid for now. Do they even have any smokes left?
They become rooted.
They do not. Yeah, they do. They have one on box.
Oh, that's a nice counter against Spirit Breaker.
Challenge something here, they can, but it's a very, very difficult position to access your.
You get a minimap ping. You get a minimap ping, a root, and an alert that, and they take damage.
Find another spinner snare. I'm sure he's having a great time there.
How long is the route?
They're smoked up, but he knows,
it doesn't
right?
say.
So he notifies them.
Yep. This is not happening.
That is actually hilarious, man. I think it's my first game casting Brewdags.
It's one of those things that's hilarious to watch, and then you're imagining being a player on Aster.
Oh, of course. Of course.
It counts as smoke, yeah.
But that's Dota, right?
It is very annoying.
4 seconds of root. That's a long time.
It's time. This age is expiring just now. Aster
until recently, this was thought to be bad. This scepter.
They get the bash up, and Monet is right-clicking from afar. Vicky pops the BKB, gets a Laguna Blade, and now they jump on top of Monet.
Wow, they got sniper.
Immediately, no buyback for him, and Baboka now stuck between a rock and a
Wait, is it over? It may be over. I think Liquid just did it.
What a fight. What an initiation with no vision, I'm pretty sure. Not able to get the rebound. Boxy has been playing out of his mind.
Not over.
And now down the mid lane, Liquid goes
just go
with
mid
a
and win.
7K lead, knowing that a lot of these buybacks will not be available.
You can't high ground in just 130. Oh, that's the glyph. And second glyph.
The smoke breaks, he instantly just blinks up blindly and pops his ult. BKB finds a target.
They have buybacks up? They do not.
And Monet tries to come in and help, but
they do not. Only Underlord. It's a 3-man defense against Brood Mother and Lina. Insane damage.
They're going to try to go for the throne. They know that Sniper's not back for 60 seconds. Tier 4 is already at half HP. They're going to be able to take it out pretty swiftly.
It might be over.
Actually defend this in a 3v5 situation. Finally, a fortification.
I think it is.
They won't have one for the rest of the game in all likelihood if they continue down this mid lane. Unleashes pop for Boxy, just priming and ready to go. One tier 4 down.
Lich is coming.
Will Liquid continue on here? 33 seconds on Monet. Crimson Guard trying to mitigate a little bit of damage here, but there's the initiation on X. They get the Rupture on him. They force tap him as well, but he's going to live inside the fountain. But the tier 4 goes down as well.
GG.
Now onto the Ancient
No?
Ori. Pops the BKB
Right?
and Bloodstone.
Just hit the throne.
Is now onto the Ancient for Liquid. All they have to do is right click that they'll get game
Wow,
one.
GG.
Pretty big, but make it continue to right click with the data. That's going to be enough. Liquid take game 1. Unbelievable.
Nice.
I don't know how this team continues to give everybody heart attacks around the world.
Nice.
But I'm close to that right now, Cinderin. Good lord.
It's best of 3.
What an amazing way for them to do that. So the moment Aegis expires, they're like, it's go time. We smoke. They run in. They find an amazing fight. There's no buyback
It's best
on
of 3.
Aster on the
Brutal.
Sniper. Their best line of defense is out of play, and Liquid just take the risk. They're assuming he doesn't have the buyback with the fresh butterfly, and they just commit. They run down the mid lane,
Brood
they push
undefeated.
through it, and they get the job done. What an
7-0.
amazing way to end that game. and not the way
You
I thought
gotta
it was
ban
going to
this
end
guy
up.
out.
The speed.
Yeah.
This happened very suddenly. They found the perfect moment, and they get themselves up 1-0.
Absolutely unreal game. And if you're Aster, obviously we talked about they 2-0'd Liquid in the upper bracket. They face them now, and this is a team. This is a different Liquid team than we saw in the upper bracket. I mean, they were upper bracket, sure, but their momentum, despite this break, is just ridiculous. This is like team spirit.
When I played Broodmother in my A to Z, I was told Scepter is bad for Broodmother.
Pretty fearsome.
Even though it reads well, but it's hard to use, right?
Let's go to the studio and see what they have to say. Don't listen
But the
to
pro's been using it. Zai's been using it.
Thank you for that. Indeed, I know
In
that
pubs
a lot of
it's
people
bad,
are
yeah.
wondering, like,
Maybe.
5-day break, that momentum, it might be gone. No, it's not. No, it's not. Team Liquid take game 1 here against Aster, so they are one step away from getting to that final day of the International 11. I'm joined by Jenkins, Lacoste, and Effie. Effie, this game, where do you want to start breaking it down? Because it was such a close game till the very end when we saw Monet die without buyback.
I mean, that was a great game, just as we expect from Liquid, but I guess I just want to start from the draft, because I think that they did something really cool conceptually that game, which was they countered the Leshrac that they gave to Ori, which is one of his best heroes, with the same timing, the 15-minute pipe timing on the Broodmother versus the 15-minute timing of the Blitzen on the Leshrac. And it felt like every time Ori was taking these fights, he just was not healing. And the BKB from Lina came in so early as well. So I think if you just break it down to basics like that, they had a lot of really cool ideas that they obviously prepared for.
How does this keep happening? Every single time Team Liquid plays, it's just pure chaos, pretty much. You know, ever since like their days in Alliance, some of these players, like, you know that they're not going to be able to close out the game.
I wasn't Googling Effie.
Like this against Thunder Awaken.
I was messaging my YouTube editor.
Yeah, Zai's like, yeah, I gotta check it out to see what's in this door. And yeah, he joins, but most of the time he was at the bottom, just chilling, farming his items, something that Effie did mention.
I've Googled all the casters before if you wanted to know.
Here, people life-stealing from both
Especially
of the
Jenkins.
packs, having the life-steal from the sidekick, Paladin and Sword as well. I think Boxy is having the time of his life. Like, this is some extremely good performance. This might even be, you know, Boxy, Tosca really up there, but Boxy on Marcy completely
That
different.
TP was insane.
Yeah, so many times clutch plays coming out from him.
It's like a redemption arc for him, I feel like, because, you know, when Liquid lost Taiga, I think a lot of people were thinking, you know, Taiga, for this guy, he's an offlaner. He's coming in and taking Taiga's role, you know, fan favorite going over to OG, but it's like he has absolutely proven himself over the year. I think we were pleasantly surprised casting him in
good game from Matumba Mickey.
But this isn't just like a pleasant surprise from him. This is fucking insane. He's legitimately carrying his team. That
I like how you can curse
on his shoulders, the blink
on
up
Dota
onto the
stream.
high ground, the
On TI.
BKB TP out that we saw. He was not only initiating.
It has helped me embrace my inner cursor as well. I've been much more vulgar since I started Dota.
He was doing the damage. This guy's a 4 position, not the carry.
No, he's definitely insane on that role, as you say. And someone who's also insane, a little bit, is Direction Slack, who's in the crowd.
Interesting.
Stadium is packed. I thought that we would go and talk to some people about that last game. Pretty exciting stuff here. Hello. Who are you rooting for in that last game?
Liquid, obviously.
Obviously. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, what'd you think?
I thought it was phenomenal.
And what do you think about this stadium here right now? You feeling it? You feeling the TI hype?
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at it. We got flags and banners.
The desync?
It's great.
All right. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada? I saw the hat. I thought you were one of my people. Can we get one yeehaw, please? Canadian yeehaw?
Yeehaw!
Yeah! All right, any Aster fans? Aster fans? Anybody like Aster? Oh, okay, we got an Aster fan. What do you think about that last game, my friend? They need some words of encouragement. Anything to say?
They're both pretty good, but I just support whoever wins the team fight, actually.
Okay, well, that's depressing. I think they needed something more. Don't worry, you can do it, Aster, right, boy? Everybody, we got it? Aster! All right, fantastic. Well,
Hope you can be better.
Back to the panel, my friends. But before we do, I just wanted everyone in the arena to let those people that are watching know what they missed. Can we please tell them from home how hyped we are? Let's go, Singapore! I'll do it. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Slacks indeed. Slacks and banners, what more do we really need? I know that Aster needs a little bit more, though, because they've got a lot of pressure on them now, Lacoste.
Yeah, most definitely, because, you know, they showed how good Dota they can play on LAN, but if they don't win this series, this is going to be the second time in TI history that there's not going to be a Chinese team in top 3. There was one time that it
What's Aster got to ban next game?
That, you know, they are carrying the
Brood?
for their region.
Marcy?
Definitely, because they eliminated the other Chinese team that was in the TIs, that was still in TI, and PSG LGD. Let's hear them talk about it.
打那个汤者的时候，我能感觉到我们队有一趟压力，就是自己给自己压力，就没有什么别人，就是可能感觉就是放不开吧，就我们。
Feel strong, man.
我觉得兰姆他就是，然后输给汤角之后，他还跟我们说了，是我们打的太没有那个进攻性了，就是打得太怂了。然后我们总结过了，就改天就打败老干爹嘛，
就感觉老干爹一直是我们就是在中国赛区最大的竞争对手，然后之前也很多比赛被他们什么3比0、2比0，然后就各种被他们就是被他们干嘛，然后。
Minute 22, Gabe and Gabe Radiant, 88% chance of winning.
Damage is going to be enough to actually get beautiful rolls coming out from XXS. They take him out 2 for nothing to start this fight. He's A-OK as Ori. He's going to get the instant kill on a nothing to say who does not have buyback. And now they're going to turn this around into the Primal.
Dude, these fights are insane.
The beginning of the end of game number 1 as Aster have come back with a vengeance. It's going to get the double spear with the shard. Triple kill on Ori. Nothing to say is dead. Will he get the Sunder? No. 4 dead for PSG LGD as GG's come out. Aster eliminate LGD from TI11.
Pro level fights are crazy.
Knocking out LGD. What was it like?
打完之后感觉又是挺可惜的感觉，就被死边什么的，看蛮可惜的感觉。
这次到了 TI， 肯定还是想往更高的名次冲刺，想把以前的那些输掉的比赛都赢回来。
我觉得我们今年这5个人在一起的那一刻，我就觉得我们是奔着今年的冠军来的。我
挺难忘的吧？这7年来，这是我第一次冲进 TI 4强，并且有拿冠军的机会吧，所以我非常珍惜这一把翻盘，然后也很珍惜和我的队友走到现在。
我觉得不管是老干爹还好，还是我们，还是RNG 好，为了中国粉丝尽力去拿下这一个冠军吧。然后之前中国赛区的成绩都比较不错，然后都是老干爹，差不多都是老干爹拿的。然后今年到我们了，所以我觉得我们也要接下这个重任，然后不负众望。
Nice music.
Now that for sure is a lot of responsibility to carry on your shoulders, but if there's one coach that can propel you to do that, it is Alanam, because he's been at every international apart from one. He only missed CI7. This is his 10th international, his first as a coach, and he knows what you need as a player, I think, Jenkins, in order to make sure that you can focus on your game most of all.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's been one of the most experienced people at this TI at the start and at the end, which it is funny that for this TI, a lot of the newcomers, the new blood, we're actually losing them. We're down 20% in terms of new blood versus old blood. It turns out experience is reigning supreme here, at least in the main stage of TI.
Yeah, Aster still has also a first-timer, FP.
Yeah, in Siamese Cat. Interestingly enough, we found out today that he's the oldest player on Aster, but he is the newest to competitive play, which
so you're saying
I thought
there's
was
a
really
chance
cool
for me?
because he's kind of like Aster's troublemaker in that he's always starting fights in
For
pubs
boomers?
in China and coming up with memes. But I really like that you guys brought up the experience factor because that really feels like it was what Aster was lacking. Last year, they had really great results within China, but not internationally. But this year, they brought in Ori, who has so much competitive experience, and it really felt like that was the piece of the puzzle, and they needed just some in-game shot caller, someone to play around, someone who knows their stuff. And if you combine that with Lanham, who we've already talked about, has so much TI experience, you can really see the effect of it on this team.
You can indeed. Fun fact about Pichu, or Siamese cat, is that he wants to open a pet shop. He wasn't playing professional Dota 2, but he is playing professional Dota 2. A cat shop specifically, by the way, what's in the name? And he is playing Dota 2. He's walking to the stage right now. We got Team Liquid and Aster for the second game of this best of 3. They'll be taking their places. The pressure is on. The crowd is there to give them more energy, though, to propel through for sure as they are taking their seats. Now, one thing we've been talking about Aster, and we can continue talking about Aster, but isn't it also a lot of fun to hear players talk about players or teams talk about teams? For example, to hear Team Liquid talking about Team Aster.
I think Aster, they're individually, they're very, very strong.
A lot of the Chinese teams tend to have like a very good idea of like cohesion, and they play together very well, and they understand like how to ebb and flow around the map. Like when someone's being aggressive on one side, the other side is defensive, and they play this kind of map very, very well.
I think their individual strengths, along with like, I'm sure Lanham brings a lot to the table because the cohesion and their overall strategies is also very solid.
In a lot of games, you can see they get severely outfarmed, but it doesn't matter because they just construct this 5-man ball that eventually will win the game. You know, no matter what, how much you outfarm them, they will win the game. Is their style, and it works well for them, and we're gonna try to counter that.
Well, and they did already in that first game, of course. I want to talk a little bit more about the game plan that we saw coming out from Aster. This is one of the faster drafts we've had, right? Because you do have...
I don't think Effie's using a fake voice. She just has a soft voice, so it's easy for Sigma,
7 years, Lacoste.
Yeah, I mean,
pretend Sigma males
7 years, some people
to
have
diss
not
her.
been playing Dota for that long that are in this tournament, which
That's
is
a real
pretty
voice, and she's a good
impressive.
analyst.
Sticking together, the chemistry is out there.
A lot of people confuse a soft voice to mean weak personality or weak mind or weak or whatever. It's a natural charisma thing. It's an animalistic thing. Someone has a soft voice, you think that they are not authoritative. This is an error. It's like thinking that someone that has a booming voice has authority and knowledge.
So you know that they're theory crap.
I've listened to Effie's analysis. I'm only Crusader myself, so what do I know? But I thought it was good.
To talk about the other side of the coin, I think Liquid prepared for this match so well. I was genuinely so impressed. I did manage to talk about it a little bit, but they gave away Aster's comfort heroes. They gave away the 2 heroes.
There's a lot of people.
Upper bracket, right?
Well, a lot. I've seen several people that say her voice isn't real. Like, what? You think she's gonna fake it?
And I thought that
what are you on?
Mother into the Lash was very innovative because typically you don't really think about them as a timing versus timing hero, but that's actually what it turned out to be. And of course, Boxy, who lost on the Marcy twice to Aster, just came out swinging, right? Like,
As long as you're not Guardian, we can listen to you, yeah. I'm Crusader now.
So
I have
feel
good
like
analysis.
Liquid, their momentum didn't stop. The 5-day break did not hurt them like a lot of fans were worried that it would do. It actually seems to have benefited them. And you can really see the impact of the 3 coaches in Liquid now in this 5-day break. They really upped their analysis.
And going back to Aster,
I saw someone say in chat, as a caster analyst, you need to command your voice, though. Yeah, just change your voice.
Especially
just change it.
On the Spirit Breaker, he was, I think,
some clutch stuff.
Yeah,
have a better command of your own voice and sound how I want you to sound.
Saying almost the exact same stuff about Baboka. Like the 4 positions both carried so hard. in both of these games. So I feel like
just
the game
change it.
just came down. It was very close for the entire thing. It was back and forth either way, and it came down
Who
to
do I
like
think
one,
will win?
Or two like clutch fights right at the end. I think Aster can
Liquid.
repeat the same thing, maybe with a little bit of a tweak, and they can feel good
but
about the
2-1
preparation.
in Liquid fashion.
It's easy to say, oh, they should have done that, but I don't mind. Like, I think Aster played well. The shot calling, when to use the buybacks. This is where the game kind of went towards Liquid's way, because they used 4 buybacks and they didn't get too much.
I don't think most casters use a fake voice. Personally, I use a fake voice. This isn't my real one.
Okay, guys, it is time. We're going to head into that second game.
But that's a personal choice.
Versus Aster. Let's head over to some experts for the draft.
This is my real voice.
Team Liquid versus Team Aster. Game 2.
Nice echo.
Thank you, voice of God.
What do you think of Dota casters compared to other game casters? I think overall we're very lucky with Dota casters.
What did you guys think?
The level is very high, I think.
Great to kick off, I think. A lot of action in early and mid game, a lot of fighting. I think you could see the nerfs a bit as well. Like, people tend to go for a bit more risky plays and stuff, but I mean, that's what the stage makes you do. So, pretty enjoyable, pretty back and forth game, enjoyable to watch.
Feels like having a player like Boxy who's not afraid to take risks is so powerful when you're in this game state, and he was on the Marcy, which he will not be this time, because it will be on Aster. I think we unanimously agreed that it felt like Boxy probably the MVP of that last game. Yeah.
Sven Lina ban by Liquid against Sven.
Landing stun after stun.
Marcy steal by Aster.
Blinking in, setting things up for his team.
Nick's ban makes sense.
This time around, though, has to find another solution.
Yep.
Let's go, Prodigy. Thanks, dude. Tier 3 sub.
There's a Primal Beast.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Primal's in the pool, you're right.
So you talk about how Marcy own, and these are fast picks, by the way. These things know exactly what's going on.
Sniper.
Boxy's Tusk has been pretty disgusting as well. Like, he's played like 3 or 4 heroes like S tier.
Primal? Where's Primal?
Sure. Do you like it as a counter 4 matchup against Marcy? Is Tusk one of the better ones, or do you not really mind?
To be honest, Sniper was good last game.
Took the second hero after Marcy. That's honestly how it goes sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I mean, one of the very crazy things is 8 Sniper on Aster.
Yo, Zionis! Thanks for the 10 gift subs.
Super highly. There's not a Lina this time, and Sniper is usually a Lina counter, so they just like it no matter what.
In before Aster picks Leshrac again and lose? What do you mean in before? He's right here.
Second stage as
on Liquid side.
Yep.
Don't remember what else event, I think.
In after, you mean? In after that didn't happen.
Yes, they banned Mars, Naga, and Pango. I do think the Pango will go, yeah, it will. So, yeah, it's... I feel like when you're targeting XXS in second phase bans, these would be my 2 go-to ones.
Are you planning to finish the whole tournament day before you go to bed?
I guess Bruce is a pretty good hero against Lesh.
I slept 1 hour.
Uses a counter pick, just, you know, Lesh hits.
I did my stream as usual, and then instead of sleeping 8 hours, I woke up for TI after an hour.
One of XXX's top tier heroes, and they're gonna have to pick 16 to 17. They don't know what they're going up against. And I think Aster is one of the teams that.
How am I feeling? Good. I'm pumped to watch.
If you think it's good, Toby.
There's a Visage for him.
He plays Visage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 1.5 hours.
Yeah, Visage an old school Lash rank counter as well.
Not bad.
The
Ruined Dogo's schedule? He's fine.
On Aster.
True, actually. yeah. So still, like, once again, you're playing against Liquid, you're playing against Marty, you're thinking, do you ban that lone bird or do you not?
Paper, it's bad.
Yeah, I aimed for 90 minutes specifically because it's a full REM cycle. You want to sleep in bits of 90 minutes.
More countered by Frost Shield, and Insania did have a pretty meaningful impact.
If I do like 2 hours,
however,
I may be more screwed up.
Lich is like, I guess the Frost Shield component against snipers just straight right click is nice, but he's never really going to be.
What's your dog's political view? Very food leaning. Food for the people.
Goes for that. Kind of a hybrid mix.
He's all about food for the people, for everyone.
Both Sniper and Marcy.
Yeah.
Like, it will just counter them too hard with the Lash.
He's a he.
Also, the Brew button coming out last from Liquid, I think that's very smart. As I said, like, XXS really loves this hero and would have been a decent answer to the Lash rack. The main coming out is no surprise, honestly. Maybe it's a surprise it didn't get banned. It's one of those heroes that Insania just loves to play. It's another Frost hero and strong in lane. Surprised it didn't get banned, I guess.
Yeah, they're more afraid of Lich than Serum.
Yeah. But I think it makes sense against Marcy and Sniper with the Lesh, no? Like,
I guess.
With the Frost Shield.
Do you think there's any downside to
Broodmother ban, Lich ban, Lifestealer ban. Just ban everything he lost to.
Position 1 Lesh, technically. You said
Oh,
Aster
Chikiro.
would do that probably, but as we're gonna see a Putka.
Oh.
What's Chikiro win rate?
Sniper patches flex.
53. He doesn't get picked a lot.
Yeah, I think Liquid, they don't flex
58
the Lesh too much.
patch.
I don't think Mato's played Lesh a single time this tournament, and Mika always had good results.
Mika can play safe lane.
Dude, look at the win rate for Tusk.
Yeah, if there's a good reason.
64.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, Storm Spirit 79?
They really want a solution for the Sniper in their
What?
lineup here with that backline jump.
This is really interesting.
So I believe it was actually
That's the highest
it was
I've
Liquid
seen.
against Thunder Awaken, where Thunder were picking Pudge into Lesh.
They
and
got
he is
all the
just
win rate
insane against this
heroes,
hero. You pop
Liquid.
Flesh, you take basically no damage from Edict, you take almost no damage from Pulse Nova if you have any
Imagine
sort of
running a
magic resist on top of
50%
it.
win rate comp
So is it direct counter
against
from
an
Aster
average
to the Lesh? Do you
65
feel
win
like
rate comp.
Storm's matchup against Pudge is meaningful though, or?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's I honestly, I don't have to play any of those two heroes, but it's probably a decent matchup for the Storm Spirit. He does very well against many melee heroes, and obviously an answer to Sniper, which I feel like they were lacking. I think the mid matchup is probably fine.
I've seen Storm lose mid really hard to Sniper.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. So like they could actually opt to put the Sniper mid and the Pudge carry. That could be a very, I think, Sniper fair matchup of midding against the Storm.
Is there a world that you can play a 3 Pudge on XXS? Because he has also played that hero in the past, or is that just kind of outdated at this point? We've barely seen it this tournament, right? It's almost only carry and mid.
I think that would be wild. I think that would be a bit like crazy, especially because Monet and Ori are just insanely confident on it.
Yeah.
And I picture XXS as sort of the team fight hero player, like the Panda, like a band out the Pango, the Mars. They even banning like more and more the Tide. I think they want some AoE control.
Let me catch up.
For XXS now, what's it going to be? Like you don't know your carry matchup.
Tide Hunter
so I'm
ban.
assuming you're trying to pick an offlaner
Ursa,
that initiates
Bloodseeker.
for your team and maybe has a solution for Storm to an extent.
A lot of
or
position
same
1
thing?
bans,
No.
naturally,
No.
towards the end.
You don't want to get counterpicked by Matu and playing his sinking.
Yeah, so...
What do you play here?
Casual Visage.
As Matumba man.
Any melee strength hero.
Yeah, Ursa destroys
I guess
Pudge.
Aster's team fight would then not look
So that makes sense.
That good. I'm still curious if Liquid is thinking about putting the Lash Strike possibly on Matsu.
Lone
but I think
Druid.
It's almost 99% on Zai. He shot it multiple times.
Faces Void or Lone Druid?
Oh, the Dawnbreaker's still on the pool,
Just
yeah.
killer.
Liquid might ban it though.
Yeah. Dawn for XXS is definitely an option. He was banned last game as well by Liquid. It's kind of going down the list again. I wonder if there's anything else they have their eyes on as a potential threat that Aster might go for, but yeah, Dawn seems pretty solid.
What else is in the pool even? So Brood is out, Enigma is out, Mars, Pango, Brew, Tide. So many 3s are banned. And the
Well, rate
Visage.
the Visage
Alright.
higher. Okay.
Alright. Toby got it.
It feels like Dawn is a nice, like,
Matumba man will play
layer of
Leshrac?
protection for the
I doubt
Sniper
it.
later on as well. Like, it could be the difference maker about whether he stays alive or not if he gets jumped by
Yeah,
like,
Lone
Storm
Druid
Tusk.
doesn't feel good
Maybe a
against
Donald can buy some time.
Jakiro's
You also have the
Sniper,
hook, obviously, to try and you have the
Marcy.
If it gets really crazy, maybe you
I
can
think
get
they need
a dispose
clinks.
off, but most of the time that's going to be tough.
Matumba man clinks.
So what do you feel now? You like the Visage, right? And now that's not an option for Aster anymore. So what
I don't really like Dawn, but it's like the only thing left.
Still the best one? Okay.
Clink's so good, go
This is
on.
a tough one, honestly. I'm not sure what else.
Yo,
is
thanks
even
for the
left in
prime,
pool,
Evo.
And you have to consider that Liquid has the ultimate last pick against it.
I'd say I've seen Lone Druid do pretty well against Dawn in games that I've watched. Not really here at TI. I don't think it's been a common matchup, but just high-ranked pub games.
Clink's
Lone
too
Druid
slow for
fares
pro
well
play.
in
What
that
do you
lane
mean
a lot of the
slow?
time.
Have you seen
Is
how
that-
fast he is?
Are you thinking
in
about
Ghost
Lone as
Walk?
Aster? You probably are, right? As an option here for Liquid. So should you... Is that a concern for Dawn, or is it still just the best choice you have and you just kind of have to deal with it?
I think you just have to pick it. And
There's also still the Underlord that he played last game. Maybe it's a tough line pick, but it's a decent fit.
Omni Knight.
Omni Knight.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's a core? Marcy or Omni?
So,
or Jakiro.
Or Jakiro.
So what's the idea?
So this is a Matu hero, right? Lone Druid, you're saying. What do you guys think of Spectre? Good against Sniper, good against like pure damage through Omni Knight's ult.
Why Omni? Isn't he good against physical? And he's against Maiden and Leshrac.
Yeah, the Leicester and Arsenal. The Spectre is not really needed because you already have the Storm against the Sniper. You could double counter him, but I'm not sure also how. Like, Spectre's a pretty outdated hero.
Is there actually even a carry left that counters Pudge on that matchup? Ursa, Bloodseeker, and Lifesteal are the 3 best. They're all
He has a strong Dispel, okay.
Something like CK can sometimes overpower it,
Yeah,
but you're still
he
against
removes
Flesh Thief and you're against GA. So it's kind of worry.
Yeah, it's not a good CK.
You have no dispels whatsoever against Omni in this game. I actually really like this last pick from Aster, given that they don't have ultimate last pick. I think it puts a lot of pressure on Liquid to find a perfect hero that might not exist.
Morphling is the perfect hero, but Matu doesn't play it.
Matu plays Morph? No? Maybe he hasn't played it this tournament. He definitely plays it.
I guess. I mean, there's always like, it depends what you practice the last couple of months and how confident you're on it. So, in any case,
does he play Morphling?
Or XXX Marcy? That's actually like still an
It seems like they've picked.
What if it's
and they're laughing about it.
Offlane.
Ricky?
Carry Marcy with Omni support. That's also an option.
All right, looks like they've made their selection. They're going to wait till the last second. The whole gyro meme, I believe, is what Blitz said. Just to make Insania sweat.
Morphling?
The Morphling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice call, Toby.
Toby proven.
Well, you said it was the best pick, but you also said he wasn't playing it. So you get 1 point out of 2.
Matu was laughing, so I think...
Full blue team.
It's perfect.
So it's like, I don't play this hero, guys.
I called it, right?
Case predicting every hero.
All right, so whose draft do you guys like?
So it's a 5 Omni, repeat
Offlane Marcy.
Offlane Marcy XXS, or mid Pudge.
Or mid Pudge, exactly.
It's my second
I
call.
like Liquid's draft, honestly. It's confidence coming off with this Morphling pick. I think it's a very good Morphling game. Also,
Me too.
Done wonderful things
You suck it.
Boxy Tusk. Curious to see
We
how
can
this
both.
matchup will go in the end. The Storm against Pudge, but I think Liquid's draft is...
I like Liquid's draft as well.
It's pretty damn good with this Morphling last pick. I think they got them.
How do you think Marcy Sniper fares against Lesh Tusk? I feel like that might be the lane to watch here. Is that
Marcy Lesh
clearly
Tusk.
favorite for either team?
Dude, Lesh Tusk.
Assuming it's, or sorry, I said Marcy.
Lesh Tusk sounds strong.
Sniper Omni. Do they have the tools necessary to lane?
Sniper Omni should do very well in this lane, I think.
Okay.
Unless they get outplayed.
And Marcy in any lane will do well, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what we've learned at this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this hero is still bonkers, I guess. XXS can also do good things.
Hero, by the way.
Yeah, so Marcy Jakiro against Morph Maiden probably is going to be a farming lane, largely, right? But the
I
Sniper
remember
is definitely
Boxy
an
Tusk
oddball.
now. It's so good,
I guess the
actually.
Marcy is also like not counted in any way this game, except the Morphling baby. I'm not sure what the lane goes like, but it's a decent Marcy game as well.
So, Sir Action Slacks, I believe, is with us here with a nice interview before game number 2. Let's hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. I am here with Lanham and Helen. Hello, everybody. Welcome. First question for you. You're up against the big blue team, the big blue meanies here with that draft. Sniper last game, Sniper this game. I know Liquid has not beaten Sniper yet. Is this on purpose? Do you think that's their weakness?
你们对战一支全蓝的队伍，在本次比赛当中 ，Liquid 没有击败过火枪，你们是做了功课针对他们的吗？
这个英雄对他们的英雄池有一定的克制作用，
Well, this hero kind of counters their hero pool.
A standard answer. All right. Let's talk about Omni Knight. Now, we don't see this hero a lot. Coming out here, last chance here. Do you believe in the omniscience? Do you believe that this is the power you need to come back in the series?
其实全能在本次比赛当中并没有选的很多，你对自己的全能有没有信心？信不信他？
我不信他，我也不会选出来吧。
Why would I pick him if I don't believe in him?
Yeah, baby. All right. And I just wanted to give you a moment here with the crowd. Of course, the crowd is cheering for you. They love you. I want you to have your last moment. So take it away. Say whatever you want to say.
现场观众有很多人都替你们打气，有没有什么想跟他们说的？
希望兄弟们打气的那个声音再大一点，我在里面听不到，好吧？
听不到。
Can you guys cheer louder? Because I can't hear you.
听不到。
Can we give him one more before he gets to the game, Singapore? I think that's pretty loud enough. All right, we'll throw it back to our casters.
Thanks, Slacks.
Ting Budel, I can't hear you. Can't understand you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sunsfan. Thank you. Liquid versus Aster, game number 2. And we're going to see
Shit, that was a really good translator.
As we already discussed, we're going to see the...
You could tell, even though I don't know what she's saying.
Which is a hero that didn't exist until recently.
She's really fast, and I think very accurate.
Yeah,
a great pronunciation.
Usually will on level 1 skill hammer.
Wait,
Purity,
that's RTC's girlfriend?
Here, so it's his training ability in lane. You just do some damage.
Yeah.
Effectively.
So she knows the game. Good at English, good at Chinese.
You try to trade with either the enemy support, the enemy
oh, that's not RTC's girlfriend. Okay, ban the person who said that.
That's a start from Ori.
I got one guide.
Warmed up from game number 1.
Yep.
I got one guide. Sorry, chat. I'm so easy to bait. Got him.
I will say, to be honest, this has been one of Ori's most impressive heroes to watch this year. After it became relevant as a core hero, he's been
she's really professional.
Players on it, so I think Aster will feel confident having him running that. To finish off on the Omni thought, aside from this early laning trading that he does here with Boxy, who's pulling the wave, what Omni is going to offer is a lot of defense. It's one of the most defensive supports in the game. You have a strong heal, you have a dispel that gives regen, and your ulti obviously the full physical block, which Liquid have done a very good job.
Oh wait.
You know, with their lineup, they have solutions for Guardian Angel.
Ori, yeah, he pops the fairy fire, so he's gonna live as a result.
There's things happening everywhere.
And Zai getting low on the top.
I need 3 monitors.
Action in all 3. In this lane, he would have a million move speed right now, but
I bet there's some GigaChat viewers that have 3 PCs or 3 instances of Dota running on 3 different monitors, and they've got like 1 player in every lane on auto cam, and then they got like this 3 monitor setup.
He has great face.
I used to do that, Lamafau.
Like, it's really hard to deal with this hero.
I think this lane is pretty dangerous for Storm, because if you do get hooked, you have no way of repositioning yourself. You have 285 move speed, so you can never outrange.
I got Grubby stream on all 3.
Even if you vortex, the slowest.
Thanks, Viewbot06.
It's kind of a balancing lane where Pudge needs to gauge whether he can go for a kill or not, and if he can, and lands a hook, it probably just gets it. Oh boy, insane.
Dispose, and first blood this time goes to Aster.
Look at that. It's the same as last game. Marcy jumps Maiden and kills her in the same place.
Marcy is, I mean, we talked about it. Wait, Primal Beast wasn't banned at all? Or was that in the second?
He was ignored, I think.
Completely ignored. Wow.
You know how to not die to Marcy?
Yeah. Primal Beast and Marcy, we were both expecting to be the most picked / banned, but to get through at this late in the tournament, shocking. Yeah, and
stay in Fountain.
There's that trade-off.
Ori with the rod. We got a TP coming
in.
Boxy is a little
Boxy!
too late.
Level 1 Boxy!
Popped by Ori.
Level 1!
Wants a high 5.
What are you doing here?
Will he get a high 5 back?
TP's with level 1, no mana.
Oh, this is concerning for Liquid. Once Ori gets going on this hero, he has the ability to completely take over.
Thanks.
Now go and get the bounty rune for a refill.
At least he's farming.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna hook the Centaur for some added benefit.
Yeah, he had enough mana for his spell, so whatever.
Everything to make good old Pudge happy here, and yep, that solo kill mid is enormous. He's 600 net worth now ahead of that Storm.
No, it was a good try, of course.
There's nothing to ignore either. When Storm hits 6 after Pudge, he's constantly at risk. Any connection on a hook is a kill. You can even just walk up and dismember him if the lane positioning is unfortunate for Mikro. He's not paying attention, being careful enough all the time.
I would have reported you, Excalibur.
It's scary, this mid lane start for Liquid.
Definitely not even taking into account that there's a Marcy on your team that has not even bothered to help out in mid lane, because they don't need to, because he's winning that, and now they're going to go on top of Insania again as Matu trying to deal some damage to
Shakira dead.
Looks like Insania will be the death for Liquid again.
Fairy fire.
0-2 thus far in this lane.
Maiden Morph
I just saw through the Matrix.
Lanes, especially in the early levels. Liquid obviously acknowledging that Morphling has a good core game, but the Marcy Jakiro lane, insanely strong matchup. Like, you're gonna hit level 3 now as well, Ori will.
Oh, the stun.
They're gonna go on top of Monet here. Looks
Sniper
like
melee.
Dead. The trade. So,
ting, ting, ting.
Yeah, Siamese cat just trying to harass Boxy away. XXS tries to go for a cheeky rebound play, but Matu, as long as you get that strength off, you're not going to die in all likelihood here.
I did see it.
Like you said, level 5, almost level 5.5, as Mickey just hits level 5 now, so you will have a kill opportunity. We'll see how passive Mickey will be at that point.
Monet is doing some serious damage to Boxy, not enough though.
Yo, Tets, thanks,
this
dude.
Lane from Liquid, it's really fun to watch this lane because it feels so different from most of what we've seen. The Lesh Tusk is pretty common, right? But the Omni Sniper might be the first time this tournament this lane is even played, I would imagine. it's very special in the sense that Sniper has basically no way of repositioning himself, but Omni can make you strong enough to maybe stand your ground, even against Tusk, Lash. As long as there's creeps around that can
I think Void Spirit,
which, by the way, Zai isn't even skilling.
Storm Spirit
Storm stun for now, but
was one of the most fun A to Z heroes.
Perhaps it's enough
to try.
I also wonder how comfortable Liquid are playing against this matchup.
I would have kept playing him, but I kept losing.
He's in a rough spot, gets off a nice ice shards though. Foxy, one of the best Tusk players.
I think I played him twice in a row.
Time and time again. Looking certain death in the eye is poking onto the range creep.
Oh yeah, the Aragon reference.
Siege, actually, but
yeah, possibly. Either way, the next creep should get him to level 6, and that is where Mickey has to be extremely careful. But Ori's taking a lot of damage.
Dispatch is not for him. He has 78% win rate at TI.
Snowball to try to cancel, but the damage is already done on Mickey.
Mickey dead.
Come out from Insania. Mickey dies first.
But they got the punch.
As Baboka is the one technically getting credit for that one.
Just TP lol.
Has to TP back to Fountain in the top lane.
Yeah, so the trade-off here is it's a 1-for-1 kill, but Liquid have to bring 2 supports mid to get the trade, and obviously that
he gets picked to counter Sniper. That makes sense.
Identify that and immediately take
that's like Genji against Sergeant Hammer in HOTS. A deep diver to deal with an artillery range hero.
And tank some damage, go first. Once that's out of the window, even a lane like Sniper Omni can actually just bully you out. Put on a little bit of a hammer.
Can I talk about HOTS during TI?
Down and he has to back, so.
It's not a threat to you anymore.
Back to Pudge, of course. Can't stop talking about this fat guy, but
understandable.
Ori has his phase boots. He's going for the casual cloak into Ag. That's really fast.
Yeah.
Is that because he's owning right now?
It's that, and he has Omni, right? I think that that extra layer of protection really helps in speeding up your hero going for a faster pace.
Sup, RQ? Thanks, dude.
I don't mind it. We've seen some different builds on Pudge. We've seen Blink Rush was popularized, especially in the China region earlier this year. Cloak into Axe has been run without Omni as well, so it's not like the first time. We've seen Hood into Axe. We'll see. If he dies once, he might just buy a
Scepter rush by Pudge.
Yeah, but as long as he's balling like this, I mean, he has died once. If he dies again.
Yeah, but that death, it was a good trade.
It was a trade.
They got the XP.
Wow, Ring of Regen for Morphling.
Had the ward seeing Mickey's movement.
Ring of Health, I think it's called.
Why on earth would Ori ever hook here unless he saw me on a ward? But Ori did not count correctly with the... Didn't account for Storm's slow movement speed and threw it out too early. Mickey obviously not even having boots.
I think Dandy had me rush Scepter too, right? Just really good farm.
Mickey gets out the Electric Vortex. Boxy's here as well. Ice Shards to connect onto Ori. He's stuck here. Gets off the hook though. Instantly cancel on the Dismember, so no kill comes out from Aster this time. But that is a haste rune.
Oh, this rune is insane on Pudge.
Indeed. And just like that, Mickey zips as far away as he can.
Dota has no items that give you percentage damage, does it? Like to help deal with Pudge's health.
When he activates Flesh Heap, it blocks all of the self-damage from Rot.
Oh, Spirit Vessel, Vlad's.
And when you have that haste rune, you can just run at people with Rot.
No, I don't mean your percentage. I mean, sorry, I mean a portion of your opponent's maximum health.
Yep, and they actually just drew. I believe that was Boxy. They know that this is
okay, Vessel. Spirit Vessel, okay.
Attempt from Ori.
Alright.
Yeah,
Flesh Stealer? No, items.
Great read from Zai to TP there, because I think a lot of players in that situation just start running and probably get out from running.
Vessel's current health. I got nerfed.
So he
Necropho's passive. Items!
Love the positivity you bring to the game.
A very Aster-favored early game. Last game was a lot more even at this point.
Let's go, Liquid. Polish Jesus and Little Mary. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, first TI. So cool.
Some space here for Moxie to catch up a bit. He's top 2 net worth right now. So he's off to a pretty good start. He, of course, went for... Oh, he's
in terms of buyable items, it's pretty much Spirit Vessel, right? Yo, Hiders, thanks, dude.
That's not a build we see
rebound right now. Sania is eventually, surely Crystal Maiden doesn't run away from someone.
Clueless.
Surely he is dead. They want Ori to try to get these Flesh Heap stacks. The hook connects, and Ori gets another Flesh Heap stack to his name, which is now at 3. But yeah,
that might be the longest that Maiden escape from King ever.
So that was like, I thought it was slow motion at first. Yeah. Big zip in with a connection from Boxy. They're focusing on.
Dude, I love Storm Spirit.
A little bit low on mana as Ori is
He's
now
so cool.
in.
Any hookers?
Connection of their own, faking the hook, not going to go for it.
Yeah.
That was with the power rune picked up from Mickey. He got a double damage, and that enabled that play to be very swift. So immediately converting that to a support kill, not the biggest, but it's still nice for Liquid to force rotation, if nothing else, from Aster. They do get the TPs in toward mid, which I think arguably are worth more than the kill itself in that instance. Just getting Ori as well as Pichu's TPs on cooldown, which could potentially open up for something here up top. Boxy is thinking about it. He's getting level 6 from the next.
Yo, Nunes, thanks, dude.
But Pichu in a very good position here, covering Monet, and it is a difficult kill. Keep in mind, if he Heavenly Graces at the right time and removes multiple abilities, Monet just gets that bit stronger. That could keep him alive. He also has Raindrop and a decent
Blink Dagger lined up. Shanmo, welcome to the Grubsters.
Does not actually exist for Liquid. Hook, Matsu with a quick wave form.
They could just go for the tier 1 tower on top of the Omni Knife.
Fish punch.
Gets off the Heavenly Grace, but
Boxy.
He's the one kind of isolated right now. The snowball is going to buy him a little bit of time.
I get it. Isolated. Nice one.
Yeah, and Liquid even brought a Maiden for that, just to die in a 2v3. That feels really bad. You're the one allocating resources to try to threaten the sniper, and he's just standing his ground.
Krobito, follow Vagabond. Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Grubsters.
Kind of settled for trying to go on the Omni, but just not possible.
Any Grubsters in chat?
Oh, we got Ori. Gonna get the Dismember up, but that's against another punch named Matu. Trying to get off a little bit of damage here, but he's gonna get Ice Path inside the Macro Pyre. Hook back into the fray, and down goes Matu. Zip back in, but now the Heavenly Grace comes out as Mickey has to walk away in shame. Aster here in numbers. Not sure if they see Insania.
Morphling dead.
Yeah, he's got no resources left.
Oh, welcome to the Grubsters, Whitesbane.
Oh, this is one way Maiden can escape for a few seconds, but now she's...
Oh! Crystal Maiden jukes in slow motion, but XXS is here.
Marcy gonna get ya!
The longest chase of Insania's life, but he created a little bit of space.
Okay, if there's anything I've learned,
beat his record from 2 minutes ago.
if there's anything I've learned, is that Crystal Maiden does not run away. Yo, Zorniesto and Carpet Pro Karaote, welcome to the Grubsters. Thank you.
Monet's just gonna get right click down in Oblivion, but
dude,
is coming into the fray as well.
position ones are taking it. Boxy back with a vengeance. You don't ice me out, he says.
And it looks like they will. A little bit late on a Heavenly
That was cool.
For Siamese Cat. So 2 core kills for Liquid.
Yeah, and a tower.
More like Crippled Maiden. Oh, nice one, 2 Capybaras.
Expect in that instance as Monet, it's the Lesh Morph gank in the side lane, and the TP too late from Ori, and Omni Knight did not have one, I believe, so couldn't show up and protect in time. A big moment for Liquid, just recovering a lot of their early game deficit there. With 1 swift move, they find 2 cores in a tower. Doesn't get much better than that.
That was a savior friend syndrome domino effect. Something. But on the bright side for Aster, Ori is more than halfway to his Ags, and once he gets that against a Lesh, against a Morph, it still works that way in Morph, right? The health reduction. Actually, can't remember anymore.
Yeah,
that was changed.
It should favor Aster.
So a really good Pudge Ags game.
I'll cancel the Pudge out there. I'll cancel it. I think we can kill him too.
No cancel anymore.
His thing is running out. Yeah.
Yes,
we can get it, boys.
Boxy actually playing from the Arctic.
I sound very happy.
I heard the Frugal wins.
That's good. That's true. That'll help. Indeed.
The Frigid wins, not Frugal. Frigid.
Ice Path not able to connect here. But yeah, I mean, this game was definitely Aster favorite, but that one move, it felt like it brought Liquid back into the game.
Frugal lol, look at this idiot.
Worth-wise, at least.
Chip wins.
You can see Zai
Frugal audio, actually.
Obviously, position 3 is not going to farm nearly as fast as the usual mids that we've been seeing. Mickey getting relatively close to finishing the Sage Kaya. And of course, on Matu's side, let's go back to this Lincoln Sphere. This is like a Dota 1 classic. Literally every game you buy this first item. And then early games of Dota 2, it kind of transitioned over and then disappeared pretty much.
Hi guys, I'm the audio guy at PGL. I wanted to express how honored I am to be the first deaf audio engineer at Dota 2 tournament in history. Thank you, PGL, for this amazing opportunity. I'll try my best.
Plenty of item builds you can go on this hero, but I'm just looking for the reasoning for the Lincolns. If it's, is it Dismember, is it Dispose?
Oh, Mickey zips in, but there's 3 members of Aster. He doesn't seem to give a crap about it. There goes the Guardian Angel, and Mickey's just gonna get punished right off the bat. And Aster super happy with this exchange as Insania baiting them into a potential chase of the lifetime again, but they will give up on that.
You
Poor Storm.
can't underestimate how much Omni does in these situations. If you're jumping a support and you're like, man, he's low, I can get this kill. Omni casts Heavenly
What's the win
Grace
chance
and
at?
1 Purification, and Baboka all of a sudden wasn't even remotely close to dying. Yeah.
Dire 64.
This is
Aster 64 win chance.
Game to solo kill in, because the enemy supports are actually relatively tanky, right? There's a Jakiro, there's an Omni. If you want to get a solo kill on either, you really have to burst your entire mana pool away, and then you might not even be able to get out afterwards, so might have had to wait for the Sanj Kai there. That could have made the difference.
Wow, Soaring Storm Spirit.
And Ori destroying an illusion here as we're going to see a bunch of items picked up. So Bloodstone for Zai. And
did he intentionally dismember an illusion? It's still a quick way to deal with a scouting illusion, right?
No, he's easily the strongest hero on the map. If he has Omni Knight protection and he gets Flesh Heap off, I think Liquid genuinely can't even kill him with 5 heroes during the duration of Flesh Heap plus Heavenly Grace. So they've got to be pretty strategic about how they approach this fight. Ori has queued up his next item. It's going to be the Blink Dagger. So, they're going to go on him top here. Flesh Heap is
going to try for it. Ice Shard's blocking him in. Nobody nearby, but he's going to go for Dismember. Instantly canceled thanks to the split Earth from Zai, but
damn Pudge.
Decimating that.
Geiger Chad.
The TP out, but the hook back in.
Trying to TP into hook.
He's faking it out. Doesn't do enough damage though, as Zai could just be walked down on Ori with another.
That's a 1-1, guys.
That's up to 7.
Yeah. They need more heroes than that. That doesn't cut it. It looks juicy, right?
I feel like he could have just ran away, Leshrac. Am I crazy?
All it takes is for one support to show up and Ori can clean house there, and that's...
Well, maybe, I don't know, like, you think he's gonna get cut off?
It feels like Liquid will not make that mistake again. It's kind of like you're testing the limits. Are you able to pull that off? The answer is no. Next time you're bringing probably the Storm or the Morph to make sure you
he must have thought he was getting surrounded or something. I don't know.
Experience. It's 2 heroes dead. It's almost a mid-tier 1. It's more Flesh Heap stacks like we talked about. And something else I guess we didn't mention. Marcy with Pudge is pretty interesting too, just for the rebound move speed. This hero isn't too fast, but...
How did Morphling just walk past Omni Knight?
On him.
Huh?
Successful finish the tower here, no problem.
Not really defended. Rebound, looking for an opening, but none to be found yet. Okay, he's going to be shown.
Omni was in fog.
Yet there for the instant initiation from Ori.
Hashtag vision.
Standard morph here. One of the best items to get against Pudge with the Ags. The stat steal.
Nice, Ring of Aquila.
You steal this, obviously, stat resistance as well, so you can maybe lock onto him and bring him down. It's the link hits that's a little bit unusual, I would say. Maybe we're talking about that a bit too much for it's not like
let's bring it up for the 3rd time.
It's not like an insane rarity, but I think a lot of players in this spot would have gone for a cheaper build-up with Falcon Blade into the Ags, or maybe
well, I would say
maybe it's a
Who went Lincolns?
First item is variant. Yeah. But there's Dismember, there is Dispose, and there's Assassinate.
Morphling.
Yep.
So, I mean,
wow.
that's one argument is Lincoln's is extremely good when there's only 3 things that cancel, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's also a feel-good item in terms of like being
Dismember,
pushing around the map in terms of farming. It is a good item on the hero, but
they're hunting a sniper, but he has a lot of distance there.
It's stats too, yeah.
Boxy looking for an opening.
He has the pike though. This is not easy.
Yeah, and he's going to use it prematurely there.
They're spam pinging it out. They know.
Nice game sense.
Awareness there from Aster as their lead continues to grow. Now at 4K.
He was afraid of Pudge Blink Dismember. That makes sense, to be honest.
So he can just jump in. I would assume
it's a really safe choice. It's like... Doesn't that Lincolns resemble the ambition of Liquid to really take this to the late game? They really just want to go to like 40 minutes. They want to have Morphling survive and become a level 27 late game monster. by not picking up damage, it's all about not getting snowballed. Except if it's Boxy Tusk that's doing the snowballing, am I right? Am I right? But yeah, just aim for the late game.
Drafts have been pretty creative today, so that's been pretty cool.
And the counter would be Sniper, taking down tower after tower and trying to steamroll this.
The Radiant is the faster Roche killers, but overall, Marcy will always be one of the best heroes at doing it as a core. Level 2 Unleash with Thorn sidekick. Speaking of which, Mickey.
Oh, zips just in time. Wants to get a little bit aggressive, but he's outnumbered.
I'm over here.
Good reaction. If that connects, that could have been really scary.
I'm over here.
But yeah, I guess either team can Roche relatively quickly.
I had too many Choco chip cookies, now I feel sick.
They're rotating top to start taking control of this area so they can start threatening
No
Roche.
regrets.
And if Liquid is showing 2 cores on the enemy side of the map or something like this, you could just sneak it with Marcy plus.
The rules in my parental home was 1 cookie a day.
They're pretty good at killing it. So
nowadays, since I'm an adult, I sometimes break that rule.
Yep, there we go. They see cores bottom.
But it's still kind of hard-coded in me, not too many cookies.
Let's see.
Sometimes I eat like 3 in a day these days. It took me years to get to this point. After I moved out, occasionally I tried having 2 cookies in one day. Nowadays, I sometimes do like 3. 4 if I'm feeling naughty.
Like last game. Could have seen it on Pudge in this one, honestly. I definitely think Ori is in a position to just go crazy with an Aegis.
Who's gonna stop me?
But it's
rather protect Monet.
Yeah, Monet always gets the Aegis. That's what we've learned here. No matter the hero.
It's TI, you can do 4 today.
The hook connects. But seeing Sadia trying to get away, but
dude,
some good moves. Not going to be enough though. Split Earth onto the Sniper is the rest of Liquid trying to get away in this bot lane. Shrapnel slowing him to a crawl. Zyke
we have a code 0-1.
Do they have the stun? They do. Ori with a double kill across the map. Now top lane.
I'm over here.
Want to try to get something.
Touche.
He is.
Just TP lol.
TP out will live, but no kill for Liquid at all.
If Aster had any TP with a stun there, that could have been a dead storm, but
70% win chance for Aster.
Are unavailable, so Mickey, I mean, that was just a full-on global fight, top to bottom
wow.
to top again.
Morphling? Matumba Man is playing so safe. They have so much confidence in the late game, Liquid. He went Lincoln Interceptor.
Foxy has a blink dagger, Walrus punch as well.
Oh!
His BKB and Unleash, and now he wants to fight because Ori has come to play. Matu, nice save for Foxy.
Morphling hook!
Cost them the Crystal Maiden again. It could have been a lot worse for Liquid.
What?
Aster able to keep their position.
Morphling?
Marcy alive.
All things considered, that was not too terrible. Matu showing
oh
up
my god, what? He became Pudge and then hooked him away. That's so cool.
Zip in, they're trying to take out the Omni.
Another hook!
That is enough for a kill, but the instant initiation from Ori, they delete Boxy from the map, so it's a 1-for-1 in this little mini engagement. XXS, he's going to get split Earth with Matu just right-clicking him. Looks like that's going to be enough with the adaptive strike as well. And Aster, like they're going to...
So his only damage items are Wraith Band and Power Treads. And a branch. And his Lincoln Scepter. And he just killed a bunch of fools with hook.
And also
just clicking.
Make it to go for the Omni in this situation. It's not an obvious
and other heroes,
yeah.
able
to pull this off,
hook.
But with the hook connection from Matsu, they get that kill. Sure, the trade-off for the Tusk isn't the best, but
look, he's got serious damage.
Out of play, suddenly you can access new targets. You know there's no BKB on XXS, and that dodge on the hook, crucial for how this fight plays out. Zai would have been in a very precarious
Morphling doesn't need damage items because of Essence Shift.
Matu doesn't play Morphling.
Helps when you have 250 agility, huh?
Right? That's probably the reason he was laughing. Looking forward to getting that Agnum Scepter and turning into a big, juicy boy.
Oh!
I mean, how much stats does he get from that?
It makes sense. He had 1200 life with 1 strength because of all the strength stats. Ah. Maybe I should start playing some Morphling. It looks pretty strong.
Still, obviously, part of the equation that Ori does have the Omni Knight. We cannot forget how much that matters in this instance, because even if Morph steals away a lot of Pudge's tank ability, Pudge is there, or Omni's there to return it to him.
Yep, true.
So,
This is so cheesy.
Zaya's doing a lot of damage top from the fog.
Yeah.
What the fog?
I mean, kind of what it feels like he needs to do at this point. It's only a
Are you actually going to use ult this time? Yeah, I'll use it this time.
Pushing now, knocking on
high ground push.
To tier 3 bottom.
It's a slightly different vibe to this than the last push they did last game in a similar situation.
It feels stronger this time.
They're in a stronger spot.
Like last game, Sniper was the only one that dared to look at the tower, but now he's got like a whole posse with him of his compadres.
Definitely expedite the high ground offense. Top lane was being pressured a bit by Mata. Actually forced out a fortification from Aster.
Boxy there.
But Ori, he wants to go in deep. Initiation, counter initiation from Liquid. Snowball connects the zip in by Mickey, pops the BKB as well. But he gets dismembered. He's gonna die into the BKB.
Oh!
Zips
I'm over here.
Of HP. Now can go heal up in the fountain. Now that the BKBs are down on Aster, but the hook comes out from Ori. Zai gets off the bloodstone, but it matters not. The rot is too powerful. Now this Rax is under peril.
They're still pretty sustainable. Aster
under peril.
A lot of the time, Storm in situations like this can start finding kills when heroes stick around for too long, but Aster are not phased, they're not worried. They have enough in the tank to keep the heroes safe.
Stink Butt McFart69 has called GG in chat.
And it's like nothing happened for Aster. The only thing that's
Let's see if it was a stinky take.
Oh, the blink hook, dismember,
or just right.
For Insania. Aegis is down, but this is gonna be a full set of racks now. Ori has a BKB. I mean, not that they could kill him anyway before that.
Yeah. I guess the silver lining here for Liquid is that Mickey survived.
It's a best of 3, yes.
Kai Assange, right? He would have died.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, it's a very thin silver lining. It's like, it could have been worse.
Don't judge a person by their Twitch name, except if it's Stinky Butt McFart69.
Start looking to push out the other 2 lanes on the map to keep this pressure. Now, bottom lane's going to be a constant issue that Liquid have to deal with to get pushed out, and that means Aster will look to push out mid first and actually making a rotation toward top, feeling like they could find Mickey up here.
I'm over here.
BKB again. It's been that long.
Oh, he knows because of the outpost.
The outpost, that will be a giveaway to Mickey that they fear. He also has a ward there, keeping him safe.
Cool words.
Ori is eyeing a Shiva's as the next item.
Every time they say they're eyeing Shivers, I'm thinking of the host. Not I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking they're talking about the host.
Kills.
Doesn't feel like it.
They're like 200 CS. Well, Matu has almost 300.
He did go Lincoln, so he's not really a damage build, right?
Right.
But now he's going Scotty. He's only a point booster away. But I feel like it's going to be one item on top of the Scotty before he's really dishing out damage, like a butterfly or whatever he wants to end up going.
Damage.
I mean,
Level 18 Morphling.
No, you're not going to go BKB this game. It's way too defensive on top of the Lincoln.
Do you think Liquid can still turn this game over?
At least yet.
If they are like Bruce Lee said you should be, perhaps.
Really is. Can you even go like
then they can roll with it.
Just really hard commit on the damage part, so you have a way of killing Pudge.
I think they can,
that's
yeah.
what this game comes down to right now.
Like, how good are they at turtling high ground? If they get Leshrac shard, they could turtle off of one barracks. Maybe.
Almost landing the hook there, already trying for a blind one into the tree line. This is a possible fight.
Let's have shard.
There's no Aegis this time on Sniper, but if Aster continue to have good formation and very good coverage with wards from the right.
But then Sniper kind of doesn't need to be on the cliff.
Gonna constantly pressure this tower with liquid fire, with shrapnel plus attacks from Sniper.
Yeah, they zip on in. They want to get the Omni Knight immediately. Will they get him against 4 steps to safety?
Oh!
Angel just in time.
Omni Knight!
And Mickey has to buy back after dying right off the bat, and Matu is dead as well. A terrible fight for Liquid.
If Omni Knight died, everything will look different. He got him now, but it's too late.
Ultra kill overall. Ori wants another hook. He gets it. Mickey completely out of mana as Monet trying to finish the job.
Was McFart right?
Zip away is Mickey again, but Boxy slow to a crawl and a rampage. Monet just sitting in the back while his fat friend does all the work, and he gets 5 to his name.
It's just an insane strategy from Aster, but
dude, that was so cool though. What Storm Spirit tried?
That they can win a fight, and
Aster were just quick enough to react. I think it was a
he almost got him
from XXS that threw on the away. He gets Guardian Angel off, and the moment that happens, the fight is actually lost. I think it doesn't matter what Liquid do after that point. They just need to try and disengage and look for a better opportunity. But
I think we'll see more sniper and pops here.
They lose a lot of heroes. Oh, try here. Yeah, Mickey. Oh my god, the damage. Don't underestimate Monet. He's just picked up a Silver Edge. He hits really damn hard.
I would like to point out that Storm Spirit does not freaking have a Witchblade. This item sucks so bad. Every time the guide or chat tells me to get Witchblade on Queen of Pain or Storm or whatever, I'm like, what? Witchblade? You mean Falcon Blade? Sure, I'll get Falcon Blade.
Way too much damage. Matsu can't stand his ground. He's pretty tanky, right? He's got Lincolns, Ags, Scotty.
When I play it, it feels so useless. I think the reason people think it's good, I don't know, like, I'm new to Dota. Maybe it's like a nerfed item and it used to be good. It feels like shit to me.
And if they... Oh. Okay. Insania. He went scouting. He found them. Yeah, we can see that Roche won't be up for another 45 seconds, so Aster just biding their time. Just want to play disciplined Dota. Make sure they don't throw any leads. Here's the tricky part for Liquid, though. If they give away this second Roche, I think the game is effectively lost.
If you didn't miss your CS in lane, it would feel strong.
So if Aster are in position at the time it spawned, they could effectively force a 5v4. And even if it's just the Maiden, it's still a pretty crucial thing for Liquid to not have there. It's a Force Staff that's out of play.
A Witchblade.
Slow that's out of play. Aster just needs to keep scouting it, and if they recognize it, they will be able to grab it for free. And I believe a courier will be sitting in the Roche pit. Never mind. Doesn't work. Doesn't work anymore. But Roche number 2 will try to push them back. I like this. This is another approach, maybe. Maybe you can defend Roche by pushing bottom. Force a rotation.
Interesting. This is where position 1 does the counter push because defense is unviable. Morphling threatening high ground. They're going Roche. Can Matumba Man get barracks? Does it matter? Is someone TPing? Oh, nice vision. Sometimes it do be like that.
And now the problem for Liquid is, okay, so it's extremely hard to take this fight that you kind of have to take, so you're going to try to make this split push play, but the only lane you can split is the one.
Wait. Double damage rune. Oh, so it's over though. He used it for Aegis.
And the bottom lane will defend itself no problem unless Matu knocks on the front door. He's the only hero that can do anything about it.
Shadow Blade, Hurricane Pike, BKB, Sniper. Wow.
Monet with the Aegis, he takes the shard as well, so has the concussive grenade.
Wait, why did he Shadow Blade? Where's he going?
Initiations from Mickey are
just for mobility.
Pretty crucial. And this feels like a game you need to go Ags or something, but he's just going to be too far away. Actually, the Orchid is a good choice against the Omni Knight. Yeah. That is
what's the win rate?
But the problem is he has an Aeon disc, he has a Force Staff.
3% chance for Liquid.
Can't prevent him from getting spells off.
3%.
With the lineup they need to get a Nullifier, which is very expensive. Nobody wants to buy it. They have no Dispel for him at all, and yeah, he just needs to not get changed onto death and silence. Just get a Force Staff ulti.
I think it's more than 3. It's only 15k.
So that play is out of the window now too. Pichu identified.
We have seen like comebacks from worse than this. We've seen comebacks from 20k net worth.
So if Liquid can't force them back, they have no reposition. I mean, they have an offensive Force Staff on Insania. I'm starting to look for kind of desperate approaches because it feels like Force Staff into the splitter that is already on the ground. I mean,
it is early game.
This just happens, right? Oh my god! All right,
wow.
All right. That was close. That hook went right through the 2 polygons that exist.
Wait, is that Morphling Shivas?
Not including the cosmetics, of course.
No.
Very quick fingers from Matu, but again, they are on the back foot. BKB picked up by Zai.
Shivas Pudge.
Like, they have good defense with Lesh and the Tusk to some degree as well. They just have absolutely zero map control, right? That's the problem. Bottom is pushing in, mid is pushing
That's so funny. I thought Omni Knight was a counter pick to physical damage, and he took it against like Mass Magical. I really don't understand this hero.
I'm just going to turn into Sniper, so take away some of that edge.
Oh! Now there's 2 snipers.
Takes a little take aim action to himself. Little right-click action from Matu, but I mean,
yeah, the hard dispo.
Again, the lead is still growing in Aster's favor. There's no technical rush for them.
And Aster's probably going to find this ward now too that is giving Liquid some really good information, right? Because now this camp is blocked and they're like, wait, what? And there we go.
So do they get Pipe of Brilliance
little bit of
because they have Omni?
Left, given away by the camp itself.
Nah. Just
raise
back.
Like, why do you place a ward there? Isn't that going to be obvious to the enemy team when the camp doesn't spawn? Yes, but at the same time, it's really not an obvious spot to place it to begin with. So the sentries that you usually put in this area, which you see from Aster, the first sentry that they have did not find the ward, but ultimately they get it.
Yeah, looking for the jump onto Matu. They're all smoked on the low ground.
No one's getting Pipe of Brilliance.
Blink not quite up yet for Ori, but
I always thought it was good.
Ready to go. Telegraph because nobody is like Zai is getting pretty far top.
Yeah, they scanned it. They just scanned it right now.
I'm over here.
They do so. The hook is in, but Ori not able to connect. Aster having to reset. Still with a minute 20 on the Aegis.
Omni's human Arthas in Warcraft. Ah, yeah. Not Uther.
Get this tower kill. That's the biggest thing preventing them from getting onto the high ground anyway. On top of the split earth, of course. Lincoln's is popped now. Hook not connecting again from Ori, but there's the punch from Boxy into the hook from Matu. Already half HP on Monet, but again, he still has the Aegis, and Zai getting destroyed. My goodness, he melted. Freezing Field comes out just for a split second,
GG. 1-1. It's gonna be 1-1.
Monet, but he gets a concussive grenade off again, and Liquid crumbling here.
Well played by Aster.
Aster coming back with a vengeance, looking to get the mega creeps. Buyback comes out on Matu as one last potential stand here from Liquid. McKay not able to do too much. A nice ice pack.
Nice kill on Pudge.
The dual breath. They find the Pudge finally, but how much is it going to cost them?
Everything.
Roxy ticking away ever so slowly. Matu, the last remaining member of Liquid after the buyback now. He turns into Pudge, or he's still Pudge in fact.
Matumba Man?
Has the rot, just getting kited. Finally gets disposed back into
Matumba Man?
He's actually staying alive thanks to
Matumba Man?
Has to reset back into the fountain. Boxy has to be careful. This would be a dieback for him. He's going to tick away.
Oh.
Had 6,000 health because he also had the strength from Pudge.
Megas.
Very beefy boy as the mega creeps now come out. Aster, massive advantage here. GG still not called. That's only a matter of time here as the last tier 4 will fall. Matu and Zai.
Wow, he didn't even wait for a full heal, Matumba Man.
The Aegis is gone, but the ice path is there.
Dude, Jakiro's kind of bopping. GG.
Number 2. So Aster, they come
Jakiro was
back really
bopping
nicely to push this to 3 games.
Yeah, that's got to be really good for their confidence. You know, in that first game, the first game was really close. There were plenty of opportunities in that
Stinky
game where Aster
Bart
could have maybe started
McFart
getting a
smelled this win
They
coming.
managed to claim it. Liquid ended it in a swift move. This game, Aster pretty much dominating more or less from start to finish. There were a couple of glimpses from Liquid, but for the most part, Aster just crushed them. I love their draft. I think the Omni Knight last pick was brilliant. They get their Pudge on Ori mid against the Storm of Mickey. He gets a solo kill. That's about as good as it could have gone for
You think
Aster,
they're going to ban
so
Sniper?
see. Liquid have had their backs against the wall many times already.
Yep.
They're definitely not scared of a game 3.
That is very, very true. This is going to be a hype game 3 for sure. Let's go to the panel, see what they have to say about this Pudge performance from Ori.
Thank you very much, Sunsfan and Cinder. And indeed, a game 3. We wanted a game 3. We're getting a game 3. Very excited for it. But first, let's talk about how we got there, because this game definitely was a little bit of a change up from Aster in terms of game 1 versus game 2, because it was incredibly dominating here.
Aren't you tired? No, I'm all right for now. I'm holding out good.
I really didn't feel the influence of this Storm Spirit pick. I think Aster put them into a trap where both supports, we're talking about Omni Knight, if he gets the Heavenly Grace off, and Jakiro, a hero that has a lot of strength gain, they're very difficult to pick off, and they always had a really good read where Team Liquid is gonna strike. So
I can't
Storm
believe
did try a couple of times.
Even winner bracket finals is best of 3.
Go in and get some pickoffs going, but it was not successful. And
that's brutal.
I want to talk about timings as well, being able to get Aghanim Sector on Pudge at the same timing as Leshra gets the Bloodstone. And
keep
then
it feeling lethal.
Reducing Morphling's healing and also healing from
Why you want to be a 5? No, I think it's good.
Say, if Pudge is played by Ori...
Most of my favorite tournaments I played personally as a Warcraft 3 professional tournament player That was best of 3. ESWC, WCG was all best of 3 semis and finals too. Even the finals was best of 3.
Ori, I mean, if your Pudge is solo killing the enemy Storm Spirits in the mid lane,
Yeah,
that's more than you could ever ask.
You give more chance for upsets too.
The amount of time.
Which is hype.
Cat on the Omni Knight knew just when to play with the Pudge and when to stop playing with his sniper, and it just felt like all of the pieces of Aster's draft aligned with each other so nicely.
Someone asked, can you break out of base locks like this? What do you do? Well, one of the plays is trying to create counter pressure to push side.
They just lost to it. Instead of being
It depends how
shaken
behind
or
you
maybe
are.
questioning their openers, they take the Marcy for themselves, which they then pivot into an offlane Marcy with the last pick Omni Knight, which I think nobody was prepared for here.
I imagine for Dota, best of 7 would drag on way too long.
That game too. And these game twos at TI always turn into Pudge territory, sniper territory,
Sniper
SF
Pudge, baby.
territory. Yeah, you don't want to get eliminated without
Let's pause for a sec.
potentially just trying your best and going for your cheese picks. So honestly, 10 out of 10 draft there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love the Omni. Like we've talked about, and Liquid even said it in the interview that Aster, they play together.
Thanks, you big loser.
You said a bunch of times they play for team fights. What's a better hero to play this like positioning death ball meta than Pudge, Sniper, Omni? So you have the repositioning on your side. You have you want 4 heroes that are all protecting the sniper. You have the Omni who can save people if the enemy team tries to jump in, like isolate one hero. It's like if you are good at the team play element of Dota, this is one of the best drafts that I've ever seen for that. And I would expect a potential Omni ban in the later phases of the draft in Game 3.
I wouldn't be surprised with that dominating performance indeed. We actually have an Omni Knight specialist as part of our talent crew. We're heading over to him right now. It is Sir Action Slack. You bet your booty I'm an Omni Knight specialist. We have 90 seconds to give away 2 Storm Spirit pillows after that Storm Spirit. I want to hear the best Storm Spirit impressions. If you can do a Storm Spirit impression, so raise your hand. Can you do it? Zip. All right. Can anyone do a Storm Spirit?
Zip?
Right.
Haha, I'm here.
Audience? Oh.
I'm here.
Sir. Zip. Jeez, what is wrong with you guys? All right, come on, somebody! Okay, hurry!
Storm Spirit!
That was pretty good. Take your pillow. Thank you very much.
I think I will. Maybe I could win a pillow too.
5 seconds hit, my boy. Excuse me, sir. This will be a tight fit. Excuse me. There we go. Perfect. Sir, please be good.
Storm Spirit!
All right, that's good enough for me. Can you beat him?
I don't know.
Okay, great. There you go. Thank you very much. All right, back to the panel. Woo!
I'm not going to remember.
Well, okay. Thank you, Slacks, for that. Yeah, I didn't have high standards set for the Storm Spirit sounds, but it worked out, and people got free stuff, so we're all happy for them. Who we're also happy for is Matumaman, because he made it very deep in a tournament that he, from the get-go, had already said, Effie, it's his last ever.
It's very sad, but I mean, for a last run, he's performing spectacularly.
Whose last run?
We saw it in that earlier video where he talked about how he felt like he messed up that first
Matu,
game of
right?
Slender. He went to the bathroom, he washed his face, and he said, "You've done this before. You've done this so many times," and he delivered for his team.
He's washed his face so many times. Good.
How Boxy showed up, how Mika has showed up, but Matu has shown up in spades. I think he's playing some of the best Dota in his life right now, and his teammates are just so inspired to get this win for him before his last run.
And with that in mind, we actually do also have his teammates talking about Matu's retirement.
Wait, that's Matu?
To put it frankly, it sucks. Because I think, you know, like, right now I feel like I just want to keep playing with him.
He's a really good dude. He's very stoic, he's very finished, but he's also very good at Dota.
But?
I mean, the reason why I'm retiring is I was already contemplating after last year's TI. Like, after losing this, I felt like sometimes it hits harder, sometimes it hits a little bit less. I mean, in the moment, you always go with emotions that what you could have done better. Your mind just keeps like barraging you with these feelings and like what you should have done. Did you throw the game for your team? And it's truly miserable feeling. I feel like this was your worth, kinda. Like what you put into this year, this moment was the worth, and you weren't good enough. This year, obviously, I mean, I was crying after that lower bracket final against Team Spirit. I mean, it's heartbreaking to lose that way.
Will he get another rampage at TI-10? Absolutely, Yatoro! If they're gonna call GG, the underdog story is still alive. Team Spirit move on to the grand final.
It just doesn't satisfy me equally anymore. Like, I just feel tired. I'm doing it out of sense of it's my job and duty to become better, or like stay at least like as good as I was before, or like maintaining the form. I feel like whatever you choose to devote all your life for, you better do it like fully hearted. Like, there's no way I'm gonna half-ass this thing. Like, it's gonna eat me alive. That's how I feel.
I think this year, especially on the team that we're on now, he's kind of embraced more of a leadership type of thing. So he's kind of got that. Yeah, he's our stoic, bearded, finished leader.
For me, I think this year maybe not that sad, because I get to relax after the race and enjoy my retirement days. So for me, it's really a win-win, you know?
It sucks. There's no real other way to put it.
The Dota scene, I think, is gonna miss him once he's gone.
I don't think it's like a very reluctant leave, but hopefully he'll do what Jerax did and come back in a few years, and we'll be waiting with open arms.
They're with you.
Rip? Come on, man.
Wow.
He's not dead.
Sure about that, guys.
I just saw him.
Don't worry, he's very much alive, and he has had a fantastic career. Still having it, by the way. He's not out.
Most damage to buildings.
There's, of course, one more game, and he could potentially
Must be Lone
go
Druid.
all the way with that as well. But we wanted to make sure that we highlighted, because this is a TI winner, one of the two still remaining in the tournament. And Lacoste, it is definitely a guy to be celebrated.
Oh, Rip. Retire in peace.
Also does celebrate Matu in a way, you know, even after a couple of years, if he wants to come
Open
back,
arms,
they're going to be waiting for him. Definitely a good dude, you know, gives you that energy. And I like the way he talked about, you know, giving his 100%. You can feel
Where's Lacoste
in the way
from?
that he plays, also taking the leadership role a little bit, but he gave everything. This is what you need to do when you're playing professional Dota, like at this level.
Croatia.
I think we can, you know, see Matu in the next 3 months sitting at the boat, just enjoying himself.
Oh, you know he will.
That makes sense, considering he was part of the 4 anchors plus the C captain.
Morning, Frosty.
He was the captain.
And if he wasn't if he was an anchor, he has definitely qualified as officially a C captain.
He's definitely not an anchor of this.
Not an anchor. Yeah. C captain in the eyes of millions of people out there in the world.
For sure. We all know retirement in Dota 2
doesn't mean
is hard. Apparently people can't.
It's too good.
The game just keeps pulling you back in.
I think that if you're competing at this level, you have this strong drive to just always be good, to be the best, to play for that glory and not necessarily for financial reasons. And this sense of competition inside of these players is so strong that it's hard for them to stay away. But he
Thanks
did
for the
mention in the
suggestion,
video that
chat.
at this point, he's just tired. It feels like a chore to him right now, and when you reach that level of burnout, you do owe it to yourself to just see what your next step in life is. So I fully support him in all of his endeavors, and I mean, he's just one of the greatest players to touch Dota. His results have been excellent. He's been on some of the most emotional stories, from winning TI with a team to getting kicked, to then getting 3rd place, to now going through the last chance qualifiers when people counted them out. I mean, this guy is just really part of so many awesome stories.
Yeah, he also was in the live studio that got the 1 HP Pango. I think that moment will be immortalized in Dota 2 history for sure. Just like I think all TI winners are immortalized, and all these guys want to be TI winners. Yes, Matu and Poppy already still win and are already immortalized, but they want to do it again. And all these guys going back to their booths, they just want to make sure to win just one game of Dota 2 to make it to the final day, because that is all that is standing between them and a lower bracket finals. One game, Jenkins.
That's absolutely right, Shiver. He is from Finland, but of course, Matamo does not want to be finished after this game. He wants to continue playing.
Yes.
Don't do anything, Spartamus.
We
you sitting on that?
At least 5 minutes.
Well, thank you for getting that out just in time. Now, we've talked a lot about the teams, and earlier on we heard Team Liquid talk about Aster, and now we're going to hear Aster talk about Team Liquid.
Liquid 其实在这么些年一直很强的队伍。
我觉得他们因为一直在进步吧，因为他们首先从突围上打上来的，然后一直在就跟进自己的打法，然后再努力的改进自己的错误。
我觉得他们的那个教练挺能领神的，因为我昨天在网上看见了他们的那个语音聊天，他们在赛前，然后。
I don't think you should be reading the internet about blog posts about your opponent. That's like.
我觉得他们主要是
Stay off the internet, pros.
为这个队一直在改，就是他能适应各种打法的马桶吧，就是为这个队付出很多。
虽然之前我们2-0了他们，但是他们能重新杀回来，但是然后也是不容小觑的吧，所以我们依然还是会很重视他们。
As a caster, I love reading chat and comments and Reddit and everything. It doesn't hurt me as a caster when I worked as a caster on events. As a player, it's the worst thing I could do for my mentality ever, to read comments or chat or anything like that.
Them, Lacoste.
Especially, I'm not propaganda from the enemy team. You don't want to like get impressed or jealous about your opponent's team's coach. It doesn't do you any good. Like, well, I think their coach is very motivational. Is really helping them. They're really lucky to have such a good coach. I don't want that in my head.
Teams. So, you know, Team Liquid does have an upper hand here, and then we have 3 European teams left in top 3. That
Chinese Dota fans are apparently super savage and critical of Chinese teams too. Yeah, there's a history of that for Chinese players. I heard the same thing for Warcraft 3 Chinese players. Very brutal reception for bad performance.
Needing to perform here, because not only do you want to win for yourselves, now you feel
Korea
like you're
too.
going to win for an entire region. You're carrying the hosts, so they definitely are equally as motivated in Liquid. But I just love seeing
Dutch fans are pretty chill.
Respect each other. I mean, the way that they talk about each other, the way that they just value each player individually, and have obviously put in a lot of time preparing for each other, is going to make for a great series of Dota. I mean, I think this last game is going to be a banger.
It's good for Aster that they didn't feeling the weight of an entire region, especially such a proud region, could be crushing, especially after game 1. So it's yeah, this is a scary team considering they feel that weight, and instead of it crushing them, it empowers them. And maybe that's our boy Lanham that's you know, partly to blame for that success.
For Aster, I feel like personally they perform the best when XXS is on an initiator type of hero. We saw in that game 1 he was playing the Underlord, who obviously provided a lot for the draft and the team in terms of map movements. But when it comes to the way that they've traditionally taken these team fights on the back of his Mars, on the back of his other awesome initiations, if they lack that, it does feel like overall they are playing a little bit worse. So what I want to see for this game 3 coming out of Aster is just putting XXS on that initiation hero, and just depending on him.
Logan is seeing a dream where Grubby plays his carry. Dude, don't make me open Dota now. I'm gonna open Dota now.
Successful fashion. Obviously, Boxy was the star of the show game 1.
You're gonna regret you said that.
Play Marcy Lacoste are doing the same thing.
Yeah, the hero, I mean, this is the reason why this hero is the most popular hero of this international, just being able to close the gap. Strong laner scales really well into the mid-late game. We saw Boxy in game 1 that he can also scale from position 4. Like, people did figure out Marcy going for BKB instead of the previous
build,
Euphoria. Like Blink, Ether Lens type of a build. And
Lacoste was part of the first EG when Dota 2 came out.
Lost both games, and that's a big question mark for me for the game 3. Whether teams are going to prioritize this hero in the first phase, I feel like it's going to be a no.
You're afraid of me on carry?
There's still merit to this
Think
hero.
again.
They just have to kind of set up for it a little better, right? Because, for example, if that
Best Clinks and Guardian
had been a Leshrac potentially playing with an Omni Knight, it could have looked better for him. But I do agree with Lacoste that it does seem solved at this point. But for Liquid, what I do want to see is Foxy on
How do I do
another
predictions?
For just
This?
demolishing the game. Like, he has been the bread
How
and
do you do
butter
predictions?
early game winner for Liquid. He's the one who goes from lane to lane. He just has so much impact early on. So absolutely do not put this man on some backline support. Do not do it. Just give him
battle
his best
points.
shot.
Yeah, it's something that I was a little bit worried about seeing Baboka on a Jakiro, Jenkins, but he crushed that one too.
Yeah, he did very well in that game. I mean, especially after the game 1 performance. It's like, no, like, give him a playmaker.
You can
like,
do
this
it on
guy's
Twitch?
clearly on fire right now, but in game 2, I guess he was actually literally on fire, given the Jakiro.
Only one half.
Yeah, only on, yeah, 50-50. But no,
You can do it on Twitch after game start, okay.
The thing is with Jakiro is, like, for good Jakiros, it kind of is an initiation to a degree, because, like, if you're coming
your
out
Twitch
of smoke,
is linked
for example,
on Steam.
you get with, like, a clutch ice
think
path.
probably.
Like, at least there still is, like,
Let me
clutch
check.
potential with Jakiro because of the ice path ability.
Other
We
abilities
saw that.
are not as flashy. Like, you can't really do much, but he did some work. Yeah. He really put in some really good work.
It's time to find out what's going to happen. Game 3, Aster Liquid. Let's go.
Team Liquid.
Team
versus
Liquid.
Team Aster. Game 3.
Game number 3.
Oh, my Steam is not connected. I'm gonna connect it now. Dude, what the hell? Lag.
You guys expect to see?
Marcy, bro. Marcy's bad.
Neither team will get Marcy.
I'm connected now.
Won both games when it got picked, and also once again, Liquid second pick, Aster first pick. I think it makes total sense.
I'll refresh just in case.
Always first phase primal.
Just in case that's needed, I'm gonna refresh. Sorry about the delay. We'll catch up. Dude, it takes so long to load. What?
Probably got ignored last time. And Aster. It's in the heads of Liquid right now, probably. It's a sniper.
Marcy ban.
Aster seems so confident.
Broodmother Enigma ban.
Literally picked him last time. And Liquid right now is probably like not in the easiest spot about this. You're probably already making up your minds for it. But Lux Slash.
I have glass fiber internet.
Lux is pretty good against a sniper.
That's not it.
Plays a shrapnel if it would come out.
So just to clarify, when you say sniper,
who are your favorite casters so far?
Choice of the draft.
I mean, I like all of them.
Yeah.
That means it's the 4th pick.
Yeah, sorry.
The Catcast SVG cast was very good.
It's a good way of
I love
referring
OD
to,
Pixel.
like, once you're in the lingo, of referring to the order in which you're.
But I like all of them. I don't think there's one bad caster among everyone.
The highest roll was 5. But
okay, so they do the Tusk Lina over the Lash rack.
So they're preparing for Lash.
Preparing for Lash, yeah, it's good against the Lash if they would pick it.
I don't think a good caster is that important, as a bad caster will ruin your enjoyment. Do you know what I mean? Like, good casting is great, but I prefer neutral or pleasant. I don't need them to be very knowledgeable or extremely hype. It's nice. I think it's a huge bonus to a show, but the worst thing is if there's one that you hate. I like all of them.
This tournament?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He has?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't recall none of the games we had with Aster. He has been playing Primal, but
it's like sound design. Exactly. Good goes relatively unnoticed. Bad ruins games. Exactly.
Bad the sniper.
So how likely is this Primal mid?
No, they play it offlane, but
as long as they're not sexual predators,
it's
yeah.
still a flex in the end, but like Linas usually do fine, but it's a bit like two-sided because like the Probies can also get on top of the Lina. So with like one rotation, for example, the Lina always has to be scared of like
Primal Beast.
Dying.
Win rate 51%.
Fine of playing it, and it's, in the end, like they picked it into the Lina. Also, Oracle Lifestealer ban. I don't quite get the Oracle ban, what that is for. Did they ban it last game? I don't recall. It's a bit of a special ban.
Oracle ban, Omega Law.
Good against Primal Beast. Liquid sticking to the Mars ban as always. They did the last circuit, they picked the last 2 times. Or leading into Pango ban as well.
I guess something to say about the Oracle ban is, first of all, it's one of Insania's absolute best heroes. Even when the hero isn't popular in the meta, he will still
Oracle
pick it.
dumps on PB?
It blocks
really?
a ton of Primal Beast's damage, right?
True,
it
I guess.
blocks the entire trample.
Insania
it
hero.
Blocks the pulverize. It gives you a hard save against
it's
the
his
primal.
best.
I guess it's one of the few things in the game that can even stop a pulverize, right?
Why does Oracle beat PB?
Yeah, I guess the Fate's Edict is really good.
And you also protect yourself from a potential
Because he roots him with the Q, or
Huskar Oracle second phase where they pick the Oracle first, and now you kind of have to, you know, cover that base, and then they don't even need to go there. So I do think there's value in it, but it is definitely not a common choice here.
Magic Immunity.
That Aster are going with. Did they? I feel like they banned it last game.
Yeah, I'm not sure as well. They might have banned it. In the end, it's one of Insania's best heroes, or maybe his best hero after all. Also, we see the Pudge being banned.
He's got a bunch of counters.
Aster bans it, even though they did really well with that hero last game.
Sin just explained it. Oh, I wasn't listening.
Which they might put on mid, so it's a bit weird to pick the Pudge with that.
Is this telling you that they want Lesh? That they banned the Pudge? Is that setting up for that?
Maybe they just think that Liquid also loves it. Like, they run a lot of this Lina Pudge combo, where like the Pudge is like a semi-core and the Lina out of mid carries the game eventually, and playing the Mountain Pudge. Interesting to note here that this is the first game where Pango is available in the second stage. As in, like, Liquid did not ban it, they banned the Omni instead, which looked pretty damn good too. So the Pango is definitely in both teams' minds right now. Liquid might pick it up right now as both Mickey and Zai play it.
Omni ban, yeah. They didn't like that.
Okay. A hero that was first picked many games early on in the tournament and disappeared completely almost in the last
Who's
few
Grubby?
days.
Me. Hi, Trebly.
Yeah, so how much importance would you put on Aster having a way of breaking Tombstone? Is that something they specifically need to pick for in this game, or can you kind of play around it? Primal Beast is obviously very mobile.
First of all, they need a hero that can even lane against Undying.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's highest priority, I would say.
Yeah, Undying like has like these two annoying aspects, right? Very
I got a bit of
strong in the laning stage, but also then later the Tombstone, so you can kind of think what the hero
in the last big Dota 2.7 grand final.
That's really cool. I'm not going to watch other videos now, though.
So they could also just go for the approach that if the Tombstone is put on,
I slept for 1.5 hours, yeah.
Basically.
Something that Liquid have banned in the series as well as the Naga Siren, which teams have used in the past. You just Song of the Siren, you break the tomb. Is that? I guess Naga doesn't look appealing enough here that you can pick it with these two picks before Liquid get a counter pick into the second ban phase.
What's Undying win rate?
It's interesting. It also depends who on Aster
Not
will play
bad.
the Naga in the end. Some people play it on +3 and 1 as well. Oh, they go.
All right.
Oh.
Does XXS play the Naga?
Naga is so good against Undying.
This is flex for now, right?
I'm worried for Liquid.
Tech speed aura for the tomb as well. Probably not the primary reason they're getting it. But
69 ban, 67 win rate.
Logic in this spot?
Beastmaster's a good hero. Can pick.
All right. Does
this mean anything for Primal Beast's position? Are you expecting a 4, or can he still go?
I'm expecting Primal Beast mid and +4 or carry Naga.
Yeah, I think so too. Interesting though, I think that Undying is a pretty strong lane against Beastmaster, right? So
yeah, but really bad against Naga.
Yeah. I mean, do you lane Naga Beast into Undying?
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, that definitely works.
That's interesting. And the Pangolier. There we go.
Whoa. They already have a hard lockdown for the role here. They have the Beastmaster. I guess if it's a carry Naga, you could see the Ags come out
No
as
less
well,
rack,
right?
no less rack. They already have Lina and Pango.
For Liquid?
You can always shard the IX net on Pango.
Okay. So you can ulti, you can shard, the net gets spells, right? And then you keep rolling. It's a nice mechanic you can always abuse. I think if the Naga is +1, maybe she goes Axe, but she might just go for the other core items instead.
It's a pretty solid lane for a carry Naga. Tusk Pango doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still have coffee.
I mean, in terms of games, it's not the most free illusion game hero, I guess, because of the Pangolier.
What can save this draft for Liquid?
It's playable, I guess.
Monet loves Drow.
Straw's still in pool?
Yep.
Yeah, Straw's still in pool, actually.
Is it Lina support?
Might get.
Drow looks pretty interesting.
Is Pango side? Lina mid?
Monet likes Morph. Also very good.
He played an insane morph at Guy7. I remember that when LFY looked like the team that was
yeah,
going to
Lone
win
Druid,
the whole tournament
Pudge,
at one point.
Lifestealer. They're of course banning at 1
so
now.
Liquid thinks it's a carry Naga as they ban on Snapfire. So
it can be Pango 3.
Whether they think it or not, you kind of have to pick your poison.
Yeah, Pango 3, Lina 2.
The options that Aster have, and they just.
So which one saves it here?
Is the least scary, which is a support that kills Tombstone on its own. Would you agree with
that?
Not
faceless.
Interesting. I think this is a better offlane Lash game than last game. But this game they went for Pango instead.
Is it Bloodseeker?
Pango was always banned as well.
Yeah, they banned it themselves last series.
Aster bans a Bloodseeker. This is also interesting.
Oh my god, I thought it was going to be Bloodseeker, got banned.
So they don't like it.
I don't think they want a super late game hero like Morphling this time.
This Bloodseeker ban, is that just, okay, well, what does Matsu play
I think they want something they can kill.
Bloodseeker that we're most scared of,
so they don't need to
them up for
play for 30 minutes plus.
They don't have the ultimate last pick, so they're going to have to show something key here.
I think it is good against Drow.
Okay. The Seeker?
Yeah.
It's
Ursa
definitely already good against Primal Beast, I guess. Like, of course, Raptor counters like the hero who has to move to deal damage.
What if they would have picked it themselves against Pango?
Medusa?
Like, they could have picked it themselves on Aster. For the
I like Medusa.
Against Lina, it's decent. Against Pangoli, it's very good.
I like Medusa.
But they opt to not do so. They would have had a very melee-oriented
I think
lineup.
Ursa or Medusa.
That's true.
Don't like it so much.
So you're still Team Drow here?
Or Clinks.
It's not bad, yeah. It looks. The question is, what would Liquid pick if they would draw an Aster?
Aster picks Drow every game they can, I feel like. Either that or carry Naga.
Ursa can't fight into this.
I like the Drow a lot. Drow against Lina is also legit. And there
Let's go Medusa.
Nice call.
Is it complement Lycan?
Oh, that would be...
Lycan against...
That would be very interesting.
Drow. Does he play it? Does he like it?
I mean,
does he like it?
Oh, we've already established that Matsu doesn't play Morph for some reason, so I guess we can also say doesn't play Lycan, which is like one of his best heroes.
Main is a bit annoying, maybe, but I mean...
Grubby, Medusa's a terrible picker. Why?
For now, you have Beastmaster problems, first of all, so...
Yeah.
You need to deal with that lane.
There's no sound booth? There is. The whole stadium is one sound booth.
It's also one of the classic
all the sound is in the whole booth.
Too hard against Primal Beast,
I feel like they will even lose lane against Naga Beast.
Yeah, it's too rough.
This Naga Beast second stage seeming to work out. It's crazy. But I'm curious how that lane will go nonetheless. But yeah, PL also a bit annoying against to play against Maiden and the Beast. But that's still a pool even.
Lifestealer, which kind of sucks, right? It's banned actually. Never mind. They can't.
It's a random Ursa, but it's also not good.
Oh.
Matsu, go.
I think Aster is an amazing draft.
I guess Lycan or PL are our best ideas. So
I like Lycan.
Lycan is the closest thing to Lone Druid that you're going to get, right?
I feel like we're missing out on
True.
I feel like we're missing out on something. Knights?
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, boy, I love it. I love this hero. Wow.
NS.
I feel like Naga will destroy this lane so hard.
Wow.
Okay, I only play Night Stalker position 3. I think he's a great hero.
After seeing that,
I've never seen him in one.
I think I'm pretty sure
I'm on board with Aster, guys.
I feel like following this one from the in-game client.
I feel like Lina is like decently strong this game. She has to play against Raw and Drow though. It's not easy. I mean, this Night Stalker last pick I'm a bit curious about. I don't think it's the freest Night Stalker game. I feel like Beastmaster should have a good lane against it.
Do you feel like Night Stalker is a solution against
Why is there a Chaos Knight 3D model?
Get on top of it,
I don't know.
Supporting cast around it with Song of the Siren, with Roar.
Yeah, sort of. I guess like this draft is really based around Mickey and Lina. Like this Lina is like the turret that is going to stand in the front and 4 heroes go in for him. So if Mickey is like having a good start, he can carry this game.
Okay, so with
he chose Night Stalker as his final game. Not if they win, dude.
Say about this game number 3 draft.
But I think much better draft for Aster.
Liquid. Sir, I know you guys usually run down the clock for the memes, but that one looked like you were really discussing till the end. Do you feel like this is one of the harder drafts that you guys have had to do this event?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Aster is such a sick team. We're really scratching our heads, and we told Montu, if it's the last game, what do you want to play? What do you want to go out on? What do you want to have fun on? And so we let him choose.
All right, and there we go. The Night Stalker, huh? Do you believe in his choice? Do you think he's got it? Does he feel it? He got the energy from the booth?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, he's a pretty bad Night Stalker, but, you know, it's his choice.
All right, my friend. Well, I gave Lanham the choice last time, so I'm going to let you have one more speech out there to everybody watching. You're a crowd favorite here, so any words out there to the audience?
Yeah, you know, if this is our last game and this is Lasse's last game, I know he really appreciated all the support. It truly means a lot to me just to be up here. We're blessed every single day. Thank you to the fans that are watching. You really make this all possible. Every year I realize that more and more. So thank you everybody who came here to see Lasse play and the rest of our team. This one's for you.
All right, we'll throw it right over to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you, Slacks and Blitz.
Blitz always talks for Matu like this in person too. It's a meme. Okay.
10-minute discussion here by both of us will be about Matu Night Stalker and what we think. I mean, the idea of a hero jumping on top of Drow makes sense. I would assume an Aghanim Scepter might be something that he'll prioritize, along with obviously the BKB and a Blink Dagger. Am I missing anything else here? You can eat the boar when you get the shard. Actually, you can eat whatever Helm of the Dawn, right? Does that work?
Yeah, you can
during
eat
nighttime.
You can eat the Helm of the Overlord even.
Yeah.
Right? It's the only thing.
It's going to be a dire tower kill.
I think was a big part of what.
Oh,
Is that
no!
only during nighttime or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm too slow.
I believe so.
So it's all about getting.
Now you're making me question myself.
Yeah, I know. I do that all the time. Sorry about that. Boxy's going to ice shard his way onto the low ground, but he's going to be met by Boboka. We have some nice blocks.
Yeah,
we'll get it next series.
It only targets Ancients at night, so that's the only time he can kill the Overlord at Ancient Creep.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, this is a completely out of left field pick. Nobody expected it. You heard Entity; they were not expecting it.
You can do prediction on Twitch, yeah.
And I'd be willing to bet that Aster had no clue this was coming either. So, you know, that's sometimes surprise picks like this show up amazingly, and sometimes they fall flat. Either way, it's a really creative response here for Liquid, and it's a pretty polarizing carry. I'll say that much. Night Stalker has his games, but he also has games where he falls completely flat.
You are the expert on this hero too.
Yeah, Night Stalker's a very polarizing hero. The games where you win and lose, it's really like night and day.
Oh my god.
It's different. Yeah, it sounds horrible now, doesn't it?
Just awful.
It worked back then.
Your career makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
We are into
Everyone
the game,
was
of course.
awful.
Siamese Cat getting pushed out here by Zai, playing the Pangolier. Yeah, talk to me about the Drow Ranger, because you guys all predicted it. Why is it so good this game?
So, first of all, you have the Beastmaster Aura, which is nice for range right-click carries. Secondly,
they don't know.
Liquid don't have the best backline jump, right? And it's also just a favorite of Aster's in this tournament. You saw them play Sniper 2 games in a row. They like playing Monet on this heavy long-range artillery, so it just fits the bill. The only catch that Liquid had on
Crystal Maiden did know. She has a cliff ward.
Is a Tusk or a Pango, which both kind of get countered by Force Staff. So you naturally
I'm
want
gonna
to
start doing my ward here too.
It feels good.
This one.
And that's why we have so much focus on this NS, because I think he has a very clear
this
job
is a nice
in this
ward.
game that he needs to perform. And if he does get to do that, it could look amazing. So
Night Stalker can eat Beastmaster creeps. Yes. With Shard. That's really nice.
this tournament in general, he won with it in game 1.
Well, what's the reason that Primal, I wouldn't say he's fallen off necessarily, but he was completely ignored in the first 2 games, I believe. This is a hero that was picked or banned in basically every game in the group stage and a lot of the main stage.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't consider it good enough. It's hard to remember all the drafts by heart because there might have been some counters in play or other heroes picked that, you know, just bumped his priority down a little bit. But it was pretty surprising to see overall, given how even the later stages of this tournament, Primal's just been like a top tier prioritized hero.
I mean, we even cast a game, I believe it was Ace playing Primal Beast, where like there's 3 hard counters this year. And
support Naga.
Yeah.
Sometimes
with
it
Orb.
doesn't even matter.
Oh, top lane, big damage onto Zai here.
Yep, he has a shield crash for that damage mitigation, but it's worn off now. Gets off the swashbuckle with the tag team combo as well, but it's not enough. Aster strikes first, and Monet is going to get help with this frostbite from Siamese Cat. Is it going to be enough for a double kill? Indeed, they get 1 each, and Aster on the board early, and
it's always weird to me how you cannot physical attack when you get rooted by Maiden.
Extremely strong. There's not enough damage yet.
Drow has pretty decent armor. She's playing with 7 armor in the lane.
Crystal Maiden not high-fiving? Yeah, it's because it wasn't meant for him. It was meant for the Liquid player that died. By Crystal Maiden not high-fiving, it's an even bigger disrespect slap.
There's not enough in the tank there for Liquid. And it's kind of understandable that they're, I wouldn't say they're desperate, but they're really eager to try to find a kill in this lane because that's what's going to give them comfort. But that was just not the time. Maybe a level 3 timing would have been a lot stronger for them, with 2 in tag team perhaps, or 2 in the either crash or swashbuckle. See, Zai will choose the crash here. Instant frostbite. He's going to take quite a beating actually for getting that creep.
Gets the swash off, but he's going to lose a lot of creeps to denies, it looks like. Can't really get too close.
I was once frozen and I could still hit.
Your Primal Beast just belching in the background. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, you love that.
Top lane, there's a multi-shot coming out. Siamese Cat's in a lot of trouble, though. He's going to get taken out finally
Monet?
on the Liquid side. As Zai will barely get away. Monet just continuing to get these...
They got him back.
Yes,
Worse for Liquid.
16-5 right now versus the Night Stalker, which is Matu, of course. 23-3 in the opposite lane. So in terms of the position 1 CS, it's Liquid favorite right now. But obviously kill-wise, not so much.
Yeah, Matu's finding some great farm for sure. He has 3 mangoes that he can use during nighttime, which is coming up. That could lead to a chase. Speaking of chase,
from Boxy, Monet, he's gonna get the multi-shot off, and they're just gonna turn this around onto Zai.
Damn.
Nice kill for Aster. An attempted TP out for
Liquid
Boxy.
getting spanked top lane.
yeah, that's still, even if you survive there on
Tough
top, it
lane
still
draw.
feels bad, right? Because you're abandoning a lane with creeps in. That all this experience just effectively going to waste now. Monet has been going to be close to level 5 when Zai returns on level 3. This
Maiden Drow
is just, it's toast.
Dude, Maiden Drow is such a hard lane to play into as double melee. Like what?
For having a good time, and as we talked about, nighttime now for Matu could lead to some aggression in the bottom lane.
Yep.
Unfortunately for him, Undying, not the best kill partner during nighttime. He kind of has to do most of the work himself. Doesn't have like a slow or a stun to bring to the table. But at the very least, Matu will be finding excellent farm down here. XXS isn't doing too bad though.
Yeah, but mid lane you mentioned, Mickey is owning 38-12 versus Ori's 23-1. So Mickey with the huge advantage as bottom lane. Insania getting gone on for the time being, but basically out of mana at this point. But 3 mangoes there for Moss if he wants to feed his support a bit.
Yeah, it is actually kind of tricky for the NS when you look at it. There's both the Orb of Venom on the Naga and the Boars. When the Boars hit level 3 here in a second, this slow is going to be pretty substantial. Struggle to play as aggressively as you would like. Loving this from Mickey though, in the mid lane, getting half the tower, playing very aggressively with his siege creep wave.
Any glyphers?
Choose to glyph it here and just squeeze as much out of this as possible.
No glyph.
Choose not to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We do have the Crystal Maiden.
Maybe they're saving glyph for the Beastmaster push.
In case an opportunity opens up, but looks like not the case, so we'll just back off, cover at that angle.
This'll come in handy.
In the meantime, Money is just having the time of his life top, just running at Zai. Look at that damage with the multi-shot. Zai now down to 200 health. This, I think, I dare say, might be Zai's lowest net worth this tournament, minute 7.
Yeah, Pango versus these long-range heroes. Any hero that can orb walk is a pain for this hero.
1,600.
You know who else can orb walk?
2,800 of beast, so 1,000
Clinks.
difference between the offlaners. And Zai's just not being given any space. He buys a Ring of Health to try to sustain, but he's almost going to get killed off by the Crystal Maiden here.
Yeah.
Has to back off once again, and it's tricky now for Boxy as well, right? Because where do you go as Tusk? It's hard to gank mid against the Primal. If he has any vision, he can get away with this onslaught.
Bottom lane, we're going to see the Tombstone come out with the Void, but XXS can just TP away knowing that the Void is on cooldown.
The Tombstone used as well, pretty long cooldown.
Night has begun.
Yeah, but still,
Night Stalker time.
Extremely well, and kind of items that we're expecting here from early on. He's going to get, he has the phase boots going for the armlet. He had the Helm of the Iron Will very early, so we can turn that into the armlet soon. Pulverize.
Did they just give up on him? He's dead?
Yeah. Solar Rip's not going to be nearly enough to heal him out of that. And top lane, again, the aggression coming out from Monet. The multi-shot has been owning.
Boxy!
Boxy! He's gonna cancel, but can he get out of this?
Boxy!
Another one, it looks like he's still gonna live.
Wow.
And Zai
Boxy Tusk.
Yeah.
Exists.
That's Pango this game so far.
32% for Liquid already.
I know it's elimination game, but to give Boxy some farm, I had like kind of a transition.
8 minutes in.
I think that's
with almost equal net worth.
It's 8 minutes in and he has no net worth. So his recovery curve is way too hard, right? He has the lowest net worth in the game.
Oh, nice LSA. Pulverize came in, or Ori still has the Pulverize available. Looks like this is going to be a kill, but the good blade comes out onto Ori. That is enough.
Mika needs to stay alive here for Liquid.
Double kill from Matu.
That was huge.
LSA connects.
That was so huge.
Ice shards are there as well, and 3 kills in the name of Liquid.
Great punish.
Somehow I feel like top and bot were being won so hard by Aster that it almost feels like trying to play into mid to address the Lina is a mistake. Because she's like the strongest. I don't know if that's just a noob take. But that's what Liquid needed.
Other 2 lanes, pretty damn good. They get the tier 1 mid as well. and still with another minute to go on the nighttime for Matsu.
Matsu did get involved with the ult, so once
Aster
nighttime
didn't win
ends, he
both.
will not have that to work with.
That's
But
true, actually.
Natural night still happening. He might go for the dive here onto
They're going for it.
Oh, if they get Drow, it's huge. Night Stalker!
The ice shards now. Swashbuckle from side to try to get some form of revenge.
Nice Stalker.
Monet falls as Liquid finding tons of kills on the map now.
It's gonna lose the
Ooh, recovery.
Success with the Helm of the Dominator will push this tower minute 9, but if Liquid can get this trade top, I think they're pretty happy with this. Like, given how terrible Zai's lane is, he's found his level 6. They bring this down
Cinderin
as
is a
well,
nice talker.
starting to stabilize a little bit more. And as for Matsu's build, I think you go Armlet. He's getting the shard, which is just a given here against Beastmaster. Probably just BKB after, right? I don't think there's any reason to buy Axe when the Naga is support.
That's true.
You'd rather get some hard-hitting single target
initiation on a Mickey. Snowball comes in from Boxy, but Mickey taking the brunt of the damage from these illusions. Gets up the Laguna Blade.
Lina!
Man fight versus Ori, but looks like
Lina?
he's running to his death here. LSA not able to connect as Mickey drops to XXS in the end.
Oh, the creep from
Zai's
Beastmaster.
rolling thunder, not doing
It
a ton here,
tornadoed
so he
him.
would snag the invis rune at the very least. But we got the onslaught coming in, but no vision. Although Zai will get clipped a bit by the trample.
Yeah.
Now they know there's no
showing
sentries
up
there,
there
at
with the Hurricane. Pushed back into Lina for the kill. And they're going to turn this into
Is he
going to
try to kill the career?
Kind of scary times for Liquid. You don't have Dark Ascension for 10 seconds, but
Don't
at least
do
you have
it.
the glyph. Maybe it's enough to hold this tower. Zai obviously
He actually
has the
let it go.
Rune, which is something they also have to be wary of. They know he has it. He could be anywhere right now. That's how Invis works.
Thank you.
And he's actually going to... Oh, that's an observer ward. Never mind. He's not going to
I wonder what items Night Stalker is building. Any Midas?
information that Liquid could act on here.
No.
Still no Rolling Thunder, and now he's showing. Roar was faked out.
Yeah, gets the
He was
swash and
really
shield
picking
crash
up.
off. He's playing very cocky right now, but
I would have killed
a lot of that
Courier,
has to
yeah.
do with the fact that a lot
And
of his
died to
team
Drow.
is in the area. But XXS is quite tanky, going for the Wraith Pact, of course, after the Helm.
Yeah, maybe you just don't go Helm of the Overlord at all.
Because he can eat it?
Because of NS. Like, maybe it's not worth it.
It's only half the time.
It's a lot of the time. And when you enter a team fight, you don't have Ancients nearby, right? So you bring your Ancient, he eats it, and then... And even if you're using it to split push, you're essentially just funneling in a lot of gold into NS. So I feel like we've seen this before when Night Stalker offlane started becoming a pseudo counter to Beast, that Beastmaster would just bypass Overlord because you're kind of just giving too much over.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this approach. You
Giving
want
too
the
much
Dawn because
over,
it just does that
Lord.
much this early in the game, but don't spend too much net worth on just getting creeps eaten.
Ori on the other side of the ice shards. Nicely done from him. But we can see the CM here as
Easy
Matsu
kill.
able to get the 4-shot off. It's a lot of damage coming out from Dark Ascension.
But that's Dark Ascension. I think he was hoping to get a bigger kill on the Primal Beast there, but Boxy's charge just barely too short, not clipping. What a weird net worth distribution this is. Liquid easily have the top 2, and then they easily have 6th.
Yeah, I like the We Say Things podcast a lot, but I saw their episodes are like 2 hours. They invited me, but that's like 2 games of Dota it's gonna cost me.
For Zai to be farmed, maybe,
So
he's gonna go
maybe a
something
little
like
bit later.
Dagger and just try to find a good ult here or there, or at least eat the Roar for his Night Stalker, which is also really important.
It's a high cost.
Yeah, very close for now.
We've seen games, I think it was at the Arlington Major.
That's 60
Night Stalker
MMR.
might have been- was it carry Night Stalker? Yeah, I think it was Saberlight playing, where you get the shard, you get Midas every game, but it seems that has fallen off. Maybe a little too risky, being kind of pushed down by the likes of Beastmaster and Drow. But
Plus
will be
60.
Actually not going shard first. Has the Ogre Club right now.
So he will go BKB.
The shard definitely adds a lot of farm.
Yeah, and he
for a hero that doesn't get
can't
much.
be adjusting to XXS not going Overlord because he wouldn't know that yet. So
true.
He just thinks the BKB is the better timing, wants to be able to fight sooner rather than later. And it is a mandatory item in NS carry this game. You can't play without it. He has to have it. Or it's going to get kited too hard.
I'm showing in the bot lane now is you can hear Ori going to town, but not going to connect onto Matu. But the TP
Just
is
dodge
coming in,
everything.
so Liquid
Matumba
want to
Man,
defend.
Giga Chat.
You can see the troll summoner out and about. Got the rally skeletons ready to go.
Yeah, 1 minute till shard.
Singular rally, not very powerful at all.
He's got the money, but 1 minute till shard's available.
And in terms of itemization for Mickey, looks like, yeah, I think they're trying to line up these BKBs on both him and Matu right now. Looks like he's already picked it up actually. So we'll see if they fight a little early on, but
25%.
Might get denied. No, not even a chance here. So a freebie for Aster.
Beastmaster with a troll creep and 2 Boris. They don't need to risk anything by putting a hero in range of that tower.
Dude, 25%. The game feels even.
And Boxy also doesn't really dare to commit.
They have 3 towers down.
First of all, he's terrible at it, but even if he were to try,
that's how bad their draft is.
Yeah, you just have to give that one up, but you can look for your own move. Liquid, we'll try to find some sort of opening, and there might be a little bit of a false feeling of safety here with that Hawk finding nobody.
He just overtook Maiden
though, because they have a sentry. But this could open up a potential play for them if they can somehow get the right vision. They see XXS on this ward at the bottom tier 1.
Yes, it's because Dota Plus reached Naga's carry. Maybe he'll sneak in a bit, carry.
I should mention, Baboka, you did bring up the potential Aghanim Scepter. It is not a carry Naga, of course, but be able to get the ensnare on the Rolling Thunder. But I mean, it feels like Pango does go shard every game anyway.
Yeah, then you ensnare the Night Stalker instead, which is
true,
mega high impact. So if he gets there on the Naga, it could be a game-deciding item. Usually support Nagas will not get this until pretty late, but given the map control that Aster have and the way they're playing, if they just keep pushing,
they are skipping the second,
with the Primal Beast and
the second Overlord item.
You get there eventually. He's been giving a lot of space. You can see Baboka is fully committed to the idea. He buys the pretty first.
Thought they were going to go for Monet, but instead they find Ori, who easily gets out thanks to his onslaught. So gank attempt.
Yeah, because of the shard. Yeah, we kind of talked about that earlier.
That's a dark
Night Stalker shard.
So
he'll eat the ancients.
Yeah, and it's a full 4 minutes until night. So Matu's going to be at a big disadvantage. And
Liquid are going to try to put it to use here.
Okay.
Is it defusal Pango? Always, right?
In all likelihood, but
not yet.
They can get this first Roche.
It's just pretty much the biggest value they could get
out
of this.
Wait, Helm of the Dominance. He is getting it. See? Isn't this? Oh no, that's BKB. Never mind. Oh, Roshan.
Will they be able to keep it at bay? They do. And Mickey gets the Aegis. The roar applied to Zai, but it's really just a delay tactic, it feels like. Gets ensnared on top of this, but Monet Company still want to fight, but he's going to get Laguna bladed. Mickey pops the BKB, focusing on the CM, but now on the other side of the tree line, taking the right clicks. Looks like he's going to be the first.
Oh, he didn't kill him. Oh.
But Pango died on the other side, and now they're going to get the Night Stalker. Matu in a lot of trouble. The LSA is going to he's going to get saved as a result, or he's dead. Beautiful stun from Mickey. Centaur gets the stun on top of him now. And he's left to his own devices, completely surrounded. The Gust is there, multi-shot and the axes. So Aster, they get some kills in retribution. Liquid taking the Aegis away in some
Come on, Liquid.
Yeah, what a great fight from Matu that was. Just perfect armlet toggles, keeping him alive 2 times in a row. So at the very least, Liquid get out with him alive, but they do lose their Aegis and the second life on Lina, so can't really consider it a true win. At the very least, they don't need to worry about the Roche going Aster's way in the next minutes, but Aster, I think, still should be feeling pretty good about this overall exchange, considering the song didn't get them the Aegis contesting.
Like every minute that passes, they lose 2% win chance, even though no one is getting killed.
But keep a look at Matu here. So first the Pulverize here comes out, no follow-up damage is available. He's frostbitten. Is going to toggle out of this one with Monet's shot midair and the charge.
Yeah,
we're back to
another fight. Hold the horses here, Cinderin. Looks like Siamese Cat's going to be the first to fall, and now XXS is the one that's completely surrounded, so wrong territory for him. Matu gets credit for that one, and he is
engaging into Night Stalker at night, lol.
Yeah, that was a killing spree, so some extra gold on that one for NS. 100 gold to go.
Every minute in a game of Dota, a minute passes.
So he should have his BKB in his inventory with nighttime still here. Yeah. If Liquid want to try to take advantage. Of course, still has Dark Ascension. And does have the shard, by the way, so has been eating creeps. So I guess he went for the casual Ogre Axe into shard, and now is finishing BKB.
Yeah. I guess he changed his idea, changed his mind halfway. Seems like a little bit of a weird way to do it, but...
Well, that Ogre Club, it seemed to save him in that last fight.
I guess so.
Extra HP is pretty nice.
Oh, XXS close to connecting the roar there, but not quite.
Blocked out, but yeah, Liquid not wanting to engage, it looks like. Very even game. And Aster showing some balls. I mean, they fought despite not getting the Aegis.
Yeah,
not having
the roar and the Pango, yeah.
Yeah, no roar as well.
But sometimes, even with key cooldowns in Dota, if you have the right angle and you get to take the initiative, it can work. And I don't know if you would consider that fight successful for either team. It was kind of a draw, but you could see where Aster were coming from. The fact that Pango roll is down is very important for especially the Primal Beast, who now has BKB, so the next fight will be of a totally different nature. From Ori. Liquid
that took a while.
Choose to smoke here. They are grouping up forward.
Liquid have no carry. Can you believe it? It's Night Stalker 1.
Position down here, pushing the tower
Lion
with
Wolf.
Ori in front. They have the ward covering the back angle. And they're going to expect Liquid to do this because of the no heroes on the map. They have the prediction that this play is coming. Liquid do have Dark Ascension, though.
His smoke gets popped. He's going to pop Dark Ascension, but he's the focus.
Oh, good BKB.
Inside his BKB, so he mitigates a ton of this damage. Now XXS is the one stuck basically on this cliff area. He's going to get right-clicked down quite easily. A nice kill to start things out for Liquid. Sai on the other side here is Laguna Blade's going to find Siamese Cat. So
Liquid.
Just like that, it's 5v3. Now Mickey
good
BKBs. Ori kind of on no man's land. His team still has.
Why is Primal so fast? Damn.
They will. Mickey, his
From
BKB
sea
runs out,
to shore.
and the rest of Aster are going to be able to walk away.
Outstanding fight from Liquid there. The BKB usage was just perfect, right? Matsu
just turn on song and walk away.
And Ori thought he was going to connect outside of BKB, so he committed all his stuff to go in on the Beastmaster, or sorry, on the Night Stalker.
Slice him
together
nice.
With Beastmaster. That play fails. Then Beastmaster
What's the ult cooldown?
killed. Pango in the meantime is completely
100.
cutting off Drow from the entire
what level
fight
is he?
for like 10 seconds. We're going to see the replay here. So look at this. This
14.
BKB crucial, right? Otherwise, Ori plus XXS and the Drow probably just kill off Matsu.
Under 35 seconds.
And now Pango on the bottom right is just rolling Drow out of the picture, quite literally, entire fight until he finally gets to turn
Can you
around.
sing
Now,
the Naga
fight's
ulti?
already over.
If you sub, so you're not.
This play was kind of crazy for Mori.
Yeah.
I don't know if he accounted for if he thought Mickey had used BKB. It turns into a BKB trade in the end, which isn't all the worst for him, but yeah.
Check the win rate.
2K lead now for Team
It went up a
Liquid.
lot. 32%.
Scepter for Baboka almost there.
In their
He can go
hearts.
away, and he'll be able to
Gaben is
ensnare
actually starting to believe.
the Rolling Thunder, as we've said, and of course, more importantly, he'll be able to reel in enemies, Cinderin.
Yeah, we haven't seen that used very much.
And if we have, we've forgotten about it.
Gaben is like,
I like
keep
the
it
concept,
up,
but
and you might just do it.
definitely needs.
It has not been very favored to do in the song.
Yes. I mean, other than that, the axe is great. Like, we're going to see here very shortly why that is.
Yeah, so Zai is not buying the shard that Toby talked about as kind of a pseudo counter to ensnare Axe, but he's going Lotus, which is another way of solving it. Doesn't have it yet though, so this coming fight could be a big surprise factor.
Night Stalker
for
shard.
Zai, where he's relying on going in on the Drow. If he gets ensnared and Drow gets to focus him for a few
This
seconds,
is going
he
to be my
dies,
longest stream,
The
yes.
fight's going to be of a totally different
It's
nature
not
than the
yet,
last one.
but it will be
I
soon.
mean, that's the downside of Lotus, is it's way more expensive than Shard, obviously, and he is pretty far away.
The upside is he can use it on NS if he gets ensnared.
True.
So that is a pretty big help.
He'll get both, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
As he's actually had to use a tome for himself. That just shows.
I've never done like a 24-hour, yeah.
Scanning.
As the tier 2 tower is going to go down one way or another as the tombstone is placed. Pulverize coming in from Ori. Pretty much full duration here on Sania, but he is more than healthy enough to continue to fight. As now Ori is stuck in no man's land. Laguna's
Let's
blade.
go.
Down
Let's
he
go,
goes,
Pango.
and Sai going in with the Rolling Thunder, now applying all the pressure to XXS.
That's 3 kills.
He's going to get disarmed for the time being. This is looking like 3 kills very easily.
And the courier! Get the courier, Night Stalker!
But still BKBs
It's
were
right
up.
to your left!
I think
Boca, he might still have to use it here.
Yeah.
Toward the end of that, he didn't have it to save.
3.5 kills.
Maybe BKB TP'd out, but I guess maybe Tusk was in range for a punch.
Nice.
Yeah, these engages from Ori have just not worked out the way he wanted it to. He's charging.
That's the GG move.
Onslaught, and the moment he does that, Insania drops the tombstone before he gets jumped. And
Let's
the
go,
follow-up damage
Liquid!
Just wasn't there anyways. They didn't even kill the Undying to start off the fight, and Liquid make a very easy fight out of that one.
Liquid with a lot of fans here, obviously, now gaining some momentum in this crucial game number 3. Getting this tier 1 tower.
Oh, 50-50! It's 50-50!
They are. Tower falls. Now we have a silver edge on Mickey.
At the same time, Drow gets BKB.
They were 18% because Gabe didn't believe in the draft.
Another tool against the Pango roll that's been ruining Mone's game so far.
I'm starting to disbelieve the win chance predictor though.
Yeah. They need to get the fuck out. He's gonna TP out on Primal too. Oh, he has no. I'm running it. I'm running it. Primal. I'm killing Primal. Yeah. Looking inside. Kill two boys. Look at the beast. Running. I can't see him. Dead to me. Still running in.
That sound is Naga Siren's C.
Surprised that he was there. It's like, oh, there's a primal.
I actually have very bad hope that we're gonna have a true sight for this year with audio like that.
After the BKB.
You think they can fix it in post-production? I don't know.
Opting for a blink dagger or anything like that, instead going for a nullifier. Very cool item.
Yeah, is a good way for him to counter off the pike from Zara. She doesn't have the BKB. Not much else to nullify for now, right?
I mean, if you get it off before the BKB doesn't do anything anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be like a pass-through bug, but that true sight's actually going to be amazing in audio fidelity.
Liquid go. And yeah, Aster have an idea this is happening. They're going to smoke up. Is it going to be too late? No, it's at half HP right now.
I guess True Sight has their own camera crew.
On illusions. He's going to get roared right off the bat. They're focusing on the pit now. No song to come as Mickey gets the Aegis. Song a little bit late. Is there a shard on the ground?
Yoink!
Baboka steals the shard. As here comes the onslaught. Looks like the focus is on the Tusk to start.
Naga died for it.
Trade, so it's a 1-for-1. Matu wants to fight, but a big
Boxy down.
But a bigger BKB.
Oh!
And now they're gonna get triple kill for Mickey.
Liquid.
Aster are dropping like flies. Ori has to BKB.
There's a basher on Night Stalker.
Looks like
oh, he couldn't catch him.
But Liquid coming out on top again in this fight.
That was high.
These Roche calls they've made so far in this game have been absolutely perfect.
Nice!
Again, Zai with the coverage against the Naga rotating in.
Oh, Lina. Double damage.
It took him quite a while to kill Zai during the roar as well, because he has the armor of Lotus Orb.
Dude, picking up double damage now is chef's kiss.
You're going to see the replay here. Pretty much same situation as earlier in the game. The exact same spot, same logic. Song too late. He's like, wait, there's a shard, so...
Yoink.
And he consumed it, by the way. We're going to need to see what the other shards are in this game. I mean, there's a Beastmaster shard.
Increases Song of... Oh, that's a good support ability for Naga.
Song healing is...
I think it made sense that he consumed it because he was still in mid-Siren Song, so he had like a chance to maybe save allies, and he's playing support Naga, right? So he's giving 5% per second heal during it. He's playing support Naga. I think that's a good shard.
I think Beastmaster's is the best by far, surely.
Beastmaster, more Hawks and bombs.
The thing about Dive Bomb being a root, right? They already have the Lotus, which I believe counters it if BKBs, so...
Frost Arrow Hypothermia.
Sure if that does enough compared to the other ones.
Scotty.
Either way,
Drow should have liked to have it.
They could have had Rock Throw, for God's sake.
Yeah, I think the Rock Throw could have also been good this game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the pit, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's also amazing for Ori because it gives him a reliable cue
Actually,
that he can go in.
Every shard is good. Crystal Maiden moves during the ult, Rock Throw, and you've got Scotty on Drow.
Yeah, which has been a problem for him so far.
And then the root bombing Hawk on Beastmaster. They're all good.
Covered really well.
You have to ult after the shard to heal? Oh, okay. Then he really didn't need to eat it right away.
Aegis in the hands of Lina for another 2.5 minutes. You would imagine they want to go and get the mid tower as well.
Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have eaten it.
Wraith Pact almost online for Boxy. And Matu switched it
Can't hit anyone on Liquid with Rock Throw. Yeah, it's more of a scouting poke ability, right? Before the fight breaks out. Because they're too much melee. Actually, it could have gone to Crystal Maiden. Or to Drow. Maybe Drow should have got it. But honestly, I don't hate it on Naga.
They're gonna smoke into this Aegis. Maybe this will catch Liquid off guard here.
Yeah, I think it was reflex actually.
Giving a little bit of vision. Boxy in the area. Not gonna pop smokes initially though.
Maiden with no BKB gets interrupted anyway. Yeah, that's true.
And smoke just pops there.
Oh.
Boca with the instant ensnare. Wants to get off the song, but Won't need to. They'll just walk away.
Let's check win chance.
Still a little less than 2 minutes on his Aegis.
65% liquid. I can't believe it.
They want to use it though.
I can't believe it.
There's no repositioning from Aster.
That coach comment, I actually lost faith, but it was just a meme. The Tuba Man's Night Stalker.
Like you're not going to get swapped into base and killed there and die again, for example. So
this looked like such a good draft to me for Aster.
Yeah, well, that's one of the displacement spells, Shannon. There's more than that.
That's true.
There's no Marcy.
There's no Pudge anymore.
No Pudge.
Sadly.
Yeah. Starting to look better and better for Liquid. Midcase now solo pushing bottom tier 2. Super confident here.
Yeah.
Knowing where Aster are. We'll grab this tower.
They're reading the situation very, very right. So tier 2 dead, and Mickey can now, you know, poke into tier 3 a little bit if he wants.
He does.
Now that his teammates are arriving. We see the win probability right now, 77% for Team Liquid.
Wow.
In this game number 3.
But still.
What? It was 81 for Aster earlier.
Wow, really?
At minute 15. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I looked at it. Like, I don't
81?
I don't know if
I mean, they were winning, but it wasn't. Felt 80-20. That's wow. Surprising. So yeah, the Aegis looks like it's just gonna be
Scipio, thanks for the 5 gift subs.
Right? And is that because they just didn't have enough time? Is it literally nighttime related, perhaps?
I don't know. I do. They just don't have enough damage. He's too tanky.
Indeed.
Drow is not quite there yet.
Wait, we're gonna wait. Reel in. Wait. There it is. Unbelievable. And then he dies. Very dangerous fish to reel in, no doubt about it.
Damn. There goes my longest stream.
Roche is probably next on the list here for Liquid if they can continue to have this map control. We won't know for another 10 seconds when it spawns.
Super long stream, 40 seconds. Yeah.
Dalmatu is eyeing the nullifier. Is it just for the?
I wonder if I ran out of space. It can't be.
Siamese cat.
I've never had that happen.
I don't think there's any Yules though.
Oh.
But still, pretty big counters to both those items.
I'm not nearly out of space. Weird.
Yeah, it's going to be a relatively late rush.
Nikkei is so insanely farmed. I just realized he's 150 CS ahead of the next hero in the game.
And he seems to have a double damage quite often this game.
Ori will clean up the wave, still be forced to glyph though.
Yeah.
This should not be underestimated how much this could end up meaning later.
PC wanted a power now.
Rush will be falling likely before this glyph comes back up, whichever team gets it. And if that is Liquid, that basically opens up for a free tier 3. They'll obviously get another glyph after that, but this Radiant lineup kills towers really fast if Lino gets to just stand and deliver.
Indeed. But Aster,
push up mid.
Damn.
They want to aggress. They're going to find
Insania. 1 minute uptime.
Pulverize Gust to follow, but the Rolling Thunder is coming in. Insania is going to live. Now the Roar on top of Zai. They're right-clicking him very easily, but XXS is taking damage as well. So it's a 1-for-1 in terms of the position 3s, but they lose the Primal Beast as well. And no buyback here for Aster.
Yeah, it was a crash. My PC completely froze.
Still 50 seconds on Roche, so Aster will technically, in fact, everyone will be up.
Such an awkward situation to play as Naga Siren there as well, right? What do? Do you Song to try to save your Beastmaster with the heal? Then you're also saving the enemy Pango. So, or actually, no, he could have Songed, right? He was in
I'll change my title then.
Maybe with the heal would have made
it's not in title anymore.
Yeah, Matu ends up getting the tower here, getting kited a bit as the Lincoln's applied, but you can see
it was so cool. Night Stalker position 1. Guys, you know what that means, right? I'm gonna play Night Stalker position 1 too.
They're not even, they're not gonna go for the melee. Don't want to overextend.
I know it's supposed to be a counter to Beastmaster, but I'm gonna do it anytime.
Despite not having Ascension, Matu can still do.
Oh, nice ice shards. Here comes the initiation. Oh, instant snowball actually ruins it for Ori, but he gets the pulverize off after the BKB. Getting kited to a high degree here, but LSA not gonna connect as Matu. Continue the pressure as Zai gets off the Rolling Thunder, and Ori left to his own devices.
Wow.
1 minute of no Primal Beast. XSS takes the Laguna Blade and takes another death to his name. 5 versus 3. They're gonna get the
93% and above.
After, although there are no creeps here, so the backdoor protection is enabled.
The wave is coming now.
Kind of sucks. No Chinese team in top 3.
Are they gonna stop there? Mickey is insanely farmed. He's so far
but
ahead.
I gotta root for my boys Liquid here. My boys.
Now they're going for the second set. Yep.
Dutch org.
They know that these buybacks are long cooldowns. That's 2 sets, and they probably still have time to go get Roche. Of course, they do have to be careful. We've seen the song come into play.
Of course, it's not over yet.
6 seconds.
No jinx.
Yeah. Matu does not want to go home today. Could have been his last game, but he's 10-0.
Let's check Lina items.
Night Stalker that his coach said play. So kind of making a point.
Really good items.
That's right, and they're in the Roche pit.
How do you even improve?
And Roche has the Aghanim Scepter, which I hope it's on Matu, for the love of God.
Unobstructed movement.
Damn it.
And increases your spell damage and magic resistance.
Okay, yeah, they want the extra fast chance.
You get Aghanim's Blessing.
Very good Ags.
We're discussing him buying it himself. Now he just gets it for free.
Wait, who got it?
And look at that, he's top 3 net worth now. Would you look at that?
Zai.
And after that rough start, all it takes is some Roches.
Had a great start. No surprise to see him on 3rd.
2 attacks, swashbuckle. Oh, that one,
and
yeah,
Aster
yeah.
left to be kind of in defense mode, but the longer they're in defense mode, the bigger the deficit becomes. 32k lead for Liquid as they're on the doorstep of securing themselves top 3 here. And that's going to lead to, potentially, if this happens, 3 EU teams left at TI.
99%, let's go!
And we have Mickey. Oh, the Lincoln's is already proc, but there's the instant Walrus punch. Nicely done from Boxy. Huge rolling thunder.
Oh.
Down goes Primal
Let's go.
Beast again. Baboka's song gives them a little bit of space, but he's getting controlled now. The rolling thunder continuing to proc, and he's dead as well. And now focuses onto the Drow Ranger. No
GG.
this time around, but Matu finds what he needs. Buyback now to the Drow. Snowball coming in. Walrus punch to follow. How much do they want to die if you're freezing? If gets canceled, CM has to buy back into the game. Ice shards, not enough to keep them outside the fountain, so
EU
Liquid
Dota
forcing themselves to go for the mega creeps. And Liquid looking extremely good.
Night Stalker, not his retirement hero.
From the last 5 days.
Is it his champion hero?
Today. And on to the throw, and GG is
called.
Wow. Team Liquid move on. Aster eliminated from TI 11.
Yeah, we had no idea what to expect out of this game. Some very different different drafts. Boboka,
wow.
Naga, we have Matu on Night Stalker. But the constant that has been working for Liquid so well in the playoffs, Mickey on the Lina again with an outstanding performance.
One guy in chat did Mocha.
Output, lane push, the whole shenanigans. He did an amazing job this game. Liquid can be so proud. Top 3 secured. They will know who they're playing against after the next series coming up later today.
Very cool.
I feel like no matter who loses that one, it's hard to call them a favorite at this point.
Plants baked. Let's go. Take your subs.
We've seen
Thanks,
so
dude.
many TIs. I mentioned it earlier. This is a team you do.
Plants baked with the gift subs to Behua, Outtech, Chatter, Not Shedder, Deviant Dodo, Weird, Kaisenberg, I'm Always Right, and Nipple Storm.
Thank you very much, Sunsfan and Cinder. And indeed, Matu's career continues for a little bit longer, and they are making it to the final day. We'll see them, of course, again tomorrow.
What time is it in the Netherlands? Dude, it's 10 a.m. for me almost.
To the winners as well. I'm here with Jenkins, Effie, and Lacoste. And there's a lot to break down in this game because we know that Blitz at the end of the draft was like, how'd you get Night Stalker? Well, we just asked Matu which hero he would like to play last, Jenkins. And it was Night Stalker that he has not played at a TA game before.
Yeah, he had a flawless game on a stupid hero. I'm just going to put it out there. He was just trying to have a good time, try to have fun.
No, it was good.
It worked. I'm kind of thinking that next year...
They're underplaying the strategy.
Perhaps the meta, instead of, Yatoro with the bald meta, retirement might be the meta coming out because Matu's performance in this game was absolutely amazing. I mean, I think all of Liquid stepped up. Like in every single fight, Zai was jumping the backline.
I'm gonna jump out for breakfast soon.
Insania, of course, he's
between the series. There's probably gonna be like a timer.
In the true site, Mickey, he functioned as the true carry this game, even though there was a flawless game from Matu. And Boxy, he's playing as Tusk. Like the guy had some insane shards.
You feel like Ori underperformed a bit? Would you say it was a bad Ori gaming?
Understanding who needs to soak up the damage, whether it's a Night Stalker with using the
felt like he was made of paper, the way Night Stalker cut through it.
Free pathing in the backlines. Like, Aster just did not have enough damage that goes through BKBs. Once they pop their BKBs, Aster runs, and they're already man down, maybe even 2 man down, and it makes the fight so very difficult. And I think the big key important here is also having vision advantage. You do have Night Stalker, you do have Tombstone, fighting underneath the ward so many times, and Matu, as we see him, clapping for himself, keeping his dream alive.
And genuinely, it was such a great Night Stalker pick. It fit the game so well. You have this Lina from the lane who's going to the protection, who can dish out the damage, but is very susceptible to dying in this early game. And Liquid played around Mike on his Lina so well. They were reacting to those early game rotations so nicely. And because this Night Stalker went for that early game build with the armlet, all of a sudden they had this hero to play around from the safe lane while the Lina farmed up. And they just had the late game security of this Lina outscaling potentially anybody on Aster's draft. Also, Jenkins did mention this, but the Pangolier did so much in these team fights and protecting objectives. Like camping the Pangolier near the stairs, near Roshan, because that's where Naga walks down from to try to steal it, is just so good. It worked out twice in one game.
And that is with Zai having a very, very bad game. And we have obviously last week heard Blitz do a speech a couple times. But what's better than a speech from Matu?
I mean, guys, no matter what happens today, we win and lose as a team. No matter who the fuck fucks up or anything, we're gonna win and lose together, yeah?
It's very wholesome, and they won together with that as well, so congratulations once again.
We may even slay together.
I would also love to hear a little bit more from our winning team, which is why Avo is standing by with Insania.
Thank you, Shira. I'm here with Insania. What a series of games. You guys take every game to the third one. Are you just doing this so Matoman can play as many games as possible?
I mean, I wish it was intentional. It's not. I think they had a really good drafting game too, and the Sunday night kind of caught us off guard, I think, and we didn't really have a nice
1-2-20.
They really got us in game 2. It was nothing intentional there. And they're a tough team, like it comes down to very small margins, and I think they really had us there.
In the first game, you guys managed to beat the sniper pick as well, which was a big thorn in the side for a while. Was that a bit of a morale boost for you guys? Did you come in confidently against that pick?
I think game 1 went a lot according to plan. Maybe not gameplay-wise. I think having the 5-day break, we were kind of a little bit nervous, I think, when we started playing the game, but like halfway through the game, we got comfortable again. And you remembered, like, it's the same event we've been playing the entire way.
Right.
So yeah, no, game 1 went pretty well, I think. Yeah, Sniper, I don't know, it's a good hero, but I think we had good answers to it.
And finally, Mato with the last pick, the Night Stalker, a new pick for him at TI. Was that a little bit of a pocket pick you had prepared in these final days, or spur of the moment kind of thing?
I'm trying to think if we actually did scrim it during these days. I'm not sure, but he's been playing it for a while. Like, he played it back when there was like this big puck meta. He would play it mid. So it's not a new hero for him, per se. But it's also kind of funny. Blitz said, like, Monty, what do you want your last hero at TI to be? And we're like, what are you saying? And Monty's like, this is not going to be my last hero, and then he picks NS.
Well, thank you for the interview, Insania.
It's true.
Pleasure. Congratulations once again. I'm going to go back to the panel to analyze that game.